Had to skate a little bit. We tried to work him over for some good music. He said no.
He said no. Dang it.
Drive safe out there this morning as the storms I've moved in.
Yeah, but they should be moving out rapidly, I think. I think by 7 o'clock or so, it'll probably be dry out there, and everybody will be kind of on their way to work, school, and play, or wherever the hell they're going today. And I know later today the sun's going to come out. It's going to be a beautiful day. So enjoy yourself out there right now, right?
Yeah, I think it should still be a nice day. Probably be able to do some grilling.
Yeah. Later on today is going to be very nice. Once this kind of this storm kind of dissipates a little bit here this morning, we'll be on our way to a beautiful, beautiful Thursday already here in Kansas City and everywhere else that's celebrating Thursday today.
You think Juan Soto's having a better Thursday than he had last week?
No, probably not. Okay. Probably not. I know the text line isn't.
The text line's pissed. I mean, look, I'll dive in to the Royals, but
I mean, I come in this morning and I see the text line is up, and I don't normally read it, but I was in the studio there turning it down, whatever. And I look at the text line and the text I sent you guys ago.
8 hours ago.
We're leading with this today, and this is where we're starting the show today, and probably the entire show will be based on this idiotic text of it's probably time to start trading Bobby.
Oh. Jeez.
Like here we sit, folks. Here we sit on the 17th day of April. This one coming in on the 16th day of April. What'd you say, 8 hours ago, Dusty?
Yep.
So 8 hours ago would have been, like about 9 o'clock at night or so? Right in that area, 10 o'clock at night, right? If I'm doing the math right.
Yep.
So after the game was over, the Royals lost another one to the Yankees. Bobby Witt, goes out there, does the job. I was doing the numbers last night just because I was listening to the Yankee broadcast all week because every time I turn it on, they're in love with Bobby Witt. I've never seen anything like this before on an opposing broadcast. He doesn't even have to be at the plate, right? I mean, he doesn't even have to be in the field. He could be, doing whatever. They're just talking about Bobby Witt Jr. Every time I've tuned in, it's Bobby Witt Jr. this and Bobby Witt Jr. that. I'm like, damn, they are in love with this guy in New York. And, and yesterday I did the math. He's responsible for 31% of the runs that the Royals have scored this year. That's counting RBIs and runs scored. He's responsible for 31% of the runs that the Royals scored this year. So the text line wants to start considering trading Bobby Witt Jr., who's in the second year of a long-term contract, in a contract that I think every Royals fan loved and wanted to see done, and we've wanted to see this move made with our organization for years, and then we've got people on the text line. This is why you can't trust the general public. I mean, seriously, that human being is walking around amongst us.
This is from 1 o'clock in the morning. Second verse, same as the first. Royals suck. The season is over. Bring on the Chiefs and the draft. Yeah, because then there it is. 3 texts below that. Is it maybe time to be looking to trade Bobby?
Yes. Is it maybe time to be looking to trade Bobby? Because the team is off to a slow start, and you want to trade the only bright spot in the entire lineup. Really, the bright spot of the team, the bright spot of the organization, clearly the bright spot of baseball, because, the Yankee broadcast was fawning all over him yesterday and the day before and the day before that because of how great he is. And so you want to trade Bobby Witt Jr.? You want to consider trading Bobby Witt Jr.? Where do people come up with this stuff? That's why I read some of these things sometimes on the text line, and I fear for society. I really do. I fear for America when I see people like that on the text line, and I go, oh, my God, these people are living here. These people are breathing. These people are amongst us. They're out in the general public wandering the streets. Oh, my God, I don't feel safe. There's a man out there who thinks it's time to trade Bobby Witt.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, good thing Nico Harrison isn't in charge of the Royals.
That's exactly right.
Because in that case,
I traded Luka out to hell. I'll trade Bobby Witt Jr.
Yeah.
You want me to trade Mahomes too? Let's go.
I mean, nice. And then from the 06, Sally's getting older. Vinny has one good year in his career. MJ and Renfroe suck. More reason for concern than optimism.
I can't get to this level of getting this upset about baseball in April.
I feel like next time we have Hosmer on the show, who's a friend of the show, we need him to talk the way he talked last night. Did you listen? Or you were out?
Yeah.
But when he was on the Royals broadcast, it didn't sound like Hosmer. somebody was like, maybe too many drinks and Eddie's, Dust Man. I was like, no, it was like, yeah, in 15 we just really we really came together as a team, and it was, Rex, do you still do yoga? And it was like, I was like, what?
It was weird. Yeah.
Was it really? No, it was
watching.
off. Like there was something that wasn't right.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't know if his microphone was like hanging too low, or maybe I'm wrong. Text line, because a lot of people thought I was just like numb from the gum and just not all there. But I promise you, yes, I was watching in different like phases, but like everything he was talking, he's like, yeah, I remember one year Dyson got picked up first twice, and he had in his hair, he had Zoom. And I remember the team we were playing was like, nice haircut, Dyson, Zoom. You've been picked off twice. He goes, yeah, in classic Dyson form. He said, should have said broom because we about to sweep y'all. And I was like, that would have been so much cooler if Bob Ross wasn't telling me that story.
Exactly.
I don't know if we can find audio of it, but like it was on the FanDuel, the Royals FanDuel show or whatever they call it these days.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, can they just like have Ryan lean over and like pick it up a little bit?
Pick up your microphone, because we do that in radio. Somebody will come in and the microphone will be way down. Like put your mic up, talk into the microphone, right? Like, and it's okay to say that on the air. It's we did shows from our basements and our bedrooms for since 2020. So there's no more of that couth, if you will. You can kind of just go, hey, dude, fix your mic so the world can hear what's going on.
I don't know. So. Maybe I'm the only one, but like, no, he was like entertaining from the story aspect. Like, he was asking Rex about yoga. He was, because the first thing he goes, he's like, Rex, you gonna make? I guess it was more like, Rex, you gonna make? It was like Lycan's Library.
Yeah.
But he asked me, he's like, you gonna make yoga tomorrow in Detroit? It's a night game in New York. Got to go to Detroit quick. Rex, of course, like, oh yeah, Haas, I'll be there, man. It's a mind explosion. Like, it's like Haas, like. Welcome to, like, Ryan's like, oh, he doesn't know the rules. Ryan's like, oh, shoot, here we go. Like, this could go anywhere.
Yeah.
But no, it was, gosh, that was the, watching that game last night. But I mean, like, that's, you try to take your mind off, like, the putrid offense. And, MJ hits a home run next night, strikeout. And then, first inning looks good, right?
Well, the home run's the anomaly with MJ. I mean, like every once in a while, a blind squirrel finds a nut, as they like to say, right? And every once in a while, he'll knock one out of a ballpark and get a hit here or there. But who he is the guy that strikes out 3 or 4 times per night, Yeah,
he hits home runs about as often as I get a birdie on the golf course.
Yeah, right.
Like, I get a birdie, and I'm like, hell yeah. And then, like, my buddy comes over to me, like, he's zoomy, and I'm like, oh, God, it feels so great. Like, pars and bogeys and doubles, that's all I get. Get a birdie, it's like, man, that feels great, man.
Heck yeah.
But, man, you were
17 rounds later, you got your next one.
Yeah, and then, but, like, MJ, like, everyone's like, didn't you say that you used to golf, like, all the time? You get birdies a lot? I'm like, yeah, but nobody sees it.
Yeah.
And then you're like, okay, let's see it. And you're like, yeah, normally I hit that ball down the left side. I don't know why it went right. Yeah, because you suck.
Yeah, exactly, because you're not that
but
good.
But no, you watched that game last night, and then is it more painful? Because we brought this up about the Super Bowl. Like, you bring up blowouts and close games. I'm with you. I think losing in, like, last second. Like, imagine being San Francisco and Philadelphia when they lost to the Chiefs.
Right.
Like, dear God.
Right.
We were there.
Right.
And then last night, you're like, okay, Bubich looks like him.
He was
like,
boobalicious, yeah.
Let's just give Bubich what he is. Man.
Right.
Like, he's your second best starter in your rotation.
Mm-hmm.
Am I wrong with that?
No, I think that's fair. It's where we sit right now. I mean, he's pitching. I mean, Waka was good the other night too. Look, as my friend Jim, but as my friend Jim says, it's World Series pitching and it's minor league offense,
right.
and I'm going to continue to go back to that because I think that's the way that sums it up. I have no issues with the pitching staff whatsoever. Now, maybe Zerpa and some of these guys out in the bullpen need to do better. But from a starting staff standpoint, there hasn't been a game yet this season, at least I can't remember so far this season, where the starting staff didn't give you an opportunity to win that game, right? There hasn't been
versus New York.
Yeah, you had an opportunity in every game against the Yankees to win that game. Your starters were really, really, really good in those, in those moments, in those opportunities. And so if you're thinking to yourself, oh, trade Bobby Witt, as the text line said today, I would be more inclined to say, you know what, if we get down to it and we are out of it, maybe you start to look to trade one of the pitchers, one of the starters on your team. And we're a far, 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 far cry from even considering trading anybody and breaking this thing up and rebuilding and whatever you want to say and all that kind of nonsense. But, I mean, to have the Bobby Witt on the brain of the guy to be traded is one of the more ridiculous things we've ever seen on the text line, and we've seen a lot of ridiculous stuff. But these pitchers, if this team does not figure out a way to start scoring some runs and they find themselves in a hole, again, 4 games with the Tigers coming up, Obviously, it's too early. You got to wait for your first 40, then your second 40, and then by the time you reach June, July, you can kind of figure out where you are, and then maybe you do open the floodgates a little bit because you say, all right, we got Chris Bubich here, man. Hey, you want to give us something for him. You need Michael Lorenzen. You need Michael Waka. You need Seth Lugo. And again, I'm just going through the names of guys that are in the rotation, not advocating to trade any of those. But down the stretch, pitching is a premium, and the Royals have a lot of really good starters right now. And it's a shame they can't get out of their own way on offense because they're wasting so many really good starts.
Yeah, it is. You can blame Zerpa in 9-2. You can blame the offense in night 1, and then you can blame Aaron Judge in night 3.
Yeah, right. I mean, he hit the home run, right?
Strong
What do you
man,
expect?
dude.
Yeah,
like hearing the broadcast, because HUD's great in so many different facets, and he can be, I get the fact that he can be annoying because when your team's getting their ass kicked every night, and he's out there like, oh man, that's just a hard hit ball. You love his ears, like HUD. Not right now.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
You love your children.
Right.
Dad, honey.
Give me a
just
minute.
5 minutes, please.
Right.
And so last night, hearing him describe Judge's home run, he's like, oh man, he hit that with so much strength because he didn't even get all that. And I'm like, he hit that ball for 420 feet to the opposite field, and he didn't get all of it.
Right.
I get it. It was New York Stadium, and maybe that ball goes off the top of the wall at Kauffman. Either way, that's still impressive. But your offense put you in that situation. You had opportunities to score runs. In the first inning, you had 2 on, 2 out. MJ came up, and he struck out. You had 2 on and 2 on, and whoever came up before MJ popped out or grounded out. You got a run, right? Bobby hit one 110 over the second baseman's head, was fantastic. Gets on base. I think Vinny Pasquantino walked. Salvador Perez knocked in Bobby. You're up 1-0. All right.
Feeling good. Yeah.
Now let's get that other run in and fly out, strikeout. And you're like, gosh, dang it. Can you just get one more? And that's the frustrating part. And now you're, like I told you earlier, I'm not sending my son to a boys camp to get straightened out, but I'm disappointed in what I've been watching.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm not into it. It's not, season's over, sky is falling. God forbid, don't ever tell me to trade Bobby again. You got to lose your fandom for that text.
Yeah, that's dumb. And you should be arrested. Seriously, we'll give you a number to the cops.
And so that's you talk about hyperbolic. That's elevated.
I don't know that is hyperbolic. I really think somebody's believing that now.
They're in their feels.
Yeah, because I really do. As we've talked about, it's the PTSD of Royals fans, right? Yeah. The minute something goes bad, there's no way it could ever be fixed. Trade everybody, start over.
Yeah, you got to do something. You got to sacrifice something because eventually it comes into what have you done for me lately? And that's Bob Fescoe, McMorney, and Dusty Likens. We're on 96.5 The Fan. We'll be right back here on your home for Kansas City Sports.
Hey, it's Michael Waka, and you're listening to Fescoe and Dusty on your home for Royals baseball. 96.5 The Fan.
I'll tell you what, guys, intimacy is a special moment when we feel deeply connected to the one we love. Truly, few experiences in life are as wonderful as these, and Heartland Men's Health is proud of the work they do in treating erectile dysfunction to restore the intimacy for patients. And as we know, ED is an intimacy destroyer. Research shows that men can draw apart from their partners when ED affects their sex life, and that's why Heartland Men's Health is here. They have treatments that work when the pills or herbals fail. They have treatments with success rates well over 90%, and some treatments can even have you last an hour or more. Heartland Men's Health is successfully treating men right here in Kansas City, and they're ready for you. So schedule a consult with Heartland Men's Health today. Your initial visit is just $99. It includes a medical consult with a licensed medical provider, a T and PSA test, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. They have an expert staff, and if you're like a lot of men, you could be having sex the day after your appointment. They have 3 locations to serve you: Overland Park, Independence between Blue Springs and Lee Summit, and their new office in North Kansas City. So call them today, 844-447-6600, or visit heartlandmenshealth.com.
You better get the grass pad's own crabgrass control solution. Don't let that crabgrass take hold of the yard. Get the grass pads, prevent defense, and hit them fast and hard. You'll see nary a crabgrass, and brother, that's a fact. So come on down to the grass pad and give those weeds a whack. Ha! Come on down to the grass pad. The grass pad's high on grass.
Our Our biggest deal is back. The Tires at Cost sale at Telly Tire and Auto Centers. You pay what we pay. No gimmicks, no catch. All in-stock tires from Telly's huge inventory at cost. Plus mounting and balancing by certified tire technicians for only $27.95. The top brands, the lowest possible prices, with a 30-day ride guarantee and lifetime tire protection. There's never been a better time to replace your worn-out tires. These unbeatable savings won't last long. Hurry and reserve your tires today. Take care of your car. Take advantage of our sale. Take it to Telly. Additional charges apply for junk tire disposal and road hazard warranty.
This is the story of the one who, as a maintenance specialist for a historic high-rise, knows that vintage charm historically needs constant attention. Which is why when it's time to upgrade turn-of-the-century mechanicals, they turn to Grainger. With easy access to 1 million+ products and the scale to deliver when and where you need them. The right tools and supplies are never far away. So the one can keep that vintage building running like new. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Hey, Joy. Oh, you are glowing.
Oh, hey, more like Mirajoyed. That Miralax helped me go. I was so backed up. Tried mega coffees, prune juice, everything. Then Miralax. And hello, gentle relief without the harsh side effects.
Ooh, how does it work?
It works naturally with the water in your body for constipation relief. Find Miralax today at Walmart.
Use as directed for occasional constipation.
What's up, baseball fans? Go Yard with BetMGM, the sportsbook born in Vegas. Enjoy top odds on your favorite home run bets, fast and convenient ways to play same-game parlays, special boosts and tokens, and so much more. From the first pitch to the game-winning fireworks, there are more ways than ever to supercharge your excitement. Download the BetMGM app and get your piece of MLB action. BetMGM is an official partner of Major League Baseball. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 years of age and older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Available in the U.S. For New York, 8778-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. For Arizona, 1-800-NEXT-STEP. For Massachusetts, 1-800-327-5050. For Iowa, 1-800-BETS-OFF. For Puerto Rico, 1-800-981-0023. First bet offers for new customers only. All other promotions for existing customers. Subject to eligibility requirements. In partnership with Kansas Crossing Casino and Hotel. Major League Baseball trademarks. Used with permission.
Getting engaged? At Shane Company, we'll help you find the perfect diamond. This is your engagement ring, aka only your life's most important piece of jewelry. No need to worry. As gemstone experts since 1929, we handpick only the most beautiful natural and lab-grown diamonds cut to our high standards in every price range. We have diamonds in all shapes and sizes, ready to compare side by side right here in our store. Come see for yourself at Shanko.com or at your local store. No appointment necessary. Shane Company, your friend and jeweler.
Booth Creek Wagyu, KC's premier Wagyu beef meat market, has even more convenient ways for you to shop. In addition to their location at 135th and Metcalf, they're now open at 95th and Knoll. Baseball is back. Time to get your game day grill going. Whether you're looking to wow your family with a meal at the ballpark or sear the best steak ever while listening to the game on the deck, Booth Creek Wagyu experts are ready to help you pick out something unforgettable. Booth Creek Wagyu, now with 2 locations, open 7 days a week or at boothcreekwagyu.com.
You're listening to 96.5 The Fan from the Mission Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling Studios. Here's traffic, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
This report brought to you by Midwest Auto Services. Missouri side, 35 southbound from Missouri 152 into downtown is a 12-minute trip. Is driving your vehicle like fighting a wild bull? Does it lead, pull, or feel out of sync when you accelerate or brake? Are you replacing tires a lot due to poor wear? Let Midwest Auto Services check your alignment. Call 816-224-4247 or MidwestAutoservices.com. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan. Traffic.
This sounds like WrestleMania. That's this weekend.
Big WrestleMania this weekend,
you guys
right?
want to come over and watch it? I'll order some pizza, get some 2 liters of Surge.
Oh, Surge. I like
dude,
that.
we'll
Man,
get jacked up. See what you couldn't do as a kid, you can do as an adult. Makes WrestleMania that much cooler.
I saw a
Saturday,
story
Sunday.
yesterday, speaking of Surge, and it was like, favorite beer is being discontinued, and one of those clickbait headlines that they have on MSN and all that kind of stuff, right? Which are all done by AI and terribly written. I was reading what was the Associated Press story for the Royals on ESPN.com this morning. Oh my God. I mean, it was written like by a 2-year-old or AI. There's no way an adult wrote that story about the Royals game last night at ESPN.com. But anyway, so I guess Monster, did you know this? Monster Energy Drink had a brewery, and they were brewing their own beer.
What?
Did you know that?
No.
Did you know that, Dusty?
I had no clue.
No clue, right?
I don't want any part of that.
Right. And so they're like, legendary beer going off the market. I didn't even know this beer existed. Like, it was brewed out in, like, Utah. You know how these clickbait headlines are. Of
course.
Go to that MSN start screen on your your web page or whatever, where your computer starts up, and it's all just garbage after garbage after garbage headlines.
Sad, man.
And so, but I was interested to see what beer, and they got me. And it's like Monster Energy produced. I'm like, I've never even heard of this beer.
Ew.
This is not a legendary beer. Nobody's losing sleep over this beer going out.
Bobby Stroop got last night by the fake Shams.
He
Oh,
did?
really?
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Fake Shams did an article on Nico Harrison.
Yeah.
And I think it was something like that. There was some sort of article, and then like, old Bobby was like, "Yeah, what's it going to cost to get him out here?" And they're like, "No, Bobby, no,
no,
come
it's
back."
fake.
Just like that MLB idiot that got me.
Yeah.
I thought they actually did ban him for life.
Well, that would have been a good story for Major League Baseball to ban that
That was
guy.
at least legit fake story.
You know, we were talking with Ben Maller before the show, and you'll hear our conversation coming up in the 7 o'clock hour. And he's like, Rob Manfred wants people to talk about baseball. He goes, give me storylines, like the NBA. I don't watch the games, but the storylines are wonderful.
They're great.
I mean, they are just wonderful. The NFL has these great storylines, too. The drama of Aaron Rodgers, right? Yep. We all love that. We all were drawn to that like flies to that mosquito light. And we're all like, oh, this is good. Where's Aaron Rodgers? Like, baseball needs that. We don't need Tommy Pham last night doing the hold me back, bro routine. Like, that's lame at this point,
That's
man.
baseball, though.
Yeah, but like, baseball brawl. There's never a brawl in baseball, right? Hardly ever do these guys
Robin
fight.
Ventura.
But that was 30-some years ago now.
1987?
I don't
Before
remember
that?
Maybe it's 88, 89, somewhere in that range. But
It was his rookie year. Whatever Robin Ventura's rookie year was, that was his year.
There's a great backstory to that. There's a great backstory to that.
Long story short, you can watch a video on your own time. Nolan Ryan, old ass, red ass hoss, right? Robin Ventura, young, rookie, drafted, supposed to be a stud, number 1 pick in the draft.
Nolan Ryan's a big fan of the show, too.
Right. Nolan Ryan goes out there and just hoses him. And Ventura's like, damn it, I'm going to do something about this. Goes after the Texas buck. Nolan Ryan just gets him in a headlock and just tees off on his face.
I mean, you don't want to challenge Nolan Ryan.
Dude.
Nolan Ryan was
96.
Yeah, no, that dude was like 46 years old or whatever it was that day, and Robin Ventura's 20-something, and he comes running out like I can't remember now the backstory that I heard on that. Something had happened like the day before, one of those type of things.
Today, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
I mean, that would be the story of sports if that happened today with all the social media and everything that's out there right now. Like everybody would be talking about.
And then have you ever
Nolan
seen
Ryan
Mike
thing.
Sweeney take Jeff Weaver absolutely to school?
That was a fantastic one too. That's one of my favorites.
He gets thrown up and in, and then he kind of backs off, and Weaver starts like saying some stuff that Sweeney doesn't like. Right? Sweeney, a big cussing guy, and Weaver's out there, throwing F words at him. And Mike Sweeney had enough and threw his helmet at Jeff Weaver's legs, literally like picks him up, pile drives him down.
Oh, it was great.
And Beltran's like 150 pounds just watching in the background as a rookie at second base. And like everyone's like, that was Mike Sweeney that just did that?
And that's how you know, right? When Mike Sweeney snaps, that's how you know it's getting bad. And
That was great.
My other one was Mike DeFelice throwing the trash can onto the field. That was always a good one. His breath smelled like tuna fish, though.
He might have just had something in the tooth or something
maybe.
like
I don't know. But it just felt like it was like a habitual tuna breath. And so he did that. But the Mike Sweeney one is an all-timer. That's great. But nothing will beat that guy getting his ass kicked by Nolan Ryan. Robin Ventura, welcome to Big League Baseball here. This is Nolan Ryan. This is maybe the greatest pitcher of all time, and your ass is grass, man. Just pounded that guy into oblivion.
No doubt.
And bring fights back in sports.
Well, I mean, hockey, how excited was the world when Canada and America were beating the snot out of each other?
All right, before we drop the puck, do you guys have anything you want to say to each other?
Yeah.
Take them off, boys. All right, let's go. Here we are.
Like, you'd love that in baseball. First batter of the game before a pitch just throws the bat down and goes out to the mound.
go.
And we get a real fight.
Absolutely not. Headline on Fox News, of Fox 4 News, local news. All-inclusive 15-year cruise. You in or out?
Well, there's a thing called
Absolutely not.
There's a thing called the world ship
Williams
where
and
people
Jumanji.
live on these boats. Carl Peterson lives on one of these type of boats, and
No
like,
wonder the Chiefs never won a Super Bowl.
yeah, right, yes, because he's on a boat. But you put they vote every year. Look up the world ship, okay?
They
Look that
vote
up.
or they vote?
They vote where they're going to go around the world, and you just you could stay on the boat the entire time. They sell these condos on the
Absolutely
boat.
not.
I'm not interested in that at all.
Absolutely not.
I'm never going to cruise. I went on a cruise right after I graduated high school. Before I went to college with some friends. I will never get on a cruise ship
I don't
again.
think I would go on a 15-day cruise.
Oh, I mean, the recovery from a cruise may be one of the most insane things to have to do, because a week after you get back, you're still rocking back and forth, and I get motion sickness. It wasn't a good experience for me.
This was Vinny Pasquantino on Bat Speed on MLB Network.
Largest increase in bat speed?
Yeah, I did know this.
Concerted effort in the offseason, change of workouts or anything? Swinging heavy bat?
I got stronger in the offseason. There wasn't any concerted effort to just increase the bat speed. I'm trying to figure out if this is a good thing for me or not. Because I've started to swing and miss a little bit more. I've started to chase a little bit more this year. And I'm wondering if I'm trying too hard. So there's a piece of it where it's like, am I overswinging? It's something we're walking through right now of where am I at my best? We've started to look at some bat speed models from the past few years of, okay, where's my honey hole? Is that in a vacuum, swinging fast?
Is that because you believe sometimes with the increased bat speed you might be in and out of the zone?
Yeah. Well, last night, for example, I hit a cutter right here, 108 that way. That's not doing anything. I don't really want to do that. Right. So, I think there's a piece of it where some of it is, and it was a 2-0 count, so I'm ready to rip, I'm ready to go, and got the pitch that I thought I wanted.
I don't think I need any more.
Yeah,
of that.
no, I'm just going to tell you right now, in layman's terms, Vinny's lost and doesn't know what to do.
Why are we thinking too much?
Yeah,
like, why don't
what
we
are we
just,
doing here, man?
I'm not going to go to your level of C-ball, hit-ball, but that sounded like, the Russell Crowe movie, A Beautiful Mind, when he's doing all the...
That's exactly what it is. It's too much.
Like, dude, what are we doing?
That's why I could complain for years about the nerds in baseball ruining the game. I mean, you got a guy like Vinny Pasquantino who was unbelievable last year, right? And our friend Miles tweeted this on Twitter, so I'll give him credit for that. He goes, this dude had like 100 RBIs last year. Why is he changing anything? And I'm like, that's a brilliant point. Like, you have to get better each offseason and do those things.
Right.
But if you're coming off a season that was epic, like Vinny was last year, right? He was great last year. Keep it simple, stupid, right? KISS. Let's not break something let's not fix something that isn't broken.
Yeah.
Why are we doing this kind of stuff? It sounded like listening to Vinny talk about that stuff. He's got so much information right now going on in his head, and they need to take all that information away from him and probably everybody else on the team. And that's why I get so upset and frustrated with the way that baseball and sports has gone, where we have allowed nerds to infiltrate the sport and they cloud the heads of athletes with stuff that they just don't need to be thinking about. Like, you go back to a guy like, I just say Kevin Seitzer when he was a player, one of the better hitters of his generation, right? Do you think he was thinking about any of this kind of stuff and bat speed and launch angle and all that stuff?
Didn't exist.
Right. But it doesn't need to exist.
That's not an advantage nor a disadvantage to him as well. Like, I mean,
guys were better hitters before all of the analytics came into baseball.
Launch angle is very key, though, because I mean, that's, instead of popping the ball up or grinding the ball out, you're trying to find that sweet spot of like anywhere between like 25 and 35 degrees.
Single line drive,
But that's what that is. So they're figuring out where that degree is to hit that line drive to where they can get their bat to be, okay, this is where I need it to be, because if I do this, more often than not, when I'm at a 25 to 35 degree launch angle, that's going to be a hard hit line drive.
And that is way too much for somebody to process when they got less than a second to see a pitch from the mound. And so that's where I get frustrated. We're not dealing with, doctors curing cancer here. We're dealing with baseball players, football players, whatever it is. The simpler you can keep it, the better off everybody's going to be in sports, because now Vinny's going up to the plate thinking about launch angle, thinking about bat speed, thinking about I have to slow my bat down, all this kind of stuff. Guys would get into slumps. They go look at some video of when they were good. All right, my back elbow needs to be up a little bit more and I'll be fine and I'll get this taken care of. As you mentioned, the beautiful mind. That's probably going through Vinny's head and probably everybody else's head at this point in time when they're going up to the plate. Like, I just think that part of the game has ruined the game of baseball. It is ruining the game of football when you start to factor in this analytic stuff. Like, just let these guys go out there and let them use their talent. Sometimes it's okay to just say, just see ball, hit ball, go out there and play and take all this away. And Vinny, I feel bad for him because he had a great year last year. He didn't need any fixing this offseason, you know?
Yeah. I don't know. I agree and I disagree, because I agree that there are a lot of things that don't need to happen within like numbers and analytics. Like, I think sometimes like a shortstop moving 1 foot over to his left doesn't make sense. But then I watch a guy hit the ball 1 foot to his left.
That I don't mind.
And I'm like, okay, that makes sense. Like that's analytics. That's 1,000% black and white. That is analytic baseball. And there are times that I don't understand. Like, I think like there was one night, like I think last night, Kyle Isbell was, using the torpedo bat, and he was going into using that bat because he was
had
like,
a good night last night, didn't he?
And he was like, this guy pitches me inside, so I'm gonna like use this bat. That is analytics, and it works. Like, that's just the way it sometimes, and sometimes it doesn't work, and we don't think about it in a way because we think of all these numbers, and it's fair to have that sort of feeling. But I think the biggest problem with baseball is just it's always been this way with every baseball player you've ever known or met. They're all not weird.
No,
but
they are.
Yeah, like in college, like the UCM baseball team, like they were their own like cult. Like that's just the UCM baseball bros. They stuck together. They didn't really venture out from each other. They had their own house parties. You weren't invited unless you were a very good looking female, and they just did their thing. And then in high school, the class below me, they won state. But there were a couple goofballs in that group that were like, didn't touch the white line, had to wear the same underwear, like all that sort of stuff. Like, like there's some of that in football, but like baseball, it's so to me, it's so similar when it comes to like the things that they do to try to improve their sport and their craft. It's so much similar to golf. Like I will watch a guy who I know is good at golf, who was like a 5 handicap, and you'll go out in the course and you're like, what are you doing? And he's like, oh, I got this new like putting mirror that has like a weighted magnet on my putter to help with my drag back to keep my line straight. And I'm like,
oh God.
I'm like, dude, like you don't need to do all that. Like, I get it. You probably found a trend on, Twitter, Instagram, and we all have that friend if you golf or if you slow pitch softball guys probably that way too. Like
hell, barbecue guy is that way, right?
Like, well, I got this different hickory pellet that makes it taste or cook a little slow. And you're like, my dad makes really good ribs with like charcoal briquettes, like whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
So, I mean, there's always going to be people that are going to find an advantage of it. And then there's people that when that advantage doesn't work, are going to find the disadvantages of it. So maybe the guy that gets the mirror line putting with a weighted anchor is going to end up taking his 5 handicap to a 4. If that's what gets him joy, then do it. But like, hopefully it works, because if it doesn't, you're going to start overthinking, and then you're going to lose confidence, and then you're not going to have results, and then you're going to be, lost,
right?
Which is the process that we're at. And right now, everybody without the number of 7 on their jersey is completely lost, has completely lost all of their confidence, and we know that baseball players get lost in their own mind, and hopefully this is something they can get out of, because like I said, I'm not throwing anything away. I'm just disappointed. You're 1 in 5 in your last 6 games. You went to Cleveland, you won 1 game.
Right.
You went to New York and you got swept. Did Cody Bellinger make a great play at the end of the game? He sure the hell did.
Yes, he did.
But you still hit it into his glove.
Right.
And then the third thing is, now I feel like, and maybe I'm being hyperbolic here, now it's like you have to go to Detroit and win 3 out of 4. And I know some people are like, F that, dude, you got to sweep. Fine if you want to have that. But I'm in the theory and I'm in the belief that you go to Detroit now, you have to win 3 of 4 just to win 4 games on this road trip and go 4-6.
4-6. So you say have to win, and I agree.
I really think so.
I agree and disagree. I disagree from the overall big picture of baseball, but I agree from the fan interest standpoint, and that really is the most important thing. Right? The week from today is the draft.
That's right.
You also know what Monday is, right?
That's
an
right.
off day for the Royals. That is an off day for the Royals. If they go to Detroit and get swept, off day on Monday. Forget about it, man. You're in the rearview mirror at that point in time for a lot of fans. And as you can tell by, the text line and texts that I get from friends of mine and whatnot, like people are on that ledge. You go to Detroit and you get swept by the Tigers, come in Monday, and that's an off day for the Royals, it's going to be out of sight, out of mind. And I don't want that on the 21st of April, right? I don't want to be going into draft week with the Royals kind of in that rearview mirror where they're going to have to win 5 or 6 games just to get back to even, because that's not easy to do. The good news is after this series with the Tigers, off day, and then you get 3 against the Rockies. You have to sweep the Colorado Rockies. You have to take care of business at home against Colorado. And then I think you have Tampa coming up as well. So you've got to take care of business when you have that opportunity to do so. But if you get swept by the Yankees and then you get swept by the Tigers, that means you won 1 game out of the 10 games on this road trip, and you come back 1-9 from a 10-game road trip. I wouldn't blame fans for saying, take care. We'll see you at another time.
Because what are they, 8-11?
Yeah.
8-11, so they played 19 games. They were 3 games under 500.
Right. Yeah. Tomorrow's it's the second game of an NFL season. Your second 10 games, and if we look at it and they lose, let's say they lose tonight, you're sitting at 8-12 now. That's not a great start to the season, and for a lot of fans, that's all they need to say no. That's all they need to say, I'll see you next year, or I'll see you later in the season if something were to start going and something were to start moving in the right direction. And so that's kind of where I feel right now. So, yeah, it's an imperative series to keep the fan interest, not an imperative series for the overall scheme of where we are in the baseball season, but it is all about the fan interest and getting fans out to the ballpark because, I mean, ask the average dad with kids. They got stuff going on. The Royals aren't winning. You go to the ballpark, you're probably not going to make room for it, right?
Right. So to wrap up this conversation, the Royals are 8-11. If they were to win 3 or 4 against Detroit, they would finish 1 game under 500 with an off day, which is okay, let's reset. Let's get this team back. We all need a break. Let's go. Let's have our little, recession, and then we'll come back, or not a recession, but our recess.
Mm-hmm.
And then if you do the opposite of what you said, get swept, you're 8-15.
Yeah.
You're 7 games under 500, and now you're kind of digging that hole to where it's like, that's why I say it's tough to come back from that, because now you're 7 games under 500. You've lost 4 to Detroit, who would then be 14-8, and you got to catch them. Plus, you got to catch that even line,
and you got to catch the Indians and probably somebody else at that point in time, whether you're facing a wild card or you're looking for the division. So yeah, it is an imperative series from that standpoint.
Very disappointed. Something that wouldn't make you disappointed, Mac. Why don't you join us for this one as well? 2 first-round picks, right? If you could trade the Chiefs' next 2 first-round picks this year and next year for any player in the NFL, for any player, who are you making the move for?
Well, it's not Tyreek Hill, because the GM of the Dolphins said
Nico Harrison.
Yeah, right. He'd make that trade. But he would. Somebody asked the GM of Miami yesterday, faceless, nameless guy down there, what would you take for Tyreek Hill? He goes, we'll start at 2 first-round draft picks. And I'm like, all right, 2 first-round draft picks for Tyreek Hill, who's at, 30-some years old and, probably has more going on in this offseason than anybody else has got going on this offseason. And so I'm like, I wouldn't give up 2 first-round picks for Tyreek Hill right now. But who would you give up 2 first-round picks? If I were to tell you can give up the next 2 first-round picks that the Chiefs have, 31 this year, 32 next year, who are you going to give up those picks for? You can pick anybody in the NFL.
Oh, it's easy.
It's easy.
Yeah, it's one team. You can pick 2 players from one team. You either take Max Crosby or Brock Bowers. Whoever you take, I don't hate you for it.
Either one. Either one of those guys. I would take Bowers over Crosby.
Okay.
I just would, because
offense.
No, I think he's more of a weapon than Max Crosby is. That's my opinion. Brock Bowers, man. I'll tell you what. If it wasn't for Travis Kelce, I'd be like a huge Brock Bowers fan. And he also plays for the Raiders.
You had Chris Jones, Max Crosby, Karlaftis.
I mean, that'd be sick. That'd be nuts.
Talk about a weapon. It'd just be the
incredible.
Whole. Yeah. I guess they're not drafting D-line anymore this year.
Right, exactly. But I think tight end and offensive weapons, he's the next guy. He's got a much longer career ahead of him than Max Crosby does. Not that Max is done, obviously, but Bowers is going into his second year. I do like that. See, I'd say Barkley, but I can't trust the guy's health, so I have to move away from the running back. I have to dissipate from that idea, because I would like to have I'd like to have a Gentry drafted by the Chiefs, but I can't.
Oh, Gentry, yes.
Gentry, yeah. I'll go Myles Garrett.
That'd be fantastic. Yeah, he'd be incredible.
A little older than Max.
Similar to the Max Crosby thing. Maybe, a year or 2 older, probably.
But dear Lord.
Yeah, but just, oh my gosh. I mean, Chris Jones.
Calm down over there.
Yeah,
so
I mean, Chris Jones on one side, him on the other, and Karlaftis kind of rotating in and out wherever he wants to
get. You got a Minihue in there?
And a Minihue,
Chuck coming in. Absolutely.
And the first, we're not going to have a pick this
Felix
year.
And Felix and Uzama.
Yeah, that's right. We're forgetting about Felix. Yeah.
Come on, guys.
So who you going with? You go with Nico Imaleva?
Gosh, Nico, I'm an idiot. I would go with Justin Jefferson. I think that's who I'd go with.
Oh, okay.
Go with offense. Best wide receiver in the league.
The first thing that popped in my head was Chase.
Yep, Chase. That's
Chase
another
Daniel?
name. He'd be great.
Get us some more money, man.
Yeah.
Bijan Robinson came to mind, but similar. I'm like, running back, what is that, a year or two? And
That's
I just don't
what I
know.
was, yeah. I'm very, 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 very close to saying, give me Saquon Barkley. But he had a great year last year. He will probably get hurt in week 1.
Yeah, but
or he may not make
but
it out
you're
of
right.
training camp this year, you know?
It'd be pretty cool to have. Like Jameer Gibbs on this team.
I almost said him
nice
too. Yeah.
Like like I feel like the way you just got about like Myles Garrett being a Chief. Like if Andy Reid was giving Jameer Gibbs, he'd be like, oh boy, okay, here we go.
Yeah,
I need 3 town topics. And I need about 4 hours to myself and some paper and pen.
Yeah.
And we're just gonna go nuts on screenplays, draw plays, like
amazing.
all these oh geez.
I mean, that obviously a really nice running back like that would be wonderful here in Kansas City. I just hope they don't try to force it again.
Real
you
deal
know?
Devin Neal, dog.
Yeah.
That's who everybody wants.
I know that's
now.
what everyone wants, the hometown guy.
Well, he's a hometown guy. If he played at Washington State,
Well, and like
exactly.
he's the real deal.
Well, because if your name rhymes with like Greg Hill was the real deal for a while. Like if your name rhymes with that, you're
gonna be the real deal.
Yeah, it's
I'm
like
the thriller who rocks vanilla.
It's like every guy whose name is Smith, they call him Smitty. You know,
Smitty.
Or if your last
Great
name is
bar in
Rose,
Lawrenceburg.
it's Rosie. You know, that's kind of the way that goes.
Rosie. Yeah.
So if your name rhymes with the real deal, then that's your nickname.
That's what it is.
But yeah, if Devin Neal played at Washington State, you're right. Nobody would know.
How do you automatically coin the man? Like I'm Dust Man. Like how do
Dust
that's
Man.
what Binkley calls it, Dust Man. Like
Man, that's
how do you get
Binkley.
the man?
Yeah.
Well, he'll call him like Mac Man.
No,
What's
he
up,
does
Mac Man?
not.
I've never heard
He
that
does
name.
not.
He calls him Mac Man Jones.
No, he does not. Does he call me Bob Man?
Yeah.
Bob Man. Hey, listen,
Fescoe Man.
Yeah, Fescoe Man's good.
Dust Man just works, though.
Dust Man, yeah,
it
exactly.
does.
Yeah.
Mac Man does not
No,
work.
my
That
brother's
means-
named Asher. We call him Asherman. Ashman.
Yeah, see,
It works.
There's just
yeah.
man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ashman. Yeah.
Ashman?
Yeah. I agree with you though, Bob. Don't reach on a running back.
Yeah.
Don't force it.
Right.
Let it come to you.
Real deal, Devin Neal.
No, wait.
I saw it again yesterday about the defensive line in this draft. I forget, one of the draft analysts is now saying there's like 28 out of the top 100 players in this draft are defensive linemen.
Sweet.
28% of the draft. I mean, that's almost
insane.
a third of the draft are top 100 are defensive linemen. The Chiefs got to get rich on the defensive line, I think, in this
These
draft. And I
ratings
think
are
they will.
Great for this exciting draft that we're gonna have.
They will be, right?
Oh, I can't wait. Cannot wait. See, they
17 million people watch somebody read names?
yeah.
What the hell? I mean, it's the draft.
There's always like the
Names.
awkwardness of like somebody that reads a name that you're like, why did they choose him? Like he is 97.
He cannot read this
With
name.
the next pick of the NFL draft, the Baltimore. Why is he doing this?
Oh, Todd, that's a great pick. I'll tell you what, he fits the system perfectly here in Buffalo. He can be alongside Josh Allen and have the ability to go out there and do things that nobody else can do. Nobody ever says anything, that means anything about these players. They don't know anything. They're making that stuff up as they go along.
I heard he's got jealousy issues, Dave. Could be a factor because his girlfriend is a cheerleader. Coming up next.
Yeah.
Just kidding. Coming up next, though, there are 2 players on the Royals, and I want to know which one impresses you more in the category that we discuss on the other side of 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City Sports.
Fescoe and Dusty. Subscribe and watch the show on YouTube by going to our channel at The Fan 965, Kansas City's FM sports station, 96.5 The Fan.
Well, my friends over at Aspen Lawn and Pest Control have done an unbelievable job. They came yesterday when we were out, mowed the lawn again, and I mean, it looks like a carpet out there right now. I want to go out there in my bare feet and walk around. That's how comfortable that lawn looks. Not a dandelion to be found. It looks immaculate, and they've only put down one application, and our lawn already looks great. And if you want your lawn to look great as well, call the college-educated professionals over at Aspen Lawn and Pest Control, because for me, I just couldn't figure it out. I've tried and tried and tried, and it just wasn't working, so I waved that white flag and said, hey, Aspen Lawn and Pest Control, come take care of this, and they've done an unbelievable job. The next step is that mosquito dome over the house. I can't wait till they spray and keep out all the mosquitoes. We love sitting outside during the spring and summer, and to have the mosquitoes taken care of is going to be awesome. And it's not just the mosquitoes, it's the fleas, it's the ticks, it's all of those bugs that you don't want on your dog or yourself, and Aspen Lawn and Pest Control is going to take care of all of that as well. They've been serving Kansas City since 1985, and if you mention this ad, you'll get up to half off your first application when you call them and say, hey, fix my lawn. Visit them today at aspenlawn.com. That's aspenlawn.com.
At Odyssey, we believe in creating a diverse and inclusive workforce. We also value the power of community and encourage local organizations to help us in referring qualified applicants to our stations. If you're a community organization interested in receiving our vacancy information, simply email equalemployment@odyssey.com. You'll be notified of all our open positions. That's equalemployment@odyssey.com. And for all our listeners, please visit odysseyinc.com/careers for a list of job openings at all Odyssey radio stations.
Well, I'll tell you what, if you're in the state of Missouri, I've got great news for you because the Underdog app is now available to play in Missouri. And Underdog just became one of the best places to make entries during the basketball playoffs with their Extender promo. With the Extender, you can play your way into increasingly bigger boosts each round of the playoffs. Start a playoff series by using your Game 1 boost and continue boosting each subsequent game to unlock the next one. The longer the series, the bigger the boost. And like I said, Underdog is now available to play in Missouri, and millions of fans have already won billions making plays on Underdog. I love the Underdog app because what I like about it is you can combine entries from all sorts of sports. You can do basketball and baseball in one entry. You can do all basketball, all baseball. Whatever you want is there on the Underdog app. So just download it and choose whether a player will go higher or lower on one of their stats, from points, assists, and so much more. And playing on Underdog is a layup. Just pick higher or lower on player stats, and you have an opportunity to win. So download the Underdog app and sign up with promo code BOB to unlock a special offer of up to $1,000 in bonus cash when you make your first deposit with promo code BOB. Must be 18 and over and present in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. See assets.underdogfantasy.com/web/extend.html for details. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.ncpgambling.org.
Some things just go together, like peanut butter and jelly, or a Casey's spicy chicken sandwich and a 49-cent medium fountain drink, or a Casey's breakfast sandwich and a 49-cent fountain drink, or even Casey's limited time Italian deli sliders and a 49-cent fountain drink. You get the idea. It's not crazy. It's Casey's. See store for details.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Chuck McDowell here. If you were misled or lied to in any way when buying a timeshare, right now is your wake-up call. With the tariffs, economy tanking, and inflation rising, you might need to ask yourself this question. Is owning a timeshare a good idea? With all the economic uncertainty, you need to protect yourself and your family. Don't look back and say, if I'd have only got rid of that stupid timeshare they lied to me about. It's time to stop thinking about canceling your timeshare and finally get rid of it and be smart with your money. At Wesley Financial Group, we've saved 48,000 families an average of $65,000 in lifetime payments. Give us a call. I guarantee if we take you as a client, we will cancel your timeshare permanently or you'll pay nothing.
Call Wesley for your free timeshare exit kit. 800-282-7766. 800-282-7766. 800-282-7766.
When I started watching my favorite team as almost Andy Reid, I couldn't get out of the parking lot due to my new popularity. Renner Garage Door has an offer that's just as popular. $100 maintenance check to keep your door running smooth. Get a free replacement quote. Renner carries top brands like Delden, Amar, and LiftMaster, family owned since 1956. Call or visit rennerdoor.com. Renner forward and back.
RENNER. Bankruptcy, foreclosure, bad divorce? Don't worry. Rawhide Harley is now considering all credit applications. Couldn't get financed before? Don't worry. No perfect credit, no cash down, no problem. Get financed on a new Harley today. Visit rawhideharley.com.
On approved credit.
Still getting around to that fix on your car? You got this. On eBay, you'll find millions of parts guaranteed to fit. Doesn't matter if it's a major engine repair or your first time swapping your windshield wipers. eBay has that part you need, ready to click perfectly into place for changes big and small. Loud or quiet. Find all the parts you need at prices you'll love. Guaranteed to fit every time. But you already know that. eBay. Things, people, love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Sweetie, come here. Don't worry. I see a lot of patients with the exact same thing.
Ever since the ice skating rink went in next door?
Or is it more than
Dr. Clark's business is heating up.
So many patients need my help. How will I find time to see all of them?
They need to hire a scheduler, stat.
I need Indeed.
Indeed, you do. When you sponsor a job on Indeed, it's easier for talented candidates to find it, which makes it easier for you to hire them. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
What's up, baseball fans? Go yard with BetMGM, the sportsbook born in Vegas. Enjoy top odds on your favorite home run bets, fast and convenient ways to play same-game parlays, special boosts and tokens, and so much more. From the first pitch to the game-winning fireworks, there are more ways than ever to supercharge your excitement. Download the BetMGM app and get your piece of MLB action. BetMGM is an official partner of Major League Baseball. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 years of age and older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Available in the U.S. For New York, 8778-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. For Arizona, 1-800-NEXT-STEP. For Massachusetts, 1-800-327-5050. For Iowa, 1-800-BETS-OFF. For Puerto Rico, 1-800-981-0023. First bet offers for new customers only. All other promotions for existing customers. Subject to eligibility requirements. In partnership with Kansas Crossing Casino and Hotel. Major League Baseball trademarks. Used with permission.
Here's traffic, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
Northland 29 northbound slows from Wacomas up towards the 635 interchange with an accident on the apex of the ramp. In Belton, 49 northbound, slow rolling past Missouri 58, moves better past 155th Street. Alan Carr at 96.5 The Fan, traffic.
This sounds like the Grateful Alive.
I think that's who that is, yeah. The Ungrateful Alive is who it is.
The Ungrateful Living.
You think Hugh likes these guys too?
No, but I feel like that's where the snob of the Grateful Dead fans come in. It's like I feel like they are okay with widespread panic. I think John Mayer finally won them over the last couple of years. A buddy of mine named Mike said he went and saw him in Wrigley, Dead and Company. He's like, yeah, John Mayer's the man. He can do whatever he wants from here on out. And I was
See,
like,
that needs to be asked to Q next week, too.
Yeah.
What he thinks of that. Because I don't think he's a dead snob. I think, because when we asked him his songs, when we were doing the thing last week where we were working in a Grateful Dead song into every question, if anybody got that, congratulations, Q definitely did.
He's like, you guys are on a roll today.
Yeah, right. But like, you ask him about his favorite song, and Touch of Grey, Truckin', all those songs that everybody knows. Like,
those are actually the mainstream songs, Bob.
See, I hate people like that. And Garrett, I'm going to sell you out again. You were like that with Dave Matthews when we were in college. Oh, you like Dave Matthews now? I'm out because everybody liked Dave Matthews, right? Like that's I always like. And Garrett's one of my best friends in the world. He's part of our baseball trip.
That's actually like a mainstream song that's been on the radio.
I mean, yeah.
And he sings songs like, like the number 41, Gray Street.
I love Gray Street. That is a great song, too. But Garrett used to play this didgeridoo. If you know what a didgeridoo is, right?
Yeah.
Used to play this in college all the time, and now he's a KC fire chief. Shout out Garrett in the fire department.
Let's go.
They do great work up there. He was for a while, yes.
Nice.
We kind of made him shave on the baseball trip, or shaved him. What?
Tie him down, boys.
Did you see Mac just spit the water?
Boy, my head like cocked to the right. Did he say that?
What happened?
So anyway,
get the nair, fellas. He's gonna earn this one.
I had a kid that I grew up with. His name was Billy something, and they lived in their car, which was really sad.
Damn.
It was awful. But the guy nared his hair. The guy nared his head.
That sucks,
like
dude.
in like 4th grade. Yeah.
Oh.
Eesh.
Yeah, nared his head. I'm like, okay.
I
yeah.
want you to nair for, I was trying to clean up down there.
Oh, God.
Yikes.
What?
Dude, it burned.
Oh.
I did it before.
It's awful.
Well, I'd done it before, but the razor burned. So I didn't want to do that again.
Yeah, I get you.
Because I'm like, this is not a good look, dude. They're
Right.
going to be like, they're like, have you been out of the country?
Yeah. Have you ever been waxed?
No.
Have you ever been waxed? No. Do not do it. So right before our wedding, I went and got my back waxed. That was my wedding present to Jen. I'm going to get my back waxed, right? And at that point in time, I was living in St. Louis, which, is hell on earth. And so we were getting married, and I'm cheap, so I went to the beauty school to have my back waxed.
Oh, nice.
Oh, but they practiced on me,
Of
and
course,
they
you were
used
the
like
dummy.
little tiny strips of wax, and I mean, and my whole back was bleeding.
You look like a man
Awful.
lantern.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. It was terrible. I'll never do that again. So.
All right. As everyone has thrown up their morning coffee, yesterday I saw a statistic on Twitter of Cole Reagans and the 3 pitchers who have accumulated at least 1 win above replacement this season. Their F-WAR, for those of you that love stats and numbers and stuff like that. Hunter Green, pretty good pitcher, right? Paul Skeens, pretty solid.
Heard of him.
Heard of that guy?
Yeah.
Heard of him more of his girlfriend?
Not allowed to talk about that, Dusty.
Okay, yeah, that's right. and then Cole Reagans. Cole Reagans tied for the lead in wins above replacements for a pitcher. The F-WAR. Cole Reagans 1.2, Hunter Green 1.2. Paul Skeens, the future Hall of Famer who has not even pitched a full season yet, 1.1. So Cole Reagans being on that list. And then we all know the other list. Bobby Witt Jr. is the second best player in baseball, according to the MLB's top 100.
Yep.
It was Shohei Ohtani. Then there was 2 different universes between everybody else.
Right.
Right.
Let's just start with 2.
And then, and then there's Bobby Witt Jr., Aaron Judge, Juan Soto, but now Juan Soto's out because he can't hit behind
That's right.
Judge. He's got to be in front of him.
Pete Alonso's taking all the good pitches now.
And he is not complaining. So what's more impressive, having the second or best pitcher in baseball or having the second or maybe in our minds the best baseball player in baseball?
Well, I would always go pitching because I always do believe good pitching beats good hitting, and it happens
You're just
in the playoffs
kind of in
all
love
the
with
time.
Reagans the way I'm in love with Caglione.
Well, I wouldn't
Like, it's
go
impressive.
that far, but I
He's
am enamored.
must-watch TV for you.
Yeah,
like
he
if
is.
he's on the mound, TV's on, patio,
Yeah, right.
legs crossed, cocktail hand if it's a
Right.
Friday.
Well, I
and
put
you're
a
like,
lounge chair out there now. It's very
it's
nice. Move the lounge
But
chair
yeah,
over. It's very
and
good.
I don't blame you for that because dude's probably going to have that season.
Yeah, he is. I mean, I love watching Cole Reagans pitch. You know what else I love about Cole Reagans?
The way he wears his hat?
Well, no, his face. And what I mean by that is there's zero emotion from that guy. He's out there to just shove it, man.
Yeah.
He doesn't care who you are, where you're from, what you've done, whether you're Juan Soto or whoever. He's going to go out there and he believes he's going to kick your ass. And I love that in a pitcher. I love that in Cole Reagans. And we really haven't had that guy. We had that a little bit in Yo, but it wasn't like it is with Cole Reagans because Cole Reagans gets the job done every single time. There's ups and downs with Yo. Cole Reagans is just dialed in. I mean, again, we haven't seen somebody like this since Zach Greinke do his thing. And so good pitching for me every day of the week.
Yeah, I get that. I would just say more impressive is Bobby just because he does it all. He's a 5-tool player, so I'm going to give Bobby the nod. But yeah, Reagans, I mean, he's right up there. Yeah.
It's both, obviously.
Yeah,
but,
exactly. No wrong answer.
But it is crazy to think that, like, Bobby Witt Jr. last night is, and the other nights, like, Bobby Witt Jr. hits a home run, the only run the Royals get. Bobby Witt Jr. gets a base hit, gets the second on a walk, scores.
I told you he's responsible for 31% of the Royals' runs this year.
It's absurd.
I don't know. I think it is, but I didn't go through like Judge and some of these other guys. I just did what Bobby was because, again, I was listening to the Yankee side of things for the last couple of days. It's a Bobby Witt love fest for 3 hours. It's unbelievable. Right. It absolutely should be. But they can't tell you enough good things about Bobby Witt. Like it's thing after thing after thing after thing about Bobby Witt. And I'm like, okay. And, he was responsible for a run last night. I'm like, what percentage of the runs is Bobby Witt responsible for? 31% of the runs so far this year for the Royals.
Makes you wonder when they get to if they get to the playoffs, why the award MVP, what it really means. Because last night the MVP was well-deserved by Aaron Judge.
Yep.
They won the game off of his baseball bat.
Right. He got the job done.
Can the Royals get out of this slump? We'll find out. But coming up on the other side, we get into a team that has not had a slump for almost a decade. That is the Kansas City Chiefs, because we're a week away from the draft. Let's talk some Chiefs on the other side here on Fescoe and Dusty on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City Sports.
Hey, it's Bobby Witt Jr., and you're listening to Fescoe and Dusty on your home for Royals baseball, 96.5 The Fan.
Hey, it's Dusty Likens, and remember, I've got those friends at GiveMeTheVin.com, and GiveMeTheVin.com is already the best place to sell your car, and now it's even better with the GiveMeTheVin.com's big cash giveaway. Give Me The Vin is giving away $25,000 in cash every month. There are 2 ways to win. Get 250 chances to win with your mail-in entry or 1,000 chances to win if they buy your car. GiveMeTheVin.com wants to buy your car, whether it's your daily driver, pickup truck, SUV, minivan, supercar, or exotic. So say goodbye to dealing with dealerships and private sale tire kickers and get a true buy offer for your car. GiveMeTheVin.com puts your car right on the money, providing you with hassle-free online options to sell your car for more. It's as simple as going to GiveMeTheVin.com and entering your car's VIN number or license plate number. You'll get an offer on your car in minutes that is always well above any dealer quote and is guaranteed to beat a CarMax offer, or they'll send you a check for $100. You can go to one of their pickup locations or they'll come to you. It's easy and it's fast. GimmeTheVin.com is America's best car buyer, and it's so easy you can do it in your underwear. If you don't believe me, just listen to this.
Sell us your car. GimmeTheVin.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
Honey, our new James Hardy siding from Powell Exteriors KC looks so good. Our house went from worst to first. The neighbor waved at me today with her whole hand. I'm ready for phase 2 of our home transformation. Let's call Powell about that new deck. They're offering financing at 0% for 18 months on everything. You should call today at 816-656-1160 or take another look at their stunning work on powellkc.com, Facebook, and Instagram.
Hey, it's NBA champion Bill Wennington. It's the best time to be a basketball fan. All the thrills and the playoff drama, done sitting on the sidelines and ready to win some real cash? Check out Pick 6 from DraftKings. When it comes to basketball payouts, DraftKings Pick 6 posterizes the competition, including prize picks. Hit all your picks and score higher minimum payouts on Pick 6 Plus. Even more cash if you outscore the competition.
Download the DraftKings Pick 6 app now and use code 965. That's code 965 for new customers to play $5, get $50 in Pick 6 credits. Better payouts, bigger wins. Only with Pick 6 from DraftKings. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Must be 18 plus. Age and eligibility restrictions vary by jurisdiction. Void where prohibited. One per new customer. Bonus awarded as non-withdrawable Pick 6 credits that expire in 14 days. Limited time offer. See terms at pick6.draftkings.com/promos.
Some people just know they could save hundreds on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Like, you know, to check you have your phone first, before the cab pulls away.
Hey, thanks, man. No, wait, my phone! Come back! It's got my boarding pass, credit cards, phone numbers, my life! Come back!
Checking first is smart. So check Allstate first for a quote that could save you hundreds. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Savings vary. Subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Now at Verizon, we have some big news for your peace of mind. For all our customers, existing and new, we're locking in low prices for 3 years guaranteed on My Plan and My Home. That's future you peace of mind. And everyone can save on a brand new phone on My Plan when you trade in any phone from one of our top brands. That's new phone peace of mind. Because at Verizon, whether you're already a customer or you're just joining us, we got you. Visit Verizon today. Price guarantee applies to then current base monthly rate. Additional terms and conditions apply for all offers.
Here's traffic, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
Brought to you by Jay's Southland Tow Service, Missouri side, 29 northbound. Things are slow from 169 highway up towards the interchange with 635 with an accident on the apex of the ramp. 71 northbound, still rolling into downtown from 22nd Street. Having unexpected car trouble or just in a car accident, call Jay's Southland Tow Service, 816-779-4869 or southlandtow.com. Use the tow service trusted by most local police departments. They can do it all, so be in the know and call Jay's Southland Tow. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan, traffic.
Hey, it's Cole Riggins, and this is 96.5 The Fan, your home for Royals baseball.
KFNC FM and AM, HD1 and HD2, Kansas City, and Odyssey Sports Station.
This is what you want to listen to when it looks like that outside and you're driving to work.
Yeah.
You're like, damn it, it's Thursday already.
Yeah,
Let's
this
do
is top down, T-Bird, hand out the window, Rob Maloney style, baby. Dude.
This is Can't Fight the Feelers.
Oh.
What?
And there it is.
And I can't fight these
No,
feelers
anymore.
But you might be riding the storm out listening to us, and we appreciate you. That's 2 REO drops there for the folks listening at home or in the car or on the app or on the YouTube channel. If you like and subscribe, it goes right to the top of the screen. You don't have to go anywhere, so you can get great content like
A+ body type with well-proportioned frame and premium length.
What?
Well, we're in draft talk, dude. You better get this down because Friday night or Thursday, April 24th, when you're out there talking to people and signing autographs.
You talking to Mac?
No, I'm talking to you.
Oh.
Thursday, April 24th, at the Landing in Liberty, starting at 6 p.m. Bink and Unicero.
Nobody wants me to degrade some of their stuff with a signature.
No, you're signing my pretzel. I'm going to put it on a door with duct tape and sell it for $1 million. All
right.
Bink and Unicero. Broadcasting
10.
live during the first round. Draft contest is back. You have a chance at $965 plus autographed Jawan Taylor helmet as the prize. 1 point for player drafted in first round. 3 points if you get right player on right team. Sheet must be turned in prior to the number
What'd
one
you
pick
just
on the
say?
clock. 3 points if you get right player on right team.
Oh, you said sheet. I thought you were
Sheet,
doing an
yes.
impression of, what's his name from, why am I drawing a blank? Oh, my
You
God,
talking
The
about-
Wire.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I can't do it, but I know what you're
Yeah.
saying. Yes.
Yes, actually, yes, please do not say that on the air. But, this did happen.
Lo menciono porque lleva 10 esta noche Nicolás.
Oh, yeah.
Dos bolas sin strike.
Good night, man.
Palo
There's
por la
Nicholas.
derecha. Es Gavin. Holy Cheese. A la calle. Sheets, ra, ra, ra. Su número 2 del año.
Yeah. The name Clay Davis is who you're
Clay
looking for.
Davis, yes. I don't know why I was drawing a blank on that, yes.
Crime in my city in Baltimore? Shoot. But no, it is the draft. It is the 24th of April, a week from today. And all the fan attendants will be there. Like I said, you can talk to Bob, Mac, myself, Gold, Cody. You can ask Gold what he means by this.
A+ body type with well-proportioned frame and premium length.
I like that.
I don't know if he's talking about me or Caglione.
I don't know who he's talking about in that situation, man. That could be anybody.
Yeah, I mean, A+ body type, proportion, and length.
I mean, look at the crew that we have here. Is he talking about Binkley? Is he talking about Cody? Is he talking about Carrington? Is he talking about Mac? Who's he talking about in that scenario?
A+ body type with well-proportioned frame and premium length.
Spector's like, that was my scouting report coming out of high school as I was being recruited by San Diego State to go play baseball.
But yeah, you can listen to Cody and Gold from 10 to 2, but right now you're listening to...
All right, on the Fescoe and Dusty show, right?
That's right.
That's right, Q. You got it.
But the Chiefs playoff odds are out. Sports betting books have them. This one that we have here is literally just called sports betting.
Yeah. Sportsbetting.ag.
Yeah.
But they're always the ones who do the fun prop bets. They're the offshore ones.
Right. Kansas City to make the playoffs, right?
80% chance to make the playoffs.
Minus 400, yes. Plus 300, no.
Mm-hmm.
Plus 300, no is kind of a slap in the face if you ask me. Should be like plus 500.
Yeah.
In my opinion, or plus like 600.
Plus $1 million. I mean, seriously. Like
they missed it once in Andy Reid's tenure here?
Yeah, Dusty, one time, his second year. Okay, 2014, they missed the playoffs and went 9-7.
I was going to say they were still over 500.
Right.
Holy Cheese.
So, I mean, I don't know. I mean, like, I don't honestly know if it's good for football if the Chiefs don't make the playoffs.
No, I think it's like, well, I was at a dinner last night with some people. There's a guy there was an Eagles fan from Philadelphia, and I wanted to punch him in the face. I'll just be honest with you, because we were talking about gambling and whatnot. I go, yeah, when the betting windows opened in Kansas, we all got that free money, and I made a lot of money off of the Chiefs winning the Super Bowl. He goes, against the Eagles? I'm like, yeah, actually, it was against the Eagles. Like, this guy didn't want to acknowledge that Super Bowl existed when we did beat the Philadelphia Eagles. And so I feel like this year, the Chiefs are an afterthought for everybody right now. And there's, I think, a couple of reasons. Number one, there is Chiefs fatigue, I'm sure. They didn't win the Super Bowl for the third consecutive year. God forbid. And there's a new kid on the block, and Howie Roseman. Screw him. Veach for life. But I also think the reason why the numbers are lower, because the last couple of years it's been 99% like the Chiefs were going to make the playoffs. Right now it's down to 80%. I don't think it's anything that the Chiefs have done or didn't do this offseason. I just think they have now more competition than they've ever had before in the AFC West. They're not going to be able to feast off of the AFC West. And I think that's why those odds are a little bit smaller this year than they have been in years past. Nothing against the Chiefs. It's just now you look at their competition in their division, and those three teams are finally legit for the first time in the Andy Reid era.
Cocked and ready to rock.
If worms had arms. Yeah, I mean, I just think plus 300 is kind of just, I don't like that. I think it should be like, yeah, plus $1 million. Better odds, Andy Reid to win Coach of the Year or Chiefs to miss the playoffs?
Probably the better odds are Chiefs to miss the playoffs.
Yeah, better
right?
odds. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because Coach of the
I guess
Year.
it'd be worse odds.
Yeah.
Worse odds.
Yeah.
Worse odds.
Like, which is a bigger number? Andy Reid getting Coach of the Year, I would think. Because
Plus
nobody's gonna
5,000 is what it was last year when
Yeah.
you put like, what, 20 bucks or $5?
$5. Yeah. And I was close, baby.
It changed like throughout the end of the season, but yeah, eventually it would go to Kevin O'Connell.
Yeah. So, I mean, Andy Reid, Coach of the Year odds again.
Yeah.
I don't know what they are, but I would definitely put out it. But I think when they win the West this year, guys, and you can correct me if I'm wrong on this one, I think it's going to be the most impressive AFC West title that they've ever won because they really haven't had that competition. This division title is going to be earned this year, right? We may not go 15-2. You may go 17-0. Who knows what the case may be. But this division title this year, I think, is going to be the most impressive one. And I think that's why the odds are where they are right now with this organization, because everybody's looking around going, okay, Bo Nix is legit. Okay, Denver's legit. They're a playoff team. The Chargers, everybody wants them to be legit. The Raiders got a legit head coach, got a veteran quarterback in there. Not bad on the defensive side with, Max Crosby. We talked about, all the weapons that they have potentially offensively now. So you've got three other teams that can give you a true run for your money. And so that's why I think the odds are a little bit smaller for the Chiefs this year than we're normally used to of just making it into the postseason.
Yeah, everyone else has gotten a lot better. It makes sense. And also 80% is really high.
Third highest. I mean, I think Buffalo was like 87.
And their worst division in the AFC.
Their division is total garbage right now. And it's only going to get worse in the next 2 weeks probably. If you get rid of Jalen Ramsey, not that he's,
he's still good.
He's still a good football player. But if you get rid of him and then you get rid of Tyreek Hill, the Miami Dolphins are headed down, not
down.
up.
And we know what the Jets are.
The Jets are in a total rebuild mode. The Jets should not even be focusing on the playoffs.
They got their future quarterback.
Oh, I forgot.
Oh, that's right, Justin Fields. He's going to be the mentor, they're saying now. And then after the Jets, you have New England, and
a year or two away.
Probably.
But I really like them.
But who knows? I do like what they're doing. I like their head coach. I like their quarterback. But it's not what we have now in the AFC West. And so now the Chiefs actually have some competition
which
for
is
the first time. Yeah.
Mike Vrabel second in Coach of the Year odds plus 1,000. Andy Reid tied for last with Nick Sirianni and John Harbaugh at plus 7,500.
7,500. Who's number one for Coach of the Year? Ben Johnson?
There it is.
The Bears have the worst odds in that division to make the playoffs, just so you know. 34% or something like that in that division to make the postseason. God, the media is in love with Ben Johnson. They're genuflecting at the Ben Johnson altar, man. It's unbelievable.
He didn't have to make the playoffs either.
Who's the favorite to win comeback player of the year? Is it Christian McCaffrey? Seems like prime candidate.
I mean, I would think so, probably. Right? Or is there a quarterback that missed half the season?
No comeback odds yet. All we have right now is Coach of the Year, DPOY, MVP, and Offensive Player.
Who's the leader for MVP? Josh Allen?
Second.
Joe
Burrow, third.
Lamar?
Lamar first.
Yeah. Where's Patrick?
Fourth.
And then where's Andy's odds on Coach of the Year?
He is tied for last at plus 7,500. He's tied with Sirianni and Harbaugh.
Yeah, put your $5 on it now. Right. 7,500.
But they're never going to let him win. They're never going to let him win because he didn't go 9-7 with the Bears.
I disagree. What if he just absolutely boat races this division that's now the best division in football?
Well, that's a fair point. But I mean, they did go 15-2 and made the Super Bowl last year, and he didn't get a sniff.
Yeah,
Pete Carroll in there. Geno Smith wasn't there.
Yeah. I think that's an interesting take on it. The competition is a lot better in the division now. Sure, yeah.
I mean, if they give Josh Allen MVP because he just finally deserved one, you should probably think about doing that for Andy Reid and Coach of the Year.
100%.
I would agree.
Let's get behind it.
Herbert, sixth in MVP odds.
For the regular season.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not for the postseason.
No.
All right, coming up on the other side, it is our good friend Ben Maller who will join the show, and we have a lot to get to with one Ben Maller here on Fescoe and Dusty on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City Sports.
You're listening to Fescoe and Dusty.
What the hell's wrong with your station?
On Kansas City's FM sports station, 96.5 The Fan.
Hey guys, it's Dusty Likens, and baseball is back, and this season we are bringing you the proud partner of your Kansas City Royals, Surfside Iced Tea and Vodka, and Surfside Lemonade and Vodka. And let me tell you, the summer's also coming here, and they have a Surfside Vodka Lemonade flavor, strawberry lemonade. Come on now, let me talk to you, okay? How you doing? Nice hot game, you want a nice refreshing drink, Surfside Vodka and Lemonade and Surfside Vodka and Tea. They're absolutely delicious and pair perfectly with that day at the ballpark. You can find it in Kauffman Stadium all season long. Surfside is only 100 calories per serving, and the best part is zero bubbles, no carbonation, easy on the gut, so it's easy to sip and enjoy while you're at the game, so you can ask for it at local bars and your liquor store. You must be 21 years of age, and please drink responsibly.
Smash.
Hello, Kansas. Looks like we're in for another heat wave this season with a forecasted high of up to $300,000. That's right. The Kansas Lottery is bringing the heat with the Hot Sevens family of tickets rolling across our state. You could instantly win up to $300,000. Plus, there's even a chance at up to $20,000 in the second chance drawing through Play On. Talk about a scorcher. Don't forget your oven mitts when you head out today. See kslottery.com for details.
Here's comedian Howie Mandel for hands-free Cozy Fit Skechers slip-ins.
I'm holding a new Cozy Fit Skechers slip-in sneaker, and first of all, I barely know I'm holding it. It's that light. You see, Cozy Fit is a cool new sneaker where the upper is made of a soft quilted material. It's kind of like a little puffer jacket for your feet, except it looks like a super stylish sneaker.
Introducing new Cozy Fit Skechers slip-ins, the latest comfort creation from Skechers. You can find Cozy Fit Skechers slip-ins at a Skechers store, Skechers.com, or wherever stylish footwear is sold.
As men get older, our bodies change. We all know that, and often we just accept the changes as the way it is. But some of those changes, such as bad sleep patterns, low sex drive, brain fog, no energy, and reduced gains in the gym, could be due to low testosterone. And that is something you can change. This is Jeff for Heartland Men's Health. And even if you're in your 30s, if you're experiencing some or all of the symptoms I just noted, you very well may need low testosterone treatment. With our treatment protocols, if you're like most men, you'll be amazed at the change. You'll have more energy, improved mental clarity, your sleep will be better, so will your workouts, and you'll likely find that your sex drive increases too. So give us a call today and make the change for good. Your initial visit is just $99 and includes blood work and a medical consult. And if you start on treatment the day of your appointment, your visit is free. Call 844-447-6600. That's 844-447-6600. Or go to heartlandmenshealth.com. We have 3 offices to serve you. Heartland Men's Health, a Promenic restorative health practice.
I'm Bob Burke, founder and chairman of Burke America Parts Group, a family of brands that includes RepairClinic.com, an appliance and HVAC parts solution company that's grown into an international brand. Before AmericanEagle.com, we partially launched a new technology platform developed by another firm. American Eagle helped take our technology to a whole new level with digital marketing, software development, and business insights into our key markets, appliances, HVAC, and outdoor power equipment, and did so both on time and on budget. AmericanEagle.com has the resources, experience, and talent needed to produce solutions. Our new technology platform, developed by AmericanEagle.com, has produced tremendous results with higher traffic, conversion, engagement, and online revenue. If you have any home repairs you need to take care of, check us out at RepairClinic.com. If you need a world-class website or technology project, then I would highly recommend AmericanEagle.com.
Call AmericanEagle.com at 773-NETWORK. That's AmericanEagle.com, 773-NETWORK.
Some people just know they could save hundreds on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Like, you know to check you have your phone first, before the cab pulls away.
Hey, thanks, man. No, wait, my phone! Come back! It's got my boarding pass, credit cards, phone numbers, my life! Come back!
Checking first is smart. So check Allstate first for a quote that could save you hundreds. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Savings vary. Subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Now at Verizon, we have some big news for your peace of mind. For all our customers, existing and new, we're locking in low prices for 3 years guaranteed on My Plan and My Home. That's future you peace of mind. And everyone can save on a brand new phone on My Plan when you trade in any phone from one of our top brands. That's new phone peace of mind. Because at Verizon, whether you're already a customer or you're just joining us, we got you. Visit Verizon today. Price guarantee applies to then current base monthly rate. Additional terms and conditions apply for all offers.
If the amazing regenerative treatments at QC Kinetics provided relief for former pro football player Bobby Carpenter, imagine the potential for your aching joints.
So my knee had been bothering me for a while. I played football for a number of years. I looked at talking to some doctors when I need to potentially have surgery, and I decided hey, let's check out QC Kinetics. I go in there and they look at the knee. Hey, here's the program that we can put you through.
That treatment takes your body's own healing properties and concentrates them at the root of the pain. No surgery or downtime.
The best part was there's no recovery until one day I felt like, hey, this feels like my old self again. I feel better. It's helped me. It's helped my dad. Hopefully it will help you in the same way. My message to them is do not wait. So you can go out and play golf and do the things that you love and enjoy.
Take it from Bobby Carpenter. Call QC Kinetics now for your free consultation.
Call QC Kinetics, 816-412-6299. That's 816-412-6299. 816-412-6299.
You're listening to 96.5 The Fan from the Mission Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling Studios. Here's traffic, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
Missouri side, 71 northbound, off again, on again, slow from 87th Street up towards 63rd with an accident before 63rd, starting to build some additional slowdowns in through there. Northland 29 northbound, recovering from Wacomas up to 635. Earlier accident has cleared. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan, traffic.
Welcome back into Fescoe and Dusty on 96.5 The Fan. It is a Thursday, a little gloomy out there, but we're here to bring some sunshine to your face and your ears. And, of course, it is Thursday, and our buddy Ben Mallard joins us.
Yeah, it's all brought to you by the Landing in Liberty, where we will be for the draft party on Thursday, a week from today, Ben. And before we get to the draft, I have three guys in the league right now that could possibly be on the move. I want to ask you about three guys and where you think these three guys will end up. Jalen Ramsey, Aaron Rodgers, Kirk Cousins. Go for it.
All right, so we'll start with Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers is going to Pittsburgh. It is going to happen. Aaron Rodgers will go to the Pittsburgh Steelers, but he's going to wait until draft weekend after the first round. He's going to make sure the Steelers don't draft a quarterback. He doesn't want to be upstaged. So there's nowhere else for him to go. He's not going to Minnesota. You don't want to play for the Saints. So that's where he's going to go. And Kirk Cousins, number two, Cousins is going to end up in Cleveland. He went to visit Cleveland to check out the city. You don't go to Cleveland and then and not end up going. And they signed Joe Flacco. They don't have a quarterback, so that's a logical stopping off place for Kirk Cousins to work something out. He's got a no trade clause, so he can figure out what he wants to do and force the Falcons' hand. And then Jalen Ramsey, that's the wild card to me because he's making a fair amount of money and he's at that tipping point age-wise. He's going into his age 31 season, so that's a little more of a foggy situation. But how about him going back to Jacksonville? I could see that could be the kind of move that I could see the Jags make. They're not really a contender, but he was a popular player there, and I could see him going back to Jacksonville. But he's a wild card. He can go. There's like 7 or 8 teams Jalen Ramsey could go to. When he played well, but he was dinged up, and that's what happens when you get to that age.
Ben, I think one of the other things that's interesting about this draft are the Giants picking at number 3. I think it's the most fascinating pick I've ever seen in an NFL draft because they don't have a quarterback. There's none available. Coach and GM are on the hot seat. If they screw up, they're going to get fired. Do they draft for today? Do they draft for the future? And really at number 3, other than Abdul Carter being there, I don't know who's worthy of being at that number 3 pick. I find it very fascinating. How do you think the Giants approach number 3?
Yeah, so trying to listen between the words. I know the Giants this week, Joe Shane, the GM, had this news conference, and he gave all these wild quotes, and everything's lying season, so you don't know what's real and what's not. But the way I interpreted parsing the words of the Giants GM, it sounded to me, Bob, like they want teams to think they're going to take Abdul Carter, therefore they can trade the pick. It sounds like they want to trade down because they're like, well, we don't need a quarterback. Because if I were to trade up, I'm not going to trade up for a quarterback. I would trade up for Abdul Carter from Penn State because I think he's going to be really good in the NFL. I think he's the top guy in the draft based on the guides I've futched around with and reading and all that stuff. So that would be the guy I want. So if I'm reading the room right, the Giants, they want someone to trade up to get Abdul Carter, whether that's maybe just the Patriots trading up one spot or God only knows, maybe the Jets love him or the Bears and any of those teams that are kind of in the top 10 that would trade up and get him. So that's the move if you're the Giants, and then you trade down, and then you can draft a quarterback later on, or just keep trading down and draft 3 or 4 guys.
So we got the Giants doing crazy things at number 3 in the draft, but I think the craziest football story of them all has to come from Tennessee this week and their quarterback, deciding I'm out. I'm going away. I'm leaving. I may go to UCLA. I may go to somewhere else. How do you think this move by this former Tennessee quarterback affects the landscape of college sports?
Yeah, Bob. So this is the craziest story. I don't know how many people are into this. I'm not sure about that, but I'm into it. It's wild. It's like the next revelation in this NIL thing. And this is one of those tipping point moments where you're like, wow, this is going to be one of those defining moments when they have meetings on Capitol Hill, and it's going to happen inevitably. This chapter of the player Nico Imalava, the quarterback who's going to UCLA, that's the guy. Like he did the thing you can't do at the time you can't do it, leaving Tennessee high and dry, and then it's a total money play. And if you believe the story, and who knows what the real numbers are, but he was getting $2.4 million at Tennessee, and now at UCLA, maybe he'll get $1 million. Now, if I got $1 million, I'd be very happy. But if you're making $2.4 million, and then you go down to $1 million, and let's be honest here, I mean, UCLA is a second-rate team in college football. They're not a big-time team. So you get to a worse team, and you're making less money. That's like a lose-lose proposition, but it's going to turn everything upside down because inevitably there'll be some panel in Capitol Hill that'll get together, and they're like, we got to fix this. We got to have federal regulations, and this will be one of the things that pops up.
Ben, I want to bring this up because we were talking about the draft earlier, and I think as a team, all three of us came up with the perfect Aaron Rodgers situation. Do you want to hear what it is?
Of course, please. Okay. I want to hear. I'm dying. Dude.
So,
oh my God,
Aaron Rodgers is yet to get a team, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Where's the NFL draft?
Well, it's in Green Bay.
There you go. So Thursday night, 1 hour before the pick of the first pick in the NFL draft in 2025, Aaron Rodgers is going to announce where he's going to go. What do you think about that?
So he's going to show up on, like, they'll have a news conference. Oh, well, his buddy McAfee's going to be there, right? His buddy is.
Well, he's going to be on McAfee's show, I believe, Tuesday before the draft, so the 22nd. And there's some people that believe he'll announce it there, or why not just, like, come down in, like, flares or Evil Knievel over, like, Lambeau Stadium and just say, I am now a Viking, or something like that.
I would like to bless you with you will now find out where I am taking my talents. He had to go to like the YMCA in Connecticut, like LeBron, and have pull out Jim Gray and make some big announcement do it for the children, do it for the kids. No one can criticize if you do it for the kids. You got to do it for the kids. But
I'm just dying laughing at that because I can see Rodgers and McAfee sitting down together at one of these things with the kids surrounding them and him putting the hat on of the Steelers or whatever team it is. And I'm taking my talents to Pittsburgh for the children. But Rodgers doesn't do anything for anybody but himself.
Yeah, well, not only that, but you have the kids there, and then like big containers of ayahuasca tea for everyone in the room. You're like, no, you can't touch that kid. Stay away from that kid. You can't have that magical tea and all that. Yeah. Well, who knows? Knowing Aaron Rodgers, he might wake up tomorrow and be like, you know what? I've always loved Winnipeg. I want to play for the Blue Bombers. I want to see what life is like with the Blue Bombers in the Canadian Football League and all that. It's just the stories, and I text you from time to time, Bob, away from this, and I've told you like the nonsense. Like a lot of these people just have to come up with something every day about Aaron Rodgers. Like the latest report that I saw that I laughed at after I almost puked in my mouth was Rodgers is not going to play just for the sake of playing. That was the latest story. Really, what a tremendous breakthrough report. What kind of source did you have on that? Wouldn't that have been a story if Rodgers had come out and the report was Rodgers just wants to play for the sake of playing? Now that would have been a good story, but instead we got the opposite.
Ben, when we move on to baseball, I don't know where you are with the World Baseball Classic, but I know you're in tune to the New York media, and I thought it was interesting what Juan Soto had to say. I mean, Pete Alonso's loving life in New York. Juan Soto's hating life in New York right now. I don't understand why somebody who's in that media, obviously, who's very loud, you'd think that they would know how the press rolls, to say something that egregious where, they're pitching me different, man. I just, I don't have the world's greatest baseball hitter hitting right behind me anymore. Does he not know he's in New York? Does he think he's still in Washington, San Diego? I mean, I don't really understand Juan Soto's comments.
So I have a theory on this, Dustin, from when I was doing stuff back in the old days, that the theory is here. All right, Dusty. The theory is that they were in Minnesota. Was it Minnesota when he said that? It was like on the road somewhere, right? I believe he made these comments on the road. And so, you're away, you're in the locker room, there's a couple beat writers around, you're not in New York, you're somewhere else. You feel a little more comfortable. You don't realize that is going to get blown up on the back of the New York Post and the Daily News and all that stuff. So you're a little more comfortable and you just start, spewing stuff out. And it's not the greatest look, especially when Pete Alonso's actually been really good to start the year. He's not Aaron Judge, but he's been solid for the Mets to start the year. And hey, this is the life you wanted. He could have stayed with the Yankees if the Yankees offered almost as much as the Mets, and he chased every dollar. And so, you're the king of Queens. Enjoy that. That is what do you the Mets fans always say? This is a typical Mets, right? Anything that happens, this is the Mets. This is how the Mets roll. He's not even a month into the new contract. He's going to be there for the rest of our lives, and he's already complaining. It's wonderful.
Yeah, it's going to be a really fascinating one to watch how this whole thing plays out. I know the Mets have lost a couple of games to the Twins, which is unacceptable. They're the worst team in baseball, in my opinion. But you lose those games, and then you have Juan Soto already complaining about that. Like, if they don't win the World Series, he doesn't hit 300 and blast 50 homers and, drive in 120. Met fans are going to be pissed off at this guy.
Well, they're going to be upset at him either way. Like, he's got to win at least. My theory on these big contracts, I've said this for years, is you got to win one World Series, right? If you win at least one, because it's very difficult. Teams go 50, 60, 70, 80 years without winning the World Series. So if you win one. But in New York, it's not just that. Remember how bad when they made the trade for Francisco Lindor? He did not play well right away. He was bad when the first couple of months with the Mets. He got off to a terrible start. He's played well since then. People love him. They like him, the whole thing. But they haven't won. They made the playoffs and whatnot, but Lindor's fine. It's just not a winning thing. And I don't see the Mets, unless they're able to make some major moves for pitching. That is not – I know it's old school to say you actually have to have at least one really good starting pitcher. They don't even have that. Mm-hmm. Like, they have some guys that are pitching okay, but you don't trust them in a playoff environment. So they've got some issues there. They got to figure out the pitching thing. The lineup should be good enough, even though Juan Soto was belly aching about not having Aaron Judge, which is silly. But here we are. Welcome.
You talk about silly. I walk in this morning and I see our text lines up, and they say maybe it's time to start trading Bobby Witt. If the Royals did decide to start trading Bobby Witt, what could we get back in return for him? Your thoughts?
I think you get a small island in the Bahamas. You get a small, maybe even a mid-size island in the Bahamas. You could probably get that. Yeah, that's good. You have one bad couple of weeks, and then that's. I love the Powder Blues. I gotta tell you, what a great. I know this has been the pants make the difference. I know they had the jersey, but. Man, are those good-looking uniforms. They got to play a little bit better. They got smoked by the Yankees, but they look marvelous. They are ready for the catwalk in those Powder Blues. They are.
And we appreciate the time as always. Enjoy the final weekend without draft coverage, and we'll talk to you again next week.
All right, guys. Thank you.
That's Ben Maller, brought to you by the Landing in Liberty, where we will be next Thursday for the big draft party. Binkley's getting assembled as we speak up there. He's going over the lay of the land, looking for the beer towers, looking for the easiest way in and out so the fans don't get all his autographs and whatnot.
Of course,
so
yeah.
It's going to be a big night up there at the Landing in Liberty. And don't forget the Bob's Big Bavarian Pretzels on special, $9.65 because we're 96.5 The Fan. Had we still been on 610, it would have been a $6.10 pretzel. Blame Spectre. He'll refund you the difference.
Yeah, when you pass in his sheet for your player draft.
That's
for
right.
Team.
When you say, Spectre, here's the sheet that I want to pass in now, 965 minus 610, I need the difference.
Holy cheese!
All right, one word, Mac.
One word on calling up Jack Caglione.
Oh, boy.
Dusty, I'll let you go first on that one.
Just one word.
Erotic.
No, year.
Yeah. We'll revisit
we'll
that.
get back to that.
I dove into some numbers and can pretty much give you what you can expect, and it's heart crushing. I'll tell you that much.
One word on the Royals taking on the Tigers. Got a 4-game series starting tonight.
I can't. How do I do this in one word without sounding over dramatic? But desperation. And desperation from the level of keeping the fans interested, not of saving the season, because I don't believe in that in April, but I do believe in keeping the fans' interest. And so desperation from that level.
75%. You got to win 3 or 4.
Okay.
That's what you got to do.
Love it.
You got to go and hit 750 against the Tigers, and that's not easy because you know who pitches tomorrow night? Reigning, defending Tarek Skubal against this offense. I don't know if I'm going to be.
That's a Friday, right?
Yeah, that's right. That's going to be about prime peak happy hour, feeling good to where I don't have to worry. Because they're like, oh, well, if they win, it's going to be really nice. But if they lose, oh, boy.
Just keep on with the Friday, right?
Keep on keeping on.
That's right. Don't let it get in the way of your Friday.
That's
Life's
exactly
a garden.
right.
Dig it.
One word on Vinny Pasquantino. We played this audio earlier, him on MLB Network talking about his bat speed. This is a guy who was amongst the league leaders in RBIs last year, now kind of resetting his whole swing, talking about bat speed. One word.
Lost.
Confusing. Like Bob said earlier, if it's not broke, don't fix it. Just stick to what you've been doing. And last year he did that. Now I know the injury to his thumb might have caused like a different grip, or I don't know. It's confusing, man. Just stop overthinking it. Just go out there and know what your job is and know what you need to do, and just go back to what you did last year. Shorten your swing. I mean, again, I'm not a player of baseball. I don't know how to like talk, to an athlete who knows what they're doing at a professional level. But to me, it just seems like everybody except for the number 7 guy is overthinking, over-trying, and just lost.
Yeah, absolutely. They're all lost. There's too much information out there. As Dusty said earlier, a beautiful mind is the comparison. I love that comparison. We used to talk about Andy Reid like that, with the plays.
Yeah.
That's different than a baseball player approaching the plate, standing in the box, 60 feet, 6 inches away from a guy throwing 100 miles an hour, and you got less than a second to figure out what's going on.
Yeah.
Get rid of all the information in your mind and just play baseball.
The Royals need to look at their approach to the plate like I look at my approach at Costa Vida. Less is more. I get it. There's queso, there's shredded cheese, there's different salsas, there's guacamole, there's sour cream, there's cilantro, lime, banana peppers, jalapeno. Less is more.
Sometimes
enchilada
it is,
sauce, scoop of pico, and a scoop of sour cream, and it's going to taste just fine.
You know what? The best tacos are at San Antonio's, right? Simple. Onion, cilantro.
Carne asada.
Maybe a little green salsa on top, but that is it. You don't need anything else.
And when you're feeling good about it, the orange salsa.
Oh boy, that will light you up, brother. Let me tell you, that's a new level. And if you need sour cream, you got to bring your own.
That's like Mexican kombucha.
Whew.
Shout out to EP on the sour cream.
One of the only guy right now who's just seeming to play baseball on the team, Bobby Witt Jr. We had a texter texting last night, probably around 9 or 10 o'clock, saying that it's maybe time to trade Bobby Witt. One word on that texter.
Idiot.
Holy shit. Absolutely.
That's exactly that's right.
Just panic. Come on.
Blasphemy.
I mean, I don't know, like...
Are you in that Larry David mode where you got high and you finally look at yourself in the mirror like, you're a stupid idiot. What are you doing with your life? Like, just chill, man. Chill. You'll be all right.
Yeah.
Or what is it Drew always tells us?
Relax, man. Relax.
Ugh.
Trade Bobby Witt Jr. from the text line when we walked in this morning. Yes, somebody was eating the paste.
Miss Lippy's car is green.
One word on refereeing.
Where are we talking about levels, right? Well, yesterday we were at high school soccer, and the referee was brutal. And I'm not going to sit here and say, I really give the guy a lot of credit for getting out there and doing the job. This guy was as lazy as they come, first of all. Lazy. And he was having an impact on the game that was affecting it for the players. And that's where I draw the line at that kind of stuff. I'll give these refs a free pass. Everybody makes a mistake here or there. This guy didn't know the difference between a corner kick and a goal kick.
Whoa.
He didn't know how to judge out of bounds. Numerous out of bounds calls were called the wrong way. When you have both sets of parents, like their school and our school, both sets of players, both coaches, everybody's mad at the ref, you know that guy stinks.
Yeah.
You know that guy stinks. And again, I'm not going to sit here and say, I really appreciate him for getting out there and doing it. They're making $70-some a game now doing these in high school. You can't be Keisha. You can't be putting these people out here who don't understand the game, who are detriments to the game, and are ruining the game for the kids that are trying to go out there and play. This guy was downright brutal. It was Gardner Edgerton, Olathe East yesterday down in Gardner. If anybody was at that game like I was, watching your kid play, my daughter scored her first high school goal. It was awesome. Woo! But the referee got in the way, not physically on the field, but just in the way of the game, to the point where my daughter did pull a Trae Young. I was like, she's getting ready to throw it in, and the guy goes, "No, it's the other team," and everybody in the crowd's like, "No, it's not!" Like everybody, right? And so my daughter just slams the ball and walks away.
Heck yeah, way to go!
But it was that late in the game where every call was being, screwed up by this guy.
Jeez.
Okay, it's one thing to make a mistake. We're all human beings, right? It's one thing to have a bad day but this guy was getting then undressed by his co-referee at the end of the game in the parking lot yesterday as well.
Wow.
That's how you know it was bad.
Damn.
Yeah, it was really, really bad. I have no sympathy for that guy. Do your job, and if you don't know what you're doing, don't get out there because you're taking away the game from the kids who are trying to go out there and play. He was brutal. He was lazy. He was terrible.
Jeez. Yeah, I mean, if you've got opposing parents agreeing on
That's
that.
the thing. Yeah, like opposing parents are looking at each other like, oh, my God.
What is this? Yeah.
Opposing coaches, opposing players. Like, it just became this big joke at the end. You got to you got to do the job the right way.
Yeah.
And a lot of it was because he was lazy and wasn't running up and down the field and was too far away to see the call.
Yeah, they like to make it about them sometimes in those games because I guess when everybody, gets on the same side of, bad calling, where it's like, shut up, other side, you guys are idiots.
Right.
Then everybody's like, let's get this guy.
Exactly. This guy sucks.
I mean, one father from the Gardner Edgerton team just stood up and started just screaming and just had to walk out.
Yeah, rage quit. He's like, I can't deal with this. I get that.
I'll be at the car.
I'll be that parent.
Yeah, I get it. Like, we're not supposed to, as parents, say anything, but when it's so egregious and you can see it's having the impact on the players, something has to be said.
Give us
it just needed to be said.
Yep.
Give us your quick synopsis on Jack Caglione calling him up. You said you had some numbers.
Yeah, I can.
If
do
you
that
have
for
time.
You. No, that's fine. So Royals Review, a Twitter handle that I follow that does like deep dives into statistics and storylines of the Royals. They had a Jack Caglione article of like when we can expect to see him getting called up. And they listed a bunch of other players because Caglione was drafted 6th overall last year by the Royals out of Florida, right? And they listed 19 other players. And among those players are like Gunnar Henderson. There's guys like Adley Rutschman, Jonathan India, who was a high draft pick and a prospect for Cincinnati. And they mentioned a bunch of other names in this list of guys that were supposed to be like big time impact players. They listed all of the times or all the amount of games they played in the minor leagues. I took all those games and I added them up, and there were 19 names, and added up together was an average of 165. It was like 164.7. Jack Caglione just played his 11th game last night. So according to those numbers and to my realization, we are probably another 150 to 155 games away from seeing Jack Caglione make his debut.
Which is next year.
Because everybody said, and I'm just going off what people are saying, well, you have to like do your thing. You have to get in the minors. He's only in AA. And there's only one outlier, and that was Andrew Vaughn for the White Sox. He was a draft pick of theirs in the first round in 2019, I believe. He only played 55 minor league games.
Okay.
He has absolutely dissipated to the max for the Chicago
He's hitting
White Sox.
131 right now.
It's not good, and that's the big worry. Now, again, that's an outlier. That's one guy that played 55 games and went to the league. And Jack Caglione's numbers as of last night, he went 0 for 4, but he did have an RBI. He's now hitting 244. His slash line is 321, 489, and 810. He has 3 home runs and 15 RBIs.
I hate that number.
No doubt.
He's got to find a way to see some success. He does, and that's fine. Where we are in the season right now with this team, and they're not hitting. You don't want to bring Jack Caglione up because everybody's going to expect him to be this masher. And it's just at this point in time, it's not the right situation. It's not fair to the player to bring him up into something like this. And especially he's only hitting 240. He doesn't deserve to be up at this point in time.
So all those other names like Kyle Schwarber, Adley Rutschman, Gunnar Henderson, Jonathan India was one as well. It was mentioned in that article. Average out to have 165 total games played average in minor league play. Jack Caglione 11, so we're about 150 games away. So broke my heart to see those numbers. Maybe they buck that trend and they do something different, and it's not the same way. But then again, you see the Andrew Vaughn thing, and it's like, well, it didn't work for him. But again, that's a different franchise, different organization. They were probably looking at him to be a savior. I'm not looking at Jack Caglione to do that. We already have that in Bobby Witt Jr. He saved the franchise, took him to the playoffs last year, is a superstar, perennial MVP every year. Caglione is a piece. But also you could argue that he would become a savior to this team if the team cannot hit. And it's like, all right, man, all the pressure's on you. Go out there and be an offensive spark.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what you do, but I know for me personally, like obviously I'm a selfish fanboy. I want to see this kid play. I want to see him play in powder blue in the big leagues at the K as much as possible, as soon as possible, because what I'm seeing out there right now, ain't very fun. But I also don't want to see him get Andrew Vaughn and come up here and hit 111, 2 home runs. It's like, man, Kaufman's a big park. Like,
Yeah.
damn it.
And if he was hitting 340, we're having a different conversation right now.
Right.
He has not mastered yet AA. Like a week ago, oh, bring him up. Now he's starting to play every day. You're starting to get kind of a book out on you as they do, in Major League Baseball. They're starting to figure things out. And, even Q said it yesterday. Everybody knows in spring training, the ball flies. It's like hitting on the moon out there. And that's, kind of what we say all the time. You can't make any judgments, based on what you see in spring training. You make those judgments what you see, in these minor league ballparks. And if he was a guy that was going to be fast-tracked, 240 is not going to cut it,
No, it's not. But those are the numbers. Again, they could be different. You could buck the trend. You could do something about it. As an organization, you might not have a choice. Obviously, injuries could happen and other things as well. So we'll see what happens. Is me. I'll be on CAG's watch all season long and probably for the rest of my life as long as they let me do this. Don't forget when you hear this.
Finally, I'm one of those guys who can't wait to get to work in the morning. Like a dairy cow.
Oh! Oh! Oh, yes! Yes!
When you hear that, on the other side, you have a chance to win Booth Creek Wagyu. It's KC's best steaks now with 2 locations, 95th at Null and 135th at Metcalf, when we do Smash or Pass. On the other side here on Fescoe and Dusty on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City Sports.
What's up, Kansas City? This is Jonathan India here, and you're listening to Fescoe and Dusty on your home for Royals baseball, 96.5 The Fan.
Well, the big holiday's coming up this weekend. It is Easter, and if you're looking for that great spot to go for Easter brunch, I've got the answer for you. It's Hy-Vee. Everybody loves the Easter holiday. We know how much everybody in Kansas City loves brunch, so why not go to Hy-Vee and have an amazing brunch? Skip the hassle of reservations and overpriced restaurant brunch and check out Hy-Vee. They've got their family-friendly buffet brunch. All you can eat. $24.99 for adults, $7.99 for children. Kids 5 and under eat free. Like I said, it's all you can eat. And they have scrambled eggs, bacon, sausage, biscuits and gravy, hash browns, fresh fruit, and an assortment of breads and pastries as well. And the good news is no reservation required. They start serving at 8, they go until 1, and it's all at the Hy-Vee Market Grills all around Kansas City. So this Easter, make sure you head on to Hy-Vee and grab their brunch only at Hy-Vee.
Hi, Mia here at the winnings desk of the Missouri Lottery. So, I wanted to write a thank you note for every dollar Missouri Lottery players have given to Missouri and education, but that would be 8.4 billion notes. So to save a little time and a whole lot of paper, here's just one. Dear every single lottery player in Missouri, thank you for helping us give $8.4 billion to Missouri and education. Sorry, my trumpet's in the shop. The Missouri Lottery. Winners welcome and play responsibly.
Whether you're digging a pond, clearing brush, grading property, or doing demo, Foley Equipment, your local Caterpillar dealer, is your one-stop shop. Buy or rent, Foley Equipment has the machines you need to get the job done. And right now, Foley has 0% financing on new cat skid steers, mini excavators, and compact track loaders. Stop by any Foley Equipment location today or visit us at FoleyEQ.com. That's FoleyEQ.com.
Need to sell your house in Kansas City but not sure where to start? Selling a home can feel overwhelming, especially if you're facing foreclosure, a divorce, an inherited property you don't want, or just need to move quickly. But you don't have to figure it out alone. Rex Buys KC is here to help. As a local home buyer, I understand the Kansas City market inside and out. My family and I live right here, so I know the neighborhoods, the trends, and the challenges homeowners face. That's why I take a consultative approach, helping you explore your options and find the best path forward. We buy houses in any condition, no need for repairs, no agent commissions, and no hidden fees. You'll receive a fair cash offer with a closing timeline that works for you. Whether that's in as little as 7 days or at your own pace, just a simple, hassle-free process designed around your needs. If you're ready to talk through your options, call me today at 816-330-6000 or visit rexbuyskc.com. Let's find the right solution for you. Rex Buys KC. Local, fair, and focused on you.
Hey there, Royals fans. It's Royals Hall of Famer Mike Sweeney. Have you or your kids experienced a high school coach who wants to make our Kansas City community a better place to live, work, and play? The Royals and the See You in the Major Leagues Foundation, together with Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Kansas City, are shining a spotlight on 6 impactful coaches in the KC metro area. Nominate a high school coach today at royals.com/coaches with character.
Some people just know they could save hundreds on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Like, to check you have your phone first. before the cab pulls away.
Hey, thanks, man. No, wait, my phone! Come back! It's got my boarding pass, credit cards, phone numbers, my life! Come back!
Checking first is smart. So check Allstate first for a quote that could save you hundreds. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Savings vary. Subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Now at Verizon, we have some big news for your peace of mind. For all our customers, existing and new, we're locking in low prices for 3 years guaranteed on My Plan and My Home. That's future you peace of mind. And everyone can save on a brand new phone on My Plan when you trade in any phone from one of our top brands. That's new phone peace of mind. Because at Verizon, whether you're already a customer or you're just joining us, we got you. Visit Verizon today. Price guarantee applies to then current base monthly rate. Additional terms and conditions apply for all offers.
At Diamonds Direct, our experts go the extra mile to ensure you have the tools to say I do with absolute confidence. Our promise to you is a completely risk-free shopping experience rooted in transparency, education, and integrity. No pressure, no intimidation, just clarity and confidence in your purchase. But we're about more than just price. Everything is backed by our exclusive guarantees. Put our tools to the test against any competitor, and our expert staff will ensure you get the very best overall value and unforgettable experience. Learn more at diamondsdirect.com. Diamonds Direct, your love, our passion.
Here's traffic, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
Heading into downtown, 169 highway gets heavy by the airport, stays off again on again heavy down onto 35, and stays slow south of downtown towards the split with Southwest Traffic Way. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan, traffic.
Diving right back into it again, we are now at the part of the show where you smash or pass, so you'll hear the sounder. When you hear the sounder of the cow mooing, make sure you call 913-586-7965. Be caller number 9. Okay.
Wrong button.
Yep, that's not the sounder. But when you hear the sounder, make sure you call in. Say, hey, Mac.
Good morning. How do you do?
You look like Joe Randa's son that got lost in the wilderness. But no. We do smash or pass here on Fescoe and Dusty with Mac Morey as well on 96.5 The Fan. Announcement we saw yesterday, Rumors. Yeah, great album.
Yeah, it was.
That the possibility that X or Twitter, however you call it, could be getting rid of the DM.
Yeah, that's a pass. Yeah, that's a big time pass.
Chicks?
Yeah. Well, just go on TV and do it. It's not that hard.
Yeah, I used to.
Yeah, but pass, 100% pass on that one. That's just a bad idea. Like if he's looking for people to get away from the Twitter X platform, I think that'll do it. I think that'll chase people away. Right? Everybody will go to that Blue Sky or whatever it's called.
Yeah, whatever it is. Yeah, I mean, just for work, us alone, like. We send each other DMs. I send the our Twitter page DMs so I can get onto this laptop, easily reel in audio. Like it's I use it every day, so that's gonna suck.
Check in to see if Sydney Sweeney's doing all right.
Of course,
you know what I mean?
See if she messaged me yet. Responded to any of
And
my
always just
messages.
Hey, Adams responded to me last week.
Oh wow, yeah. I mean that's true.
Come get your love. Smash or Fast, food wise, said you guys won yesterday. A banana in between a piece of bread.
It looked like a hot dog bun.
Okay, hot dog bun, maybe. Hot dog bun. And one side was jelly, the other side was peanut butter with a banana as the hot dog.
Well, I originally looked at it, I thought they had ketchup on that. And I was like, no chance. That's disgusting. But peanut butter and jelly with a banana, absolutely eating that.
And a
That's
hot
great.
dog bun?
Yeah, who cares what kind of bread
great
it is.
idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's honestly a good idea.
Potassium,
yeah.
protein, sugar.
Yeah, no, it's a really, like if you do that brioche style, you know, where you doctor it up and maybe you drizzle something over the top of that, people would go crazy for that,
Like
man.
some honey?
Yeah, absolutely. Some, hot honey. Woo.
On the fries?
Yeah, very good. Yeah. The key to the hot honey fries, though, were used fries and reheated in the air fryer to get them extra crispy.
Yeah, that makes
Everybody
sense.
sounds like the Griswolds eating Christmas dinner.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah. Not quite that bad, but pretty close. Yes. But absolutely, peanut butter and jelly, hot dog bun, banana. Let's do it. Yeah, I like that. Yeah,
for
Of
sure.
course, today is April 17th. We all know that when we looked at our calendar, watch, phone, whatever it is. So National Blank Day. Today is National Crawfish Day. as well as other than crawfish, smash or pass?
As long as they're out of the shell. I don't like working for my food. I'm not like crack a crab leg guy or peeling each. I don't like any of that. Crawfish and an etouffee like we had in New Orleans. Give me that all day, every day. Yes.
Yeah, all day smash, and I totally don't mind it being in the shell. I kind of like working for it.
You like sucking the
I
heads?
like the process. Yeah, I'll suck the head for sure.
Bugs are ooey.
Yeah.
Holy cheese!
That's what they are, mud bugs.
Yeah.
I don't
That's what
think
they
you
had
call
for a
them.
couple years.
Yeah.
They're delicious.
Also on National 17th of April Food Day, National Cheese Ball Day.
Now, are we talking about like the generic port wine cheese rolled in nuts that you get, like that's on every appetizer plate? Or are we talking just a different style of cheese ball, or
Didn't
what?
you say that like the little like cheese ball puffs, like your daughter house, like 50 of them
like
one
those?
time?
Or is that what it is?
I
That
don't know.
National Cheese
No,
Ball
I think it's like
Day?
the actual like one you have to like prep and do, or like after you're done making one,
Yeah.
you got like Popeye forearms.
Yeah.
You're just like, oh my God.
Yeah, right. Or you can just go to Hy-Vee and buy those already made. Save you a lot of time.
My
right?
mom used to make them from scratch, and you always knew because she'd cut up the onions, you'd smell the onions, and you'd be like, oh, there's onions, just try it.
Yeah.
And then she'd be in there like molding it, like, I hope they effing eat this thing. No, they were good. You ate them with Triscuits.
Yeah,
or like,
Triscuits.
Oh, that sounds
dude.
good.
Oh.
Yeah.
Do people Triscuit much anymore?
I don't
You
know
don't
why-
hear people talk about the Triscuit.
I mean, what is it, the olive oil and black pepper one?
Those
or
are
the
good.
rosemary and tomato basil or whatever? I don't know what they are, but like those and wheat thins are just like.
Wheat thins?
Maybe I'm getting older, but dude,
Now,
those
the
are
wheat thin is delicious,
oh,
man.
it's so good.
Yeah.
Wheat thins, Triscuits, all the
The
above.
woven
Triscuit
wheat
over wheat thin,
cracker.
though.
I like
Are you guys smashing cheese balls?
Without depending on what kind
The
it
one we
is,
just
the answer is
described.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But-
any of the kinds.
yeah,
Smash.
It's cheese. It's in a ball thing. It's great. It's fantastic. Yeah. Now I'm thinking of the generic woven wheat crackers instead of the Triscuits that you can get too. So.
Oh yeah.
But
Guess he's
yeah.
going to Hy-Vee and getting 2 boxes of each.
Yeah,
The hell did you buy all these Triscuits for?
Well, we were talking about it today. But what was the last time you had a conversation about the Triscuit with somebody?
It's been a minute. It's been a minute since
right.
I've Triscuited.
Yeah.
I do love it, though.
What about the chicken biscuit?
My wife buys those all the time at Hy-Vee. She likes those. I'm not.
Oh,
I think
yes.
the kids like those as well.
They just have a funk about them.
Yeah,
They
I'm
do.
not-
They smell like
yeah.
dirty feet
Yeah,
almost.
dude.
Yeah, you're like,
I'll
socks.
eat blue cheese crumbles, but I won't eat chicken biscuits. I know, I'm weird. I get it.
Yeah, no, but the blue cheese has a different funk than the chicken
Yeah.
and biscuit cracker does. Yeah.
It's also National Haiku Poetry Day.
Oh.
And International High Five Day.
Haiku, isn't that the
575?
575.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
And then also it's International Bat Appreciation Day. So let's appreciate those bats tonight, Royals.
Please.
Oh, I was thinking of the bats in my yard eating the bugs and all that kind of stuff. I like watching the bats fly.
That's kind of cool.
Finally,
man.
I'm one of those guys who can't wait to get to work in the morning. Like a dairy cow.
Oh! Oh! Oh, yes! Yes!
That's right. Thanks to that wonderful sounder from Family Guy. Be caller number 9, and you could have a chance at Booth Creek Wagyu, Casey's best steaks, now with 2 locations, 95th and Knoll and 135th and Metcalf. Coming up, Tennessee is screwed, and Mac's going to tell you why, and Bob's going to agree. 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City sports.
You're listening to Fescoe and Dusty.
Whoever that bozo was doing the armpit fart thing, come on, man.
Catch Royals insider Josh Vernier every Monday at 8:20, right here on your home for Royals baseball. 96.5 The Fan.
Well, I'll tell you what, my friends at QC Kinetics can help you get rid of that chronic pain. You're tired of living with that, right? You woke up this morning, you're like, my knee's barking a little bit, or maybe my back hurts and I can't golf, I can't hike, I can't play pickleball or tennis. I just want to get by and I can't do anything now. Well, I want you to know something. The medical pros at QC Kinetics are right there for you. They're here in Kansas City, and they're focused on finally getting you the relief you need. They've already treated tens of thousands of patients around the country with regenerative treatments that help calm that debilitating joint pain in your knees, hips, shoulders, and back. With QC Kinetics, the science is solid. They give you your life back without surgery, without drugs, and without any downtime. Everybody's trying to live healthier lives and break free of harmful meds, and that's the whole mission of QC Kinetics. If you're curious if you'd be a candidate for treatments, don't worry about it. Just give them a call today. The consultation is totally free, and they're happy to take a look to see if they can help you finally get that relief. Call now and find out how easy it is to get back to enjoying life without the chronic joint pain. Call QC Kinetics now at 816-412-6299. That's 816-412-6299. It's QC Kinetics.
Hi, Drew and Jonathan Scott here, reminding you that a lot of life's firsts are better with help from American Family Insurance. Like your first home expansion, or your first big lightning strike, There's a first for everything. Get the right home policy at the right price with the right help from American Family's agents. Life's better when you're under American Family's roof. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. American Family Mutual Insurance Company SI and its operating company 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
The Other Place, Shawnee, Olathe, downtown Overland Park, Mission, and Belton have lots of big screens, great food, and beer specials. Plus, patio season is coming up soon. The Other Place is your home for baseball this spring. The Other Place and theotherplace.com.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
John always listens to his truck. So when his brakes start talking, he goes to AutoZone, where a helpful AutoZoner gets him the right parts. If John has time to put them in, he borrows a kit with Loan-A-Tool. And if he doesn't, he gets a free shop referral. No hassles, just help. Everything you need, nothing you don't.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Deposit required for Loan-A-Tool. Restrictions apply.
Why'd I go to the doctor? One day at the firehouse, I was so lightheaded I could barely stand. Even my crew noticed. Getting checked out was the right call. Turns out I have atrial fibrillation, which increases the risk of stroke about 5 times.
Symptoms like irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain, shortness of breath, fatigue, or lightheadedness can come and go. But if it's AFib, the risk of stroke remains. If you have symptoms, contact a doctor.
I'm so glad I did.
Visit NoTimeToWait.com, sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
Hey guys, Underdog just became one of the best places to make entries during the basketball playoffs with their Extender program. With the Extender, you can play your way to increasingly bigger boosts each round of the playoffs. Start with the playoff series by using the Game 1 boost and continue boosting each subsequent game to unlock the next one. The longer the series, the bigger the boosts. Underdog is one of the leading places to make all your sports selections, and you can play now in your state. That's right here in Missouri. Underdog is one of the fastest growing sports game apps, and you can play it in your state. Look, millions of fans have already won billions playing at Underdog. Are you going to be next? Download the Underdog app today and sign up using that promo code TAPP, T-A-P-P, to unlock a special offer for up to $1,000 in bonus cash when you make your first deposit. That's promo code TAPP. Must be 18 plus and present in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. See assets.underdogfantasy.com/web/extend.html for details. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Visit www.ncpgambling.org.
The 96.5 The Fan ticket window is open. Head to the contest page at 965thefan.com for your chance to score tickets to see Blink-182 with Alkaline Trio at T-Mobile Center Saturday, September 27. Must be 18 to enter and win. Good luck.
Awaken 180 Weight Loss. Results every week and then receive free support for life. Awaken180weightloss.com.
Hey guys, it's Cody Tapp, and I'm down 30 pounds in 6 weeks thanks to Awaken 180 Weight Loss. And now I get free support for life. Make the same great decision I did and give them a call, 844-346-1800, or online at awaken180weightloss.com.
Here's traffic, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
Brought to you by technicians you can trust with your house keys. Anthony Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, and Electric on the Kansas side. 635 southbound. It's heavy before Gibbs. Off again, on again, slow it down to I-35. 35 southbound, so from 635 down towards Shawnee Mission Parkway. Money back guarantees and parts and labor warranties mean you aren't just buying products, you are securing your investment. For a limited time, receive a free furnace when you purchase an AC. Schedule your complimentary proposal online at anthonyphc.com. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan, traffic.
Join us for the Fans Draft Party on Thursday, April 24th from the Landing in Liberty. We'll be broadcasting live, plus your chance to win $965 and an autographed Chiefs helmet in our draft contest. KFNC FM and AM, HD1 and HD2, Kansas City, in Odyssey Sports Station.
Jazzercise left, right, left. Feel it, bird, go, faster, do it.
Jen's going to hate you now.
And the workout's over. Why is Jen going to hate me?
Oh, because I've, with the jazzercise stuff over the years, we've had conversations. I'm like, I'm not sure about this.
And then I'll get a text at like 6 p.m. I don't hate you. I'm like, oh, she listens. Okay,
she listens back on replay.
For sure.
One of our listeners, got to get a shout out to Andrew, sent me a link. They're not shutting down DMs on X. They're replacing them with something called X Chat.
That That sounds like I shouldn't sign up for that.
Right. No, it really, I didn't even think about that. Like X-Chat. Oh, my God.
Whoa.
Clear history.
No, that's Binkley who does that.
Yes. Every time he's in here.
Every time he's in here, the man clears the history off his computer. What is going on?
What are you doing, Bank?
Yeah, just trying to figure out Paige Sporadic's 5'5" or 5'6".
I mean, like,
Paige is like a scratch golfer, just man. Binkley, I introduced you to Paige Sporadic.
every time he works, Dusty comes in the morning and the whole computer's wiped out.
It's like he's worried about Skynet. Miles Dyson.
Like, what is he? What could he possibly? Does he not want to have people see like what draft picks he was looking at?
That's exactly right.
Yep, he's trying to keep it. You know, he wants to win that 965 cash, man.
And I will say to Jay on this one, if you got to clear the history, get your own laptop, man.
Yeah, invest,
dude.
Yeah,
you're a creep, dude.
Binkley, what's your history on your computer say?
Hey, well, yo, man.
You got another shout out as well. You got a birthday to get to.
Yeah, we got a shout out. One of our longtime listeners, an OG guy, Jayhawk for life, been here since day one. His daughter celebrating her 13th birthday today. Happy birthday, Adelaide! Woo. Enjoy your 13th birthday, and have some fun. Make your dad take you to Smokehouse Barbecue today and get some of the chicken wings with the Cajun butter sauce on top. That sounds like a perfect birthday dinner. Maybe I'll do that this week.
And then tell them it's your birthday, and you probably get a free dessert.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, yours is what, 2 days away?
Yeah, Saturday is my
Let's
birthday.
go.
48. Yeah, that's going to be fun.
It's exciting.
2 years from the big one.
Yeah, I'm going to my friend's wife. I use the term wife. His girlfriend.
Oh, that's what you do for your birthday?
Invented a line of clothing called Fitbrit, and Bobby Witt's wife is kind of the model for these. And so we're going to the launch party for Fitbrit. It's like a what do you call the pants that everybody wears now? Leggings type of stuff and whatnot.
Joggers,
and yeah,
leggings.
she does an unbelievable job with these. So look up Fitbrit. Fitbrit. They're fantastic. Yeah,
it's a good name too.
it is. Her name's Brittany, so she's in shape, and so Fitbrit. It's fantastic. Wonderful line of clothing.
There's Dracula on TV.
Todd, let me tell you about the arm strength on this guy. He's a comp to Daniel Jones.
That is true.
Which we just got, which is the most detrimental thing anybody could say. I thought you were my friend, man.
Yeah, I sent you guys that, I think.
On X-Chat?
Yeah.
Did you send that on X-Chat?
Was it that or was it text message?
Maybe it was text messaging.
It was from text chat.
Yeah, text chat. It was from Pat Shurmur, who is the offensive coordinator now at Colorado, right? Mm-hmm. And he was the head coach of the Giants when they had Daniel Jones. This gentleman, you're trying to promote your players right now, right? You're the Colorado coaching staff. You got to get out there, promote your guy, say how good he is. This guy, and if I'm Dion and I'm not being hyperbolic here, I'd fire this guy today. He says this.
That's the definition of hyperbolic.
No, that's not hyperbolic. This is Dion's son who's trying to get drafted, and Pat Shurmur, the offensive coordinator, compared him to Daniel Jones.
I mean,
I think they're very similar prospects from a player and a person. He said he sees a lot of similarities between Shedeur Sanders and Daniel Jones. Like, honestly, you couldn't have come up with a worse comp than Daniel Jones. What do you think he is? I don't know. He's kind of like I can't even think of like a worse comp that you could potentially have than Daniel Jones. Like, arguably the worst comp you could put at this day and age. The Giants cut the gentleman mid-season last year.
It's kind of like Brock Osweiler. You know, he's pretty solid. You know. Dude, this is a terrible comp. I don't know about Daniel Jones the person, but he's not 6'5" or 6'6". Sanders isn't. He doesn't run like Daniel Jones. Like, it's not even a good comp. That's terrible.
Daniel Jones.
Yeah, really Case Keenum.
Yeah.
If I'm Dion, I'm like, hey, get in here for a second, man.
Yeah,
here's your severance package. You just compared my son to Daniel Jones? You're not helping the process here, Pat.
Rex Grossman.
Somebody says, Shedeur Sanders never really won anything, just like Daniel Jones, and peaked at being 500.
There you go.
Yeah, okay.
Just when I thought I was done, they keep bringing me back.
Yeah, but I'll tell you, the Daniel Jones didn't turn a whole organization and state university around like Shedeur, Dion, and Travis Hunter have done.
Right.
PFF's comp for Shedeur is Teddy Bridgewater, which is a little bit better.
What do you think of that comp, and be honest?
T-Bridge for Shedeur Sanders? That's an
hate
insult to T-Bridge right now.
Yeah, Teddy could have had a great career if it weren't for those injuries. So I'm kind of like, okay, if he turns out to be Teddy without the injuries, it's not bad.
Was he the one that accidentally got punctured by the needle
That's right.
for the Chargers, and
That's
Justin
right.
Herbert got
That's
to
it.
start.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
the Chiefs are like, oh God, this guy.
Yeah.
And it's just been fine.
And that's why Justin Herbert, everybody loves Justin Herbert because of that game. That's how a first impression really matters. Justin Herbert went out there and balled his ass off, and everybody fell in love with him, and nobody's letting him go, even though he can't win in the playoffs. So you've got a comp to Daniel Jones or Teddy Bridgewater. If you're the Giants at number 3.
When you say it like that,
Seriously. I mean, those are the comps, right? Who's this guy a lot like? Well, he's a lot like Teddy Bridgewater, and he's a lot like Daniel Jones. Yeah, I'm not taking that guy.
And Shedeur Sanders doesn't look like Andy Kaufman. So there's
No,
that
he
as
does
well.
not.
Shout out to Will Stripling, who was the winner of the Wagyu.
there you go, Will.
There you go,
There you
Will.
go, Will.
Booth Creek Wagyu. So somebody that's stuck with us and not leaving us for more money, unlike your boy Nico. Mac, I think Tennessee, tough season coming up for Tennessee.
Tough situation for Tennessee and tough situation for Nico, too. I'll add that Nico's a complete idiot in this situation, believing that, what's his name over in Miami? Ugly guy that we don't like. Carson Beck.
Yeah.
Believed that he actually was getting $4.5 million in Miami. He's like, I can get that. Carson's not getting that. He's not getting near that. I think he's getting $2 million.
Isn't Nico getting less now?
Yes, he's going to end up getting less once he finds
he went
that-
to UCLA.
Yeah, he went to UCLA yesterday. That was confirmed. That was the rumor. He's not going to make. He's going to be making as much as he was at Tennessee at best, is what I've heard. Now, obviously, we don't know the definite numbers, but yeah,
The
he's
cost of living now is a lot different in Los Angeles than it is in
Knoxville.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Is
So-
there a way that they play each other next year? I know sometimes like
No, we
out
can
of
get that
conference
scheduled.
games, but yeah,
Yeah,
I didn't
they-
know if they would match up
I mean,
sometimes.
UCLA may be in the SEC now. I don't even know. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, on the other side, Tennessee's screwed too. I mean, we've got this freshman quarterback. We've got no time to really find a transfer. We're going to find another guy who's a 4th, 5th year who's not that good. Is like, yeah, I'll come give it a shot. I mean, this was a team who was really going to compete and be a contender, and now all of a sudden their season's screwed. This is going to keep happening. And I'm a huge Tennessee fan, but like, what is my reason? What is my incentive to watch right now?
Well, and it's interesting because Urban Meyer had that exact quote, Tennessee is screwed. And I'm like, I don't normally agree with that guy because I think he's a bag.
Yeah, he's the worst.
You
but
think?
I
Or
know,
you know?
I know. Yeah, I mean, he
sucks.
sucks. Yeah, he's awful. But that comment is right? Like Tennessee is screwed, and he's talking about all the collateral damage now that's going to come with this. Fans are mad now, but once kickoff starts, they're expecting a top 10, 15 program,
Yes.
right? You guys were in the college football playoff last year, right? Okay. Fans now have expectations. So they're going to be mad now. They're going to be ticked off now. And then kickoff is going to happen on August 31st or September, whatever the hell kickoff is for college football. And Tennessee plays their first game. And there's not going to be one fan who's going to think about what could have been with this quarterback. The expectation is still going to be to go out. So Josh Heupel gets screwed in all of this,
Absolutely.
too. The rest of the players are getting screwed in all of this. And if things don't go right in Tennessee and they have a terrible year, maybe Josh Heupel gets fired. He gets fired because this clown went to UCLA and took less money to live in Los Angeles.
I'm wondering if we're going to lose wide receivers next. Because if I'm a wide receiver at Tennessee, I'm going, well, who's throwing me the football?
Because I think this is the second round of the portal, isn't it?
Yeah. Or you sure. The portal, I didn't think portal's closed.
Well, I saw it yesterday. A lot of kids were entering out of North Carolina. Like spring practice is ending, and so now you kind of have a feel of,
They're like, oh, she's a coach too?
Yeah, she's on the field. What are we doing?
Field duty he's doing the whole time. Recruitment has gone out of the roof. My bad earlier. It was Tyrod Taylor, not Teddy Bridgewater, so I apologize.
Yeah, Teddy Bridgewater wore gloves all the time.
That's right.
Yeah.
And one of them is like a high school coach now, I believe.
I think it is Teddy Bridgewater. I think he is the high school coach, or it could be Tyrod's still playing.
Yeah, Tyrod was still playing last season.
And I got those guys mixed up. My bad. So I apologize for that.
Who's got a worse quarterback situation, Tennessee or the Steelers?
Jets.
The Steelers, I think.
You do?
Yeah, because Tennessee, I mean, I don't know our freshman quarterback, but who knows? A 4-star, 5-star, that could work. It's college football. I mean, Steelers do not have a Mason Rudolph.
Yeah, dude.
They're confident in him. They've said that.
Oh, yeah, I
he's
forgot.
leading the sleigh, man.
Yeah, I think Pittsburgh's effed.
Oof.
Well, if they get Aaron Rodgers, they'll be F.
That's a huge pivot, though, to be honest with you.
What is?
If they get Rodgers over Mason Rudolph,
yeah.
I mean, that's where we're putting it at right now. Like, imagine your career coming to that. Well, you're a little bit better than Mason Rudolph. I was at once the best quarterback in football.
Yeah. All-timer.
Now it's like, yeah, you're a little bit better than Mason Rudolph. I kid, he's a lot better than Mason Rudolph. But again, it's like
bar's low.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, it's either Mason Rudolph or Aaron Rodgers. Or you can go to Minnesota where he says he would like to mentor J.J. McCarthy on how to come back from an injury. Coming up, random Belichick thought and 2 first-round picks we revisit for the Chiefs if you could on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City sports.
You're listening to Fescoe and Dusty on your home for Kansas City sports. 96.5 The Fan.
Well, as I looked at my lawn yesterday, I went, wow, I can't believe how good this looks. The guys over at Aspen Lawn and Pest Control came out yesterday, gave it another cut, and now it looks like green carpet in my front yard. I'm like, I can't believe it. It looks amazing. And I could have never done it by myself. I know, because I tried for about a decade to get that lawn looking the right way. There were weeds everywhere. The trees were sucking all the water. It was a mess. And so I decided, you know what? I'm going to wave the white flag on this one. I'm going to call the college-educated professionals over at Aspen Lawn and Pest Control, and I'm going to say, hey, fix my lawn. And they have fixed it. 1 application down already, and it looks amazing. I can't believe this is actually in front of my house. It is so spectacular. And I'm looking forward to when they come out and do the pest control. I keep calling it the mosquito dome over the yard, and they're going to spray the yard and keep out all the mosquitoes this spring and summer. Not just the mosquitoes, they're going to keep out the ticks, and they're going to keep out the fleas and all of those bugs that maybe get on your pets or bother you and you can't sit outside. Aspen Lawn and Pest Control is going to take care of all of that. They've been providing services in Kansas City since 1985, and they offer full-service lawn care, irrigation, and pest control. And if you mention this ad, you'll get up to half off your first application. So don't wait. Call them today, or better yet, just visit them at aspenlawn.com. That's aspenlawn.com.
Men, here's the truth. In the bedroom, good enough isn't really good enough, is it? This is Jeff for Heartland Men's Health. And if your erectile dysfunction is making intimacy less enjoyable for you and your partner, give us a call today. Because whether your ED only happens sometimes or all the time, it's time to stop good enough and time to start really good. At Heartland Men's Health, we're experts in treating ED. Whether it's only mild or moderate, or even if it's severe, our treatments have success rates of well over 90%. And because we have a variety of treatments and can even combine protocols, we can likely get you performing like you haven't in a long time. You could even last up to an hour or more and make sex great again for you and your partner. So make an appointment and be done with good enough. Your initial visit is just $99 and includes blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Call 844-447-6600. That's 844-447-6600. Or go to heartlandmenshealth.com. We have 3 offices to serve you.
Booth Creek Wagyu, KC's premier Wagyu beef meat market, has even more convenient ways for you to shop. In addition to their location at 135th and Metcalf, they're now open at 95th and Knoll. Baseball is back. Time to get your game day grill going. Whether you're looking to wow your family with a meal at the ballpark or sear the best steak ever while listening to the game on the deck, Booth Creek Wagyu experts are ready to help you pick out something unforgettable. Booth Creek Wagyu, now with 2 locations, open 7 days a week or at boothcreekwagyu.com.
Hi, Mia here at the winnings desk of the Missouri Lottery. With 56 million winning tickets last year, anyone can win big. So set your destination to winning, like gas stations, grocery stores, or anywhere you can buy a ticket. The Missouri Lottery. Winners welcome and play responsibly.
You ever try fixing your car and realize you're missing that one part? Yeah, been there. That's why eBay's my go-to. They've got millions of parts, guaranteed to fit. I'm talking brake pads for when yours have seen one too many miles of stop and go. Oil filters, cause you don't mess around with your engine care. Even got this cold air intake on my watch list. I might just go for it. To keep the ride cool and your DIY streak hot. Find all the parts you need at prices you'll love. Guaranteed to fit every time. eBay. Things people love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Why'd I go to the doctor? My heart would race just taking my son to practice. It didn't feel right. So I got checked out. Turns out I have atrial fibrillation, which increases the risk of stroke about 5 times.
Symptoms like irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain, shortness of breath, fatigue, or lightheadedness can come and go. But if it's AFib, the risk of stroke remains. If you have symptoms, contact a doctor.
I'm so glad I did.
Visit notimetowait.com. Sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
I'm at a smoothie bar asking people if they'd switch smoothies with me for $574.
Oh, I'll switch.
So what about $574 if you switch your home insurance to Allstate?
That's a headache.
Nope, it's painless.
Oh, so it's easy money.
Yep, check Allstate first and you could save hundreds on quality home insurance today. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Not available in every state. Based on the national average annual savings for new home insurance customers surveyed in 2023 who switched to Allstate and reported savings. Savings vary.
This is the story of the one who, as a maintenance specialist for a historic high-rise, knows that vintage charm historically needs constant attention. Which is why when it's time to upgrade turn-of-the-century mechanicals, they turn to Grainger. With easy access to 1 million-plus products and the scale to deliver when and where you need them. The right tools and supplies are never far away. So the one can keep that vintage building running like new. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Buckle up and hang on. This is going to be a good one.
The fans of Kansas Speedway know how to have a good time. One that celebrates fantastic finishes.
Crash together. So close.
And family-friendly facilities. Trading paint.
We got feuding.
And tailgating tradition. Burnouts. Beer. And barbecue. Oh, it'll for sure be a good time. And you are all invited. NASCAR weekend at Kansas Speedway, May 9th through the 11th. Get your tickets now at kansasspeedway.com.
You're listening to 96.5 The Fan from the Mission Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling Studios. Here's traffic, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
Brought to you by technicians you can trust with your house keys. Anthony Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, and Electric on the Kansas side. 635 southbound. It's heavy before Gibbs. Off again, on again, slow it down to I-35. 35 southbound, so from 635 down towards Shawnee Mission Parkway. Money back guarantees and parts and labor warranties mean you aren't just buying products, you are securing your investment. For a limited time, receive a free furnace when you purchase an AC. Schedule your complimentary proposal online at anthonyphc.com. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan, traffic.
Right back into it here on Fescoe and Dusty on 96.5 The Fan. Mac Morey with us as well. Hope you're having a good Thursday. It looks beautiful out there now. Looks crisp. What do you think the temperature is? 65?
Yeah, probably something like that. It's probably warmer, though, than we think. I think it's supposed to be the 80s today. Then the weekend is just supposed to be a cold washout.
61. Going to be a high of 80 today.
Yeah.
74 tomorrow. Then, 54 Saturday, 55 Sunday. 68 on Monday, 74, 70, 70, 60. Rain.
Yeah, a lot of rain, yeah. But does that rain for 5 minutes in the morning like today? You know, that type of rain, where you get rain early in the morning and then it moves out. The day's beautiful. Hopefully that's what today ends up being.
So Bill Belichick, North Carolina, right?
Yeah, he's down there.
He's up. Petey Pablo, baby. Are we able to sing songs if they're not being...
No,
okay.
You cannot do that.
Fair enough. So... I wish I was making this up, but I'm reading from what I see that now his girlfriend has to be included in all the emails.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, she has to be included in all of the emails at North Carolina. Oh, yeah, this is true. Yeah,
he's down bad.
this is where we are. This is
from airplanes on the beach.
Yeah. So she apparently sent an email to the university to start censoring social media comments that are calling her and Bill Belichick out and things like that. And so she's getting involved.
Oof. Yikes.
Never good.
Early.
It is. It's never good. Like, no matter what you do for a living, no matter who you are, it's best you don't allow your spouse to get involved in your work life. It's just best that way, right? It's just a lot easier. And now,
Jen's like, you guys really need to get out at 12. Yeah. You guys are late.
So it's best. It's just keep your work and personal life separate and all that kind of stuff, right? And so I was thinking about this yesterday, and I'm thinking about, like, God, this is not setting up for a lot of success right now. If she's getting involved and wants to be included in all the emails and the decisions and all this kind of stuff. And then a couple of kids transferred yesterday from North Carolina. The guy who led the team in sacks last year is transferring. He left. And then their quarterback is leaving because they're going out and getting some guy from Alabama, Birmingham or someplace like that. I don't know where it is. Some directional school that nobody knows about. And so this is all going on. I thought to myself, what if Bill Belichick at North Carolina is a failure? Like, how many games do we play in college now? 13, right? What if
12 in the regular season.
12 in the regular? What if he's 2-10? What if he's 3-9? What if he has these losing records? Because I think that the conversation around Bill Belichick right now is this guy is the greatest coach ever. I saw somebody yesterday, and I forget where, on X, formerly Twitter, say something to the effect of they believe that Bill Belichick is the greatest coach in the history of American professional sports. Okay, you can make that case. I mean, John Wooden would like a word with you. There's a lot of guys on that list that would like a word, right? And And if Bill Belichick, the word, the narrative around him right now is he's good with Tom Brady. Once he was without Tom Brady, before Tom Brady, wasn't any good. What if he goes to North Carolina and does fail? I think his reputation changes dramatically where people will say, yeah, Bill Belichick ultimately a fraud in all of this. It was Tom Brady. I think he has to have success at North Carolina to kind of save his reputation, because if he doesn't coach well and they don't do well, people are just going to look at him and go, you just can't win without Tom Brady and Lawrence Taylor, man.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't know that this was legit, that she was actually getting involved with the emails.
I got one further for you on that one. Boy. Apparently, she told the university to take out of Steve Belichick's bio that he is Bill Belichick's son, because that's not giving him credit for getting the job on his own, and it looks like nepotism.
Yo.
You don't think people are going to know the guy with the last name? This isn't Smith.
So she's crazy. This is giving really crazy vibes. This is bad. This is not good.
These are all stories that are just out there yesterday about this.
I mean, those videos that you and I saw of her just on the field, walking around, talking to coaches, looks like she's giving them directions, pulling out whatever boards, clipboards with papers on them.
Yeah.
What the hell's going on?
Right, exactly.
Maybe she really knows special teams.
Maybe. But I mean, okay, so Steve Belichick, no relation to head coach Bill Belichick. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Coincidence? I think not.
Common name in Maryland. It's a very common name. There's a lot of Belichicks that grew up in the Baltimore area.
Well, that Fescoe scored a goal last night. I wonder if that she's related. Yeah, no other Fescoes?
Yeah, exactly, right?
What if she's related?
Yeah, that Fescoe scored her first high school goal last night. Any relation to you? No, it's from it's from the Mission Hills Fescoes. But it's bad. So I just think right now, there's more pressure on Bill Belichick to have a good season, probably anybody else in college right now, because if he doesn't do well, the narrative will continue, and the narrative won't be wrong that he's only a product of Tom Brady and Lawrence Taylor.
I think the narrative will continue. I will disagree heartily with that narrative if that does happen, though.
You will.
I will.
Why?
One, because I think college and NFL are almost completely different jobs.
I 100% agree on
so
that.
I'd want to separate the two, right? So I'd be talking about Bill Belichick, the NFL coach. And Bill Belichick, the NFL coach, right now, Andy Reid can change that, is the greatest to ever do it. And Tom Brady never won a Super Bowl, never even made a Super Bowl without a top 10 defense.
That's fine.
That's Bill Belichick.
Yeah, that's fine. But he also won a Super Bowl without Bill Belichick.
It's true.
It's true. And most teams that win the Super Bowl are top 10 in offense and defense. So that argument there, I see what you're saying, but I think if you go back and look, the majority of teams that are Super Bowl champs are top 10 in offense, and you have to be a balanced team. Look at the 2018 Chiefs. Unbelievable on offense, total ass on defense, right? So that's why they were not able to advance as far as we would have liked to have seen them advance that year. You have to be roughly top 10 in both to have an opportunity.
Yeah, it's tough, man. I hope that it's just, it's like take your kid to the office day in the early part of the season, and then it's like, no, we're on to the real stuff here. You got to, just be a fan.
I mean, for a guy that was so insulated in New England and everything, mattered, and there wasn't a stray hair or anything like that, this doesn't seem like the same guy. Now, we've all been gaga for somebody else that you're dating at a certain point in time, and maybe you do things that you normally wouldn't do because you're in love and things of that nature. So I get that side of things. But I just think right now with Bill Belichick, man, his in my opinion anyway, his reputation's on the line. If they go down in flames in North Carolina, he's out in 2 years.
Yeah, just be another failed product.
No, it would change the way you think about him for sure.
Yeah.
That's true.
Or they would, be like, this doesn't count towards his career. This was just like a flyer opportunity. He was bored. Yeah, we don't really count the Carolina years. It's like people are like, we don't really count the Wizards years for Michael. We just worry about what he did in Chicago.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Yeah.
Because we don't judge Michael Jordan's career of greatness when we're like, well, did you see when he played for the Wizards? It's like, he was averaging a good amount of points at the late age that he was, but it's like we're never like, no one's rocking around with a Wizards Jordan jersey.
Nobody even really remembers he played for the Wizards. Or if you do, you've blocked that out of your mind. You've taken that and thrown that in the trash.
You remember when Ichiro played for Miami?
No,
sure don't.
You remember when Chuck Knobloch was a Royal?
Yes, because he couldn't throw it to first.
I mean, the random guys like that. You're like, oh, yeah, that's right. That guy had a cup of coffee here, like Revis Island here in Kansas City.
Ricky Henderson played for the Padres?
No, I have no recollection of that. I'm so mad at myself.
Oh, it's funny. I was so confused. I was like, he's got to know, right?
No.
And he's like, He's going to know. He's not going to know. They're going to know. They're not going to know.
I don't know why I don't remember any of that.
Probably best you didn't.
Yeah.
We dialed this down a little bit earlier. If you could trade the Chiefs' next 2 first-round picks this year and next year, so 31 and 32, right?
Yep.
For any player in the NFL, not trying to get semantics in here. So like don't worry about the contract.
Just have fun. Okay, it's okay not to worry about stupid stuff in sports that fans concern themselves with.
You can switch.
That don't matter.
Any player in the NFL, 2 picks, 31 and 32 is what we're calling it. 31 and 32.
They're not going to have any roster space available for. Okay.
Do we take the contract on? Just have fun.
Just have fun with it. Because yesterday somebody asked the GM of the Dolphins, who will be fired soon, what would you take for Tyreek Hill? He goes, well, we'll start at 2 first-round picks, right? Okay. 31-year-old wide receiver who's got issues that he needs to deal with, probably not worth anything, right? So I was thinking, like, if the Chiefs, if you could give up 31 this year and 32 next year for any player in the NFL, who would it be? I want to go with Saquon Barkley so bad, but I know I can't because that's against everything I stand for. And I know this is a year where Saquon's probably going to be hurt. So I decided, you know what? I'd go with Myles Garrett. I think I'd like Myles Garrett on the other side.
Yeah, you can't go wrong with that. Total beast. Him and Chris Jones together would be absurd. And we saw what happened with Amini, who come back for Karlaftis. Karlaftis would feast.
Yeah.
That'd be fun.
That'd be a lot of fun, right?
Spags would just be licking his chops.
Mac, who you got?
I'll go the other side. I just lean kind of like when Binkley talks about the Chiefs. They're built on offense. I'm going to go with Justin Jefferson.
You smoke a cigarette, you mean?
And then clear history.
And then clear the history.
I'm just looking at the Chiefs roster from 85.
So Justin Jefferson would be my pick. I just imagine him, Rice, and Worthy together along with the last year of Kelsey. Like, if you thought 2018 was fun, that would be even better. So, yeah, give me Justin Jefferson.
Can we call Binkley and get his take on this? I do want to see who he would trade in the NFL for.
I think we all missed the boat when we did this earlier, and the text line can get credit for this as well. Because I said Max Crosby or Brock Bowers.
Right, yeah. Which are 2 good ones. I would go with Bowers over Crosby just because of age.
Well, what's the number 1 need that everyone says the Chiefs need on this team?
Defensive line.
Left tackle.
Oh, yeah.
Why not go get Joe Alt?
Oh, hell of a call. Who said that?
Text line.
Oh, take the day.
Yeah.
That's really
like,
good.
We're all just blinded in our own image of, like, this is why we don't do what Brett Veach does. Because it's like, oh, yeah, Max, like, I'll take Justin Jefferson, even though we have Rashee Rice and, by the way, going to be suspended.
I heard that, yeah.
Hollywood Brown, Xavier Worthy, Travis Kelce. And then you're like, yeah, Justin Jefferson would be cool. Yeah, it would be cool. But imagine if you had Joe Alt just playing left tackle for you. And it's like, yeah, you gave up a 31. Yeah, so.
That's a slow clap. Take the day for the text line.
We missed it. The number 1 needs a left tackle. We're out here getting, let's go get Brock Bowers and, like, TN and, like, let's be cool. It's like, or let's be smart and go get a left tackle who's a stud and young and good, and then you take him from the Chargers.
Yeah, I love that call by the text line. Beautiful. Well done. Well played.
Like
I'm kicking all of us in the ass for not thinking of that beforehand. That's a great text. Whoever came up with that's brilliant.
Not to be the thanks coach guy. He did play right tackle last year, but he could probably be good at left. But yes.
Binkley, real quickly, you could trade this year and next year's draft picks in the first round for the Chiefs and get any player in the NFL. Who is it?
Any player in the NFL? Oh, man. Jamar Chase.
All right, good one. Text line said Joe Alt, so I figured you'd go offensive line.
Yeah, I got to go playmaker, man. With Mahomes. Imagine that with Mahomes. I'm like, I got to sit down for a second and walk like this for 4 hours. You know what I mean?
No doubt about it.
Hey, why do you clear the history off the computer every time?
You know what? I heard you guys talking about that, and that is 100% false. That has not happened. I've never
Sterling.
done that. It must be because I've never looked at the history. I mean, I look at a lot of boobs and stuff, but I would never delete it.
Please cut that.
Binkley, we'll talk to you Wednesday. Hopefully you keep the history going.
We'll slap my mouth and call me Draft Daddy. We'll talk to you then.
2 drops in 20
seconds. He just came on to give drops, right?
Yeah. Slap my mouth and call me Draft Daddy?
What the hell was that?
No wonder he's clearing the history. And I love how he's like, I heard you guys talking about that. That's 100% false.
Yeah. Then he should have called in. The phone's always available, Jay. If we're talking about, you clearing the browser history, feel free to call in.
Is the new trend on Twitter to add, is it Grok?
Grok, you ask, it's like their AI. You can ask them questions and stuff. Yeah.
PFT commenter. he's like been abusing this in hilarious ways. So we're all familiar with the video we saw of the other night of the Orlando Magic and Atlanta game, and the girl in the background. They don't show her face, but they show
the one eating
else.
spaghetti or the one with the packet of white substance.
Yeah. So
what in the hell, man? Just breaking that out of the game.
So PFT goes, Grok, did you happen to? He says, what do you see in this video? I see a clip from the Orlando Magic versus Atlanta Hawks game with the score at 120-94 in favor of Orlando late in the fourth quarter. The focus is on spectators, including a woman in a revealing top, which has sparked online buzz. The video doesn't clearly show her shaking a bag, but that's the context from the thread. Without more evidence, it's impossible to say what's in the bag. Speculation ranges from snacks to wild guesses like cocaine, all in good humor. The game itself was a big win for Orlando, securing a playoff spot against Boston.
Yeah, the AI stuff is fantastic.
It's crazy.
Yeah, that
sometimes.
video was making its way around. I'm not sure what I was more appalled at. Actually, I know what I was more appalled at. The person eating spaghetti.
There was a guy housing spaghetti in the Warriors game against Memphis.
And so those are the good seats, right? Those are probably some of those seats where they may have a club access where you get a meal and whatnot.
Yeah.
How cheap are you serving spaghetti to your patrons? They're probably paying a couple of grand a ticket, right? To sit in those seats, probably more, probably 10 grand a ticket.
They're talking about the bag.
And you're you're serving spaghetti? Like, that's not a game food,
No,
man.
that's not a game food. I don't want to deal with the sauce and the noodles.
It didn't look too saucy.
No, it didn't. It looked like dried sauce. It looked like it had been sitting in a chafing dish for like an hour. And
It's
it was
good.
like all like coagulated on there. Like spaghetti at a game courtside? No.
Chafing.
I think I would. Yeah, I don't know about that. But I would have hit it up. I mean, it looked good. I mean, I'm just a spaghetti lord, though.
Yeah, but if you're in
At
you're
a
in that club,
game?
you got a table in the back room. Eat it there.
I also didn't know they were eating spaghetti in L.A. We should have brought that up with Ben Maller. Because
Yeah.
I wonder if, because, L.A., they're a little bit prettier than we are, a little bit better in shape. It's like
Snooty.
housing spaghetti
Yeah,
in a
it was
basketball
probably
game.
wheat pasta. You
Yeah,
know,
true. Probably like an organic.
gluten free. It's probably spinach pasta with
that'd be green.
Tomato sauce on it that was made with tomatoes that somebody grew on their tree.
The older I get, I'm a farfalle pasta guy. Or farfalle?
Is that the spiral one or the bow
Bow
tie?
tie.
Yeah, it's for me. I am short and stubby pasta.
Oh.
That's what I want, like rigatoni, ziti, that kind of stuff. I don't.
Big ZD will send you back in time, dude.
Yeah.
Like,
I
you
look at a lot of boobs and stuff, but I would never delete it.
Okay. He stands on business. That's one thing he does. And so does Alex Gold.
A+ body type with well-proportioned frame and premium length.
I was thinking about Alex yesterday because they were talking about the Warriors. Golden State, are they named after him?
Somebody brings this up, and I'm trying to figure out what it means from the 785. So continue to stay with us here, 75. They just sent a text in that says, "What's your spaghetti policy?"
Regarding.
That's what I'm trying to figure out. Is it meat sauce or meatballs?
Yeah.
Is it
I need more on that.
I need more.
I'm not a spaghetti guy because every time I eat spaghetti, it's like it just splatters all over. That's why I
God.
like rigatoni or, as you said, bow ties, the short, stubby type pastas. That's easy to get on your fork. You're not spitting the sauce. It's everywhere. It's a mess.
You got to save that, by the way. The 913 is already on it. For me, I'm short and stubby. Save it, Mac.
I gave you the perfect pause, too.
Slap my mouth and call me draft daddy.
I will never in my life call you draft daddy.
But you will slap him in the mouth, right?
No, I'm afraid that could wake up a sleeping giant.
Yeah, that probably could, yeah.
Hey, give me your Dutch man, you little ass. I thought we were friends.
Bakley's beating the hell out of Dusty at the landing. Hey, we're on pick 10. I don't care. I'm beating up Dusty.
You said slap your mouth and call you draft daddy. Yeah, he's talking about other people, Dust man.
Well, slap my mouth and call me draft daddy.
Oh, it's an Always Sunny reference. See, I don't watch that show. I've never seen it. Mac, you'd be the expert on that. Even you didn't get it.
And even he didn't get
I'm
it.
terrible at that stuff, though.
Yeah.
I could see something 10 times and not do the lines. Whereas Dusty watches something once and he'll be quoting it for the next
Yeah,
year.
I need
that's
to
not-
watch something for a long time, and then I forget them, and they dissipate out of my brain, and then we're on to the next. My spaghetti policy, I don't know. Spaghetti, sauce, meatballs.
I like a spicy red sauce.
Whatever Jasper puts in front of me, that's what I'll eat, spaghetti policy-wise.
Is it weird that I eat spaghetti cold the next day?
No, cold spaghetti's good.
I don't know. I don't know.
Sometimes
If
I
that's,
just grab a handful of it out of the refrigerator
I don't
and
know
eat
if
it.
that's like a weird thing, but what I would do, because we always had heads of lettuce in our fridge when I was a kid, because we always had deli meat and stuff like that, and I would take lettuce and I'd make lettuce wraps, but with spaghetti.
Ooh.
I don't know why.
I don't hate that.
It's really good.
Yeah.
Like, and gone in like 5 seconds. Because we would do, and this is why we're talking about spaghetti on a sports show, but like we would take the noodles and then we would do the sauce. And then at the end of the night, after everybody had it, you portion it out yourself. We would just combine everything together, stir it all up, put it in the fridge.
One Tupperware makes things a lot easier.
And then it's orange the rest of your life.
Yeah. It is. It stains the Tupperware.
It does.
Yeah.
And so you have your spaghetti Tupperware, which was always
I'm sure Emily has a solution for that.
Mine was just a country crock butter dish. So you had to either was it butter or was it spaghetti from a week ago? I don't know.
Right.
So as we got older, we got smarter. We'd smear butter on the outside of the dish. So we knew that it was there. It just looked like butter. But we knew it was butter, so I wouldn't open it up and it was like veggies from fajitas.
Yeah.
That's a funk you can't get out of your head. But I would, the next day I would just go home and I was always in a hurry in high school, being places at different times, but I would take 2 spoonfuls, put it in a little lettuce, roll it up and eat it.
There's nothing wrong with cold spaghetti. I like cold Chinese food too.
Good Lord. My mom makes pulled barbecue beef spaghetti. It's absolutely the best cold the next day. Throw it on a slice of bread. Yeah, that too. Like, I don't judge anybody what kind of bread or whatever you do.
Cold barbecue beef spaghetti?
Sure. I don't know. Like, smoke it on the Traeger, then pull the beef, then mix it in with your red sauce and noodles. I mean, I'm
in on that. Yeah.
Because I've seen a lot of people that, like, the new spaghetti hack is you get those, like, Texas toast. You get, like, the Hy-Vee frozen aisle.
Right.
And you, like, cook those, obviously, in the air fryer, then pull them out and put scoops of spaghetti, provolone cheese, put the top, put it in the rest of the oven for, like, 5 minutes, like a spaghetti garlic bread sandwich. You gain 10 pounds listening to that?
Wow, that sounds delicious.
Oh, dude, it's nuts. I mean, yeah, I think I'm going to have spaghetti tonight.
I mean, that does sound really good.
Yeah. No, that and like chicken parm. Because I see you guys that picture, that like beautifully laid out chicken parm.
That chicken parm looked Jasper's-esque, man.
Sure.
Like,
See you
my
Friday,
goodness.
Jay.
Yeah. Exactly. Get the chicken parm ready, Jasper. And Selmo's coming in. Or maybe we should hide.
No, but we bring this all up because there's that viral video of that lady. And then there's that guy in the Golden State Warriors game where the, you know what it is. He was eating spaghetti at a basketball game.
At a basketball game. Not a game.
What's the equivalent of that at a baseball game? That'd be like eating like a fillet? No.
Like a steak?
No.
I don't know.
Because they have steak.
I think it'd be
Royals
kind
game
of
now.
the same type of thing if you're eating spaghetti at any sporting event.
Do you Parmesan cheese your spaghetti or shredded cheese? Your spaghetti?
Whatever's available. I don't care.
All right.
Give me one or the other. Doesn't matter.
$20 bottomless burgers. If you could have anything chain-wise, national chain only, to be bottomless for $20, what would it be? We'll give our answer on the other side of 96.5 The Fan. You're listening to Fescoe and Dusty.
Yum.
I tried to take Charlie, but he refused to go.
What is your spaghetti policy here?
Hey, it's Vinny Pasquantino, and you're listening to Fescoe and Dusty on your home for Royals baseball. 96.5 The Fan.
Well, I'll tell you what, my friends over at Park & Go do an unbelievable job. I love the guys at Park & Go because they take care of everything when you're out of town. And everything, I mean your car. It's protected from all of the elements because every spot at Park & Go is covered parking. You never have to worry about the rain, the snow, the sleet, any of that stuff ruining your car while you are out of town because it's going to be protected at the airport. And with Park & Go, they make it so simple. Here's what I do. Make your flight reservation. Boom, that's done. Now go to bookparkandgo.com and make your parking reservation. That way it's all taken care of and you don't have to worry about it. And make sure you prepay because when you prepay, you get their lowest rate possible and save a ton of money. That's what Park & Go's got going on before you get there. Then you show up on the day of your flight, you give them your reservation number. They direct you to the covered parking spot they have for you, and the van meets you right away and takes you right to the airport terminal. There's no waiting or running around a lot hoping somebody shows up. The Park & Go customer service is top-notch. Then when you get back, just grab your bags, walk outside, and there's the bus. You jump on it, and it's right back to the trunk of your car. So do what we did and join their frequent parker program, earn points towards free parking, and reserve your spot today at bookparkandgo.com. The best deals in parking. Bookparkandgo.com. Park & Go, family-owned and operated.
Whether you're digging a pond, clearing brush, grading property, or doing demo, Foley Equipment, your local Caterpillar dealer, is your one-stop shop. Buy or rent, Foley Equipment has the machines you need to get the job done. And right now, Foley has 0% financing on new cat skid steers, mini excavators, and compact track loaders. Stop by any Foley Equipment location today or visit us at FoleyEQ.com. That's FoleyEQ.com.
If you're like me and you're trying to break through with that boring lunch routine, I've got the option for you. I discovered lunch at Hy-Vee Market Grill. Forget the after-lunch fast food coma. The Hy-Vee Market Grill offers fast and fresh options with made-to-order burgers, salads, sandwiches, and wraps like the 3-cheese patty melt, the crispy chicken or Cobb salad, BLT or tenderloin sandwich, and my personal favorite, the peanut butter bacon burger. For high quality and great value, freshen up your lunch routine at the Hy-Vee Market Grill today.
Hop into Hy-Vee for all your Easter needs, like baskets, candy, chocolate bunnies, and more. Treat your family to Easter brunch at the Market Grill. Just $24.99 for adults, $7.99 for children, and kids 5 and under eat free. Staying home? Try Hy-Vee's Easter meal deal for just $30. Get all the fixings you need to feed your ducklings spiral sliced ham, russet potatoes and gravy, green bean casserole, and bakery fresh rolls. Make this your most excellent Easter ever, only at Hy-Vee.
At Busey Bank and CrossFirst Bank, we're partnering to help make your business visions become realizations. Through securing capital for growth, cash flow management, and comprehensive strategies that ensure a prosperous future. Because thriving businesses mean thriving people and thriving communities. Together, we're building extraordinary impact in business, wealth, and community. Busey Bank and CrossFirst Bank. Member FDIC.
My friends swim no matter the season, but my moderate to severe plaque psoriasis can sometimes take me out of the moment. Now, thanks to Skyrizi and clear skin, count me in. With Skyrizi, Risankizumab Riza, a prescription-only 150 milligram injection for adults who are candidates for systemic or phototherapy. 3 out of 4 people achieve 90% clear skin at 4 months.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions and an increased risk of infections or a lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check for infection and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms such as fever, sweats, chills, muscle aches, or cough, or if you plan to or recently received a vaccine.
Thanks to Skyrizi, there's nothing on my skin, and that means everything. Ask your doctor today about Skyrizi, the #1 dermatologist-prescribed biologic in psoriasis, and visit skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKYRIZI to learn more.
I'm at a smoothie bar asking people if they'd switch smoothies with me for $574.
Oh, I'll switch.
So what about $574 if you switch your home insurance to Allstate?
That's a headache.
Nope, it's painless.
Oh, so it's easy money.
Yep, check Allstate first and you could save hundreds on quality home insurance today. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Not available in every state. Based on the national average annual savings for new home insurance customers surveyed in 2023 who switched to Allstate and reported savings. Savings vary.
This is the story of the one who, as a maintenance specialist for a historic high-rise, knows that vintage charm historically needs constant attention. Which is why, when it's time to upgrade turn-of-the-century mechanicals, they turn to Grainger. With easy access to 1 million-plus products and the scale to deliver when and where you need them. The right tools and supplies are never far away. So the one can keep that vintage building running like new. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Hey there, Royals fans. It's Royals Hall of Famer Mike Sweeney. Have you or your kids experienced a high school coach who wants to make our Kansas City community a better place to live, work, and play? The Royals and the See You in the Major Leagues Foundation, together with Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Kansas City, are shining a spotlight on 6 impactful coaches in the KC metro area. Nominate a high school coach today at royals.com/coaches with character.
Here's traffic, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
This report brought to you by Midwest Auto Services. Missouri side 71 northbound, very heavy. Still hitting delays before 87th Street. Just crawls up past Gregory with an accident blocking the left lane. Is driving your vehicle like fighting a wild bull? Does it lead, pull, or feel out of sync when you accelerate or brake? Are you replacing tires a lot due to poor wear? Let Midwest Auto Services check your alignment. Call 816-224-4247 or MidwestAutoservices.com. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan. Traffic.
That's right. The Groove Tenders is what we're calling this band that sings My Morning Jacket. That's also another band that's fantastic. I believe they are coming to town soon.
I look at a lot of boobs and stuff.
Oh, my. That's Binkley, man.
That is Jay.
That's big for you, dog. Don't forget, as we continue to remind you as much as we possibly can, because you are a week away, folks, a week away from the NFL draft. Thursday, April 24th. It is at the Landing in Liberty for the watch party. It starts at 6 p.m. Get there a little earlier. Parking lot's going to be a little packed. Always is. Just giving you a heads up. Plus, gives you more time to talk about Bob's Bavarian Pretzel. Bink and Unicero will be broadcasting live during the first round. Draft contest is back with a $965 cash prize plus an autographed Juwan Taylor helmet as a prize as well. 1 point for player drafted in first round. 3 points if you get right player on the right team, and your sheet must be turned in prior to the first pick on the clock.
Holy cheese!
That's right. Hopefully it's a winner, because then you can celebrate with all of us, because the fans' entire staff will be in attendance, so you can smell Mac's hair. He uses Pert Plus to this day.
Oh, I thought he used Prel.
No, he used Herbal Essence, but they got rid of it.
Oh, they did?
I think so.
I haven't heard that. Pantene Pro V.
Are you old enough to remember the Herbal Essence commercials?
I don't think they were very good, yeah.
Yeah, they were.
They were outstanding commercials.
But in other news, U.S. fast food chain Red Robin is... Please.
Remember that commercial?
Oh, yeah.
That's PTSD for your boy right there. Pulled 6.5 years as a server at Red Robin.
That's a long time.
Shout out Independence, baby. But
you love their car shows.
Oh,
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
no, it's just killing me.
My fault.
I'm out of tea. May I get more? And are they going to move these vehicles? We've got cars coming in. But Red Robin's offering a new customer promotion in a bid to increase businesses after announcing its plan to close 15 restaurants this year. Starting on April 17th, customers can buy a bottomless burger pass on the Red Robin website to use at any restaurant location for the duration of May, which also happens to be National Hamburger Month.
That's right.
These $20 black and gold passes will allow patrons to order one gourmet burger with a bottomless side of their choice for each day of the month.
That's right. So $20 gets you a burger every day for a month.
Yeah.
That's a hell of a deal.
Customers will receive their specialized card in the mail, but supply is limited.
Yeah, I'm sure it is.
What's more, Red Robin royalty members who buy a burger and a drink during May will automatically be entered into a contest for a chance to win free burgers for the whole year. Only 12 people will be selected to win.
Wow, there's the odds for you.
Talking about down bad.
Yeah.
I don't know if I was an employee there. Here's my 2 weeks notice.
This seems like this is the last ditch effort to try to, keep this thing alive, right?
Yeah, because I know there's one in the Northland. I know there's one in Liberty, and I know there's one still in Independence.
There used to be one on like 95th and Metcalf. I don't think that's there.
It's been gone for a while.
Has it? Okay.
Yeah. There's also a barbecue conglomerate that blocks everything
Right.
that everybody goes into. But yeah, that one's been gone for a while. In fact, it's something new now. But it's, man, I'll tell you what, man, it's tough to see that. But if you could buy a bottomless item like they're selling, like you can get a card or you go get anything you want in a national chain,
right?
What would be you?
I'm going either to Cava or Chipotle.
Cava's great.
Cava's fantastic.
It's like basically the Mediterranean Chipotle.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, it's so good. My kids ask for it now. Like my daughter the other night, let's go to Cava. Like I'm like, wow, all right, something different.
Too.
It is. It's very healthy. You get your grilled chicken, your veggies, your hummus, your all that good stuff, right? All that Mediterranean food. So I would do either Cava or Chipotle if I could do that. For $20, one item a day for an entire month. I mean, you're definitely getting your money's. That's you got to be a huge loss leader for Red Robin to do something like that.
Seriously. So which one would it be if you had to choose, Cava or Chipotle?
Probably Cava.
Probably Cava.
Yeah.
I figured you
Cava has more options, if you will, than Chipotle does. Yeah.
Well, it's more niche.
Yeah, it is.
Chipotle, like, to be fair, you could go like recreate that at like, I don't know.
Home.
Yeah, you could do it. Blackstone's a really good time to make a homemade Chipotle if you haven't done that already. But like Costa Vida, you could basically get Chipotle. Like you can get a bowl, you can get a salad, you can get a taco salad, you get a burrito.
Remember Moe's Southwest burritos?
Moe's is really popular in Tennessee.
Yeah, it's not as popular here anymore.
I went to Tiki Taco yesterday. You can do the same thing. You get like a burrito that had like curly fries, steak, and shrimp and queso all wrapped in it.
What was the joint that was right over here that was a taco burrito place?
Oh, you're talking about the place that closed down?
Yeah.
That was like cafeteria style?
Yeah.
Oh, gosh, what was that?
Well, Chipotle's cafeteria style, too. I mean,
Yeah, but you got to tray and you slid down.
Yeah.
You're like yellow,
Yeah.
blue.
Yeah, what was the name of that place? God. I only went there once, and it didn't last that long. Then COVID hit and things
I went there.
changed.
I went there with Brother Ryan.
Oh, you did? I went there with John Hansen. Yeah.
Oh, I bet he enjoyed it.
Oh, he did. Yeah, he ordered the whole menu.
Gosh, what was that place called?
Yeah, that'll drive me nuts now. If anybody remembers that old school, what, I don't even
text
know.
line.
What do they say?
No, I'm saying, come on, text
Oh
line.
yeah,
Help us
yeah.
out.
It was right here in Mission. It was a chain, but I can't
They
remember.
shut
what
down
it was.
because they basically they had restrictions because of the pandemic, and they're like, F you.
Freebirds.
No.
Yes, it was. I think it was Freebird's Burrito.
Don Cholitos.
No.
That's what I'm thinking
Oh,
of.
you're thinking of Don Cholitos. No, they
Okay.
microwaved everything over
Freebirds?
there.
Yeah, okay, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, Freebirds. Yeah, Don Cholitos is what I was thinking. The
Oh,
text line
yeah.
said-
Don Cholitos. Yeah, completely. I was thinking of Freebirds, the burrito place right here. Yeah,
because it was over there by Potbelly, Five Guys,
Yeah,
and all that.
right, yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah, I don't know, man. What are you going bottomless?
I don't know. This is tough. Like, those are good options. Panera doesn't seem like a terrible option.
Not bad.
Yeah, not bad.
I'm a huge fan, Panera.
I love it. I could do bowl soups. I could do sandwiches. It's healthy, but it's also I could get a little grease if I was feeling a little unhealthy one day. I
But
eat
you hit it up-
breakfast.
you can hit up in this. It's like seasonal too. Like
Yeah.
you can hit cold sandwiches, and then in the wintertime, bread bowl soup. Close the door. Don't let
100%.
anybody watch you eat that.
Exactly.
You get funky with that sourdough. Like that bread bowl's nuts, dude. It's terrible for you, but I still love it.
So good.
I would do nachos at a baseball game. They're roughly like $20.
Yeah, that's true.
But it's not a game every night, though. That's the thing.
No, but it's monthly, right?
No, it's just, you got 1 month to do it. It's only for the month of May.
Yeah, so like
So you
I would
gotta
go
eat
to
it every
like
day.
I'd go to like 8 Royals games.
Yeah, but then what about the other 22 days in that month where
I
you're
mean,
not capitalizing?
I mean, a lot of. Oh, I'm capitalizing when I'm there.
Yeah,
I'm
because you only
going
get one order. You know, it's a one-time thing. You go and you have one meal and you're on your way. I think you're making a bad decision.
Oh, I thought you
you're
could
gonna
just.
go
I thought you
hungry.
could just keep going and because I hear bottomless. I'm like, I'd like
No.
more. I'd like more.
See,
I'd like
I was
more.
the same way. That's why I read that article about 3 or 4 times. I'm like, wait a second, they're saying bottomless, but they mean one time per month. Yeah, you're not going through the line. You're not getting 27 burgers each
Gotcha.
time. You're not
Okay.
like, sitting there, I'll pay you Tuesday for a
Okay.
hamburger today type stuff. No, you get one. You get one entree a day.
Chick-fil-A.
But you don't get to go on Sunday.
That's fine. I got 6 days.
Okay,
6 days.
all right.
Or maybe like longboards.
It's a good one.
Because like longboards, I could go. It's open every day, and I could go in there and just smash wraps, dude.
Okay, that's a fair one.
Yeah,
something-
longboards is a good one, or like maybe like Popeyes.
Love that chicken.
Wow.
Get the red beans and rice.
Oh, put it on a biscuit. Call me later.
Did not
slap me in the
expect
mouth
this.
and call me Draft Daddy.
Will slap my mouth and call me Draft Daddy.
Is he kind of like Chris Berman though too? Just man, his arm strength and length, they're good.
Cowboys are on the clock. Pick, and it's gone. The Cowboys take. I don't know, but
Right.
somebody in the text line asked me a question. Is this a must take? 3 out of 4 in Detroit. Yes, it is. I will answer that. I will also answer why I think Vinny Pasquantino is doing too much and comp it to Russell Crowe. Here on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City sports.
You're listening to Fescoe and Dusty on your new home for Royals baseball. 96.5 The Fan.
Hey guys, it is almost summer. It's going to heat up, and there's going to be nothing more refreshing than an ice-cold Surfside iced tea and vodka, or a Surfside lemonade and vodka to break that heat. They got a flavor that's strawberry lemonade. It will absolutely set you over the top. They're all made with real brewed tea and real vodka. Surfside is only 100 calories, 2 grams of sugar, and 0 bubbles. That's right, 0 carbonation, so it's easy to sip and enjoy no matter what your plans are over the weekend or over the summer that's coming up. Look for the can with the sunset stripes, sold at bars, restaurants, and stores near you. You must be 21 years of age, and please drink responsibly.
During the NBA play-in tournament, FanDuel is giving all customers a shot at $250 in bonus bets. Join FanDuel today, and you'll get started with $250 in bonus bets if your first $5 bet wins. From three-pointers to steals to assists, FanDuel has so many ways to bet your favorite player props. Plus, after the game tips off, you can even combine live prop bets into a same-game parlay for a chance to win big. Just visit FanDuel.com/Alex to get in on all the NBA play-in tournament action. FanDuel, an official sports betting partner of the NBA, and 96.5 The Fan. 21 and present in Kansas. First online real money wager only. $5 first deposit required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable bonus bets, which expire 7 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. FanDuel is offering online sports wagering in Kansas under an agreement with Kansas Star Casino, LLC. Gambling problem? Getting help is your best bet. Call 1-800-522-4700 or visit ksgamblinghelp.com.
As you prepare for Easter and Memorial Day family gatherings, don't forget Gates sauces and seasonings. They're great on all meats, fish, chicken, and veggies, as well as hot buttered popcorn. A topping for your dips. Or sprinkle Gates seasonings on your chips and nuts for that extra flavor pop. Nothing says Easter Sunday or Memorial Day like a Gates party tray. Or use Gates sauces and seasonings to embellish your home-cooked meal. Gates Barbecue. Thanks with love.
GiveMeTheVin.com wants to buy your car, whether it's your daily driver, pickup, SUV, exotic, or classic. Now we're even better with the GiveMeTheVin.com Big Cash Giveaway. Win $25,000 in cash every month to sell us your car to increase your odds of winning. No purchase necessary. For official rules, go to GiveMeTheVin.com.
This is a story of the one. As a maintenance specialist for university housing, he knows college students can major in wear and tear. Plus, housing so many students doesn't leave a lot of room to house all the supplies he needs. That's where Grainger comes in. With over 1 million industrial-grade products and fast, dependable delivery, Grainger carries the quality products he needs so he doesn't have to. From a new door hinge to a whole new faucet. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
So, you want to buy a house. You could go online, do your research, find the dream listing, go see it, and get catfished. Back to the drawing board. More scheduling, more viewings, more. This doesn't even look like the photos. You could finally find one that does match the photos. Then comes the offer. Stress rush? Yep, make that 3. And here's the paperwork. Yep, never-ending paperwork. It's a lot. But you don't have to do it alone. Because there's an agent who's a realtor here to guide and help protect you as you find the home that's right for you. Realtors are members of the National Association of Realtors. Right by you.
Living with chronic joint pain is like trying to get comfortable on a cactus sofa. Nothing feels good. And forget trying to do the things you enjoy this spring, like golfing, hiking, and tennis. You're just trying to get by. I want you to know something. The medical pros at QC Kinetics right here in Kansas City are on the case and focused to finally get you the relief you need. They've already treated tens of thousands of patients around the country with regenerative treatments that help calm that debilitating joint pain in your knees, your hips, your shoulders, and your back. With QC Kinetics, the science is solid. They give you your life back without surgery, without drugs, and without any downtime. Curious if you'd be a candidate for these treatments? No problem. The consultation is totally free, and they're happy to take a look to see if they can help you finally get the relief that you deserve. Call now and find out how easy it is to get back to enjoying life without chronic joint pain. Call QC Kinetics now, 816-412-6299. That's 816-412-6299.
Royals coverage sponsored by Border Magic. We've got the edge for your landscaping edging needs.
Boost your curb appeal and add value with custom concrete landscape edging from Border Magic. Choose from a huge variety of styles and colors, all backed by a 10-year warranty. A cost-effective way to give your home that wow factor. Get started now at SouthKCBorderMagic.com.
Here's traffic, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
Missouri side 71 northbound, quite heavy still. You hit delays around 87th Street, off again, on again heavy, up towards Gregory with an accident, still blocking the left lane. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan, traffic.
Kansas City, this is Michael Massey. Listen to the play-by-play all season long with Denny, Jake, Ryan, and Stu right here on your home for Royals baseball, 96.5 The Fan.
KFNC FM and AM, HD1 and HD2, Kansas City, an Odyssey sports station.
Happy Thursday to you all. How about that? 9 a.m. on a Thursday. This week flew by, didn't it, boys? I think so. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm biased.
Yeah, it did. Yeah.
I mean, we got Friday already tomorrow.
They call that Friday. Today is Friday Junior.
God, look
Friday
at Window
Eve.
Horse's jacket. Boy, does he look. He just looks out of touch.
What is he wearing? He looks like he's ready to get in the ring.
He looks like he's about to say, I love you, you love me, we're a happy family. Okay, so we could be honest, right? The season's not over for the Kansas City Royals.
Right.
It's 100% not over. They are 8-11. But I gave you this analogy earlier this morning, Bob, where I said there were times where, as a kid, my dad would get, he'd drop this line. I'm not angry. I'm disappointed. And I'm sure we've all been there from a parent who said that to you before.
Oh, hell yes.
And sometimes that hits a little harder because you're like, damn, a disappointed dad.
Right.
And it was never like, I'm not, again, the line was always, I'm not angry, I'm disappointed. Meaning, I'm not angry because I'm not going to get to that point because I know that's not who you are. I'm disappointed that you let yourself get to that point. And he would
I say that to my wife a lot. I'm not angry. I'm just disappointed.
Yeah, I'm ready to leave now. No, but when he would say that, it was like, okay, like that hits harder because when he's angry, you know that like he's got no other way to think or anything like that. But when they're disappointed, it's like, why is he disappointed? Because he knows that you're better than this. Like if I got a technical foul in basketball, I'm not going to shout your face off. I'm just disappointed that you let your temper get to that point and show up the referee.
Right.
Royals offense, I'm not angry with it. I'm just disappointed because what we said earlier this week is that they told us all that they're a playoff team. You have played 7 games against playoff teams and your offense is lost still, and you've won 1 game of your last 7. You're 1-6 so far versus Cleveland and against the Yankees. And what we said before is that, of course, everybody wanted 500.
1-5 because you got 4 against the Tigers, so you're 1-5.
Well,
because it's a 10-game road trip.
Yeah, but you played Cleveland for 3 and 1-1, and you played the Yankees for 3 and lost all. So you're 1-5 in your last 6.
1-5. Yeah,
whatever. They've won 1 game.
Yes,
and they got to play 4 against Detroit. So they played 6 games, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, 6 games. 1-5 in the first 6 games of the road game of the series. Everybody was like 5-5, 4-6. Well, now if that is the logic that we had before the series started, you have got to take 3 out of 4 against Detroit. And if your strategy into that is, okay, let's throw away Friday's game because that's going to be Tarek Skubal versus, what is that going to? Is that going to be? That could be Skubal and Reagan.
Well,
right?
Lorenzen pitches tonight,
and he's your 5th starter.
Yeah. So
do we really get Reagans and Skubal?
Do we get that tomorrow?
Either he might be Saturday starter. Either way, when Tarek Skubal starts, you probably look at that and you're thinking, man, that's the Cy Young winner. That guy dominates our bats right now. His arm. That might not be a great matchup. And now you have a time where you're in a situation where your back's against the wall early in the season. And again, not angry. Disappointed.
Reagans versus Job on Friday.
Okay, so then that means Skubal is on Saturday because they were like a day apart when it came to the schedule.
Lugo versus Mize on Saturday.
Okay, I have no idea what I'm talking about.
And then Skubal pitches Sunday against Waka.
Okay, so 3 out of 4. You got to win tonight, tomorrow, and Saturday. Sunday, tough sledding, right? That's the guy. That's the reigning defending Cy Young in the American League. So I think when you look at this series against Detroit, because of where you've put yourself, you have to give yourself somewhat of a chance to stay in this thing. Because if you do go win 3 out of 4, right, you're then you'd be 11-13 or 11-12. You'd be 1 game below 500. You get swept by Detroit, you're in trouble because Monday you said is an off day, and then Thursday, a week from today, is the NFL draft.
Right.
And for me, what I see a lot of in this team is that they're either trying too hard, they're looking too much into something, and they're getting away from what they normally do. And Vinny Pasquantino, I'm not going to play the whole clip, but it just sounds like a lot of beautiful mind math going on when you hear this audio.
Largest increase in bat speed?
Yeah, I did know this.
Concerted effort in the offseason, change of workouts or anything? Swinging heavy bat?
I got stronger in the offseason. There wasn't any concerted effort to just increase the bat speed. I'm trying to figure out if this is a good thing for me or not. Because I've started to swing and miss a little bit more. I've started to chase a little bit more this year. And I'm wondering if I'm trying too hard. So there's a piece of it where it's like, am I over swinging? It's something we're walking through right now of where am I at my best? We've started to look at some bat speed models from the past few years of, okay, where's my honey hole? Is that in a vacuum, swinging fast?
Great. Is that because you believe sometimes with the increased bat speed you might be in and out of the zone?
Yeah. Well, last night, for example, I hit a cutter right here, 108 that way. That's not doing anything. I don't really want to do that. Right. So, I think there's a piece of it where some of it is, and it was a 2-0 count. So I'm ready.
All right, there's just too much going on there to think about one at bat, and you can kind of see that, right? Like Bobby Witt Jr. is just fine. Like everything's great. Like everything's fine with Bobby. It's going to be okay. but for the love of God, can he please get some help? And are we at the point now where, obviously we said it's not over, it's not, but you're in a rut, and something's got to happen because you're not averaging 3 runs a game. You're giving your pitching no chance, even though they go out there and do what they should be doing. And it seems like there's just too much variation. There's too much overthinking. There's too much like, hey, just go up there and just try to find outfield grass and see what happens.
Mm-hmm.
And you got to kind of have that attitude now where, like, I get it. You're at two sides of the mouth, or, we're burning a damn double blade here. But it's like your backs are against the wall, but it's so early that they don't need to be. But you just need to get out of this funk because it can be contagious and it can rot and it can go on and on and on. And if you get yourself way out of a hole or way too deep into a hole, you're going to spend all year digging yourself out of it. And not only that, if you get swept by Detroit or you lose 3 out of 4 to Detroit, there's a pretty big league that starts up on Thursday where a lot of attention will go in the city, and they'll be like, well, until they prove it to me that they can get back to 500 because they're 7 to 8 games out of it, then I'll get back into it. And it's like, you may never get back into it, like a show that you start and then you just forget to watch.
Yeah, this is where we are right now. And, you can't win a division in April, but you sure as hell can lose it in April, and you can also lose the interest of the fans. Like, I don't think this is panic time right now for the Royals. We're not even 20 games into the schedule. After tonight's game, we played our 20th game. That's week 2 of the NFL season, right? We're not making any long-term decisions based on 2 weeks of an NFL season. But you could start to develop those concerns. You could start to say, okay, this needs to get better, that needs to get better, whatnot. And I think from a two-pronged approach on this, I don't think it's panic time for the ability to not win the division or make the playoffs or anything like that. But I do think it's a panic time for fan interest. And I think fan interest and keeping the fan interest is very important if you're a Major League Baseball team, because you don't need your fan base checking out and already making plans to do other things instead of going out to the ballpark and seeing the team play. And if a team gets off to a slow start, the interest does dissipate. I mean, you can say what you want about that, but fan interest does go away if you're not winning and you're not being competitive and you're not being compelling. And that's kind of where we stand right now with the Royals. If they go into Detroit and they lose 3 out of 4, or by God, they get swept by the Tigers, you come back on Monday, that's an off day. That's, then people are really going to forget about you. And then by the time you get back on Tuesday night, it's been 2 solid days of everybody going to work, doing their thing, talking about the draft. For you to gain that kind of interest back is going to be very, very difficult. And the bigger the hole you dig, the harder it is going to be to get out. Being 7 games under 500, that means you got to go 7-0 just to get back to even. Is it possible? Yeah, sure, it's possible. You got 3 with the Rockies coming up. You got to take care of business against them. But if you get into too big a hole in April, it's going to be very, very tough to dig out of this thing. And that's why you need to reverse that course right now and figure it out. And I'm listening to Vinny, and I'm like, this cat's lost, man. Like, what are you doing? Thinking about this, thinking about that. Just go up there and hit the baseball. And I think that's where baseball's gotten away from itself. We're giving these guys way too much information when we don't need to be.
Yeah, just, and I understand that, like, the game changes and the numbers and the, obviously the analytics are there. But, yeah, I mean, again, like, this is where you really have to, like, sometimes you find yourself when you're down like this. And it's like, what I started doing? I started going this way with that, or I started, moving my foot inside out, because I look at it kind of like how Rory started the Masters. Rory double bogeyed the first hole of the Masters, and it could have been over, could have been done. He had 17 holes left and still won it.
Still won it, yeah.
So, like, right now, the Royals have started off their front 9, double bogey, par, double bogey. They're 4 over through 3 holes. The round is not over. The round is only over if you let it mentally take you out of it. These guys are professional athletes. I don't think this is where their lineup is. I know that's not where their lineup is. Guys hitting 167, 091, whatever it may be.
What's MJ at right about now?
After last night, I think he's down to 08 something.
Oh, 08. He's that high.
Yeah, I can tell you.
I just think right now, like with Vinny Pasquantino, you were really good last year. Why are we changing anything this offseason? Like that's like trying to fix something that's not broken. It's a change for making change's sake. And a lot of times, that just doesn't make sense. I know he's still maybe, fighting back from that injury and all, but I look at it this way, and our friend Miles pointed this out on Twitter. Shout out, Miles. You had almost 100 RBIs last year. You should have gone into this offseason and went, I ain't changing a thing. It was good last year. There's no reason to change anything when things are working. And it sounds like he went and tried to do something. I don't know, man, but it sure as hell, Vinny sounds like he's completely lost right now at the plate.
Yeah, so Sal Perez, 208. Bobby Witt, 310. Vinny Pasquantino hitting 200. Michael Massey, 172. His batting is really struggling as well. Garcia, 267. He was hitting everything, including the sun. Now he's kind of taking a dip. Yeah. Jonathan India, 183. MJ Melendez, 085. Like you're trotting that out in your
85.
lineup. That's right. And then Kyle Isbell, 273. Kyle Isbell's player of the month, or would it be Bobby?
Yeah,
it'll be Bobby and Reagan's.
Kyle Isbell's quietly having a nice start to his season. Nobody's talking about it. Let's not talk about him, right? Let's keep him having a good season and not worry about it. Like Vinny's doing the car wash or whatever in New York yesterday on MLB Network and all these things, talking about how all of this stuff. And you mentioned like a beautiful mind. It's too much. There's not enough time to see a pitcher and try to figure out what you're going to do at the plate. The ball's coming at you 100 miles an hour. Just swing the damn bat, man.
Texan says Vinny needs to text George Brett. He'd talk to you. A legend in college football is calling it quits. They announced their retirement. We'll tell you who on the other side on 96.5 The Fan. You're home.
There's the tornado that touched down. We'll tell you where, right?
I thought it was a pretty good tease.
No, it's a great tease.
Okay. And done.
Hey, it's Matt Quattrero, and you're listening to Fescoe and Dusty on your home for Royals baseball. 96.5 The Fan.
I'll tell you what, we got Easter coming up this weekend, and you're thinking to yourself, I love brunch. I want to go have brunch. Where am I going to go brunch? Well, the answer is Hy-Vee, because Easter is Sunday, and we know how much you love brunch, right? So this year, skip the hassle of reservations for an overpriced restaurant brunch and come to Hy-Vee for their family-friendly buffet brunch. $24.99 for adults, $7.99 for kids, and kids 5 and under are going to eat absolutely free. So you got to get into Hy-Vee right now and take advantage of everything that is going on with their brunch special. You can find all the Hy-Vees all over Kansas City, and I had breakfast there the other day, and it was absolutely awesome. I had a veggie omelet. The eggs were perfection on top of the vegetables. Got a side of fruit. You can get delicious hash browns there as well. All kinds of great stuff at Hy-Vee. So it's all you can eat, no reservation required. They serve from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. at the Hy-Vee Market Grill. This Easter, do brunch only at Hy-Vee.
Flower power, yeah. The grass patch high on flowers. Come on down to the grass patch. The grass patch high on grass.
I'm Brian Tedesco, CEO of Blaupunk Americas, the pioneers of the car stereo. Today, we're not just about sound systems. We are revolutionizing the e-bike scene with Blue Dot Bike. Thanks to AmericanEagle.com, our online presence now features a dynamic e-commerce website that showcases the quality and affordability of our foldable e-bikes. And our collegiate e-bikes, just perfect for the college fanatic. These e-bikes offer a new way to experience freedom on 2 wheels, no matter your age. When we needed a top-notch website to match our cutting-edge e-bikes, we turned to AmericanEagle.com. They made the impossible seem easy, tackling digital challenges like pros. Check out the Blue Dot Bike website to see AmericanEagle.com's amazing work in action. Need the best in website and digital marketing solutions? AmericanEagle.com is your go-to. They've been a game changer for us, and they can be for you too. Visit AmericanEagle.com or call 877-WEB-NOW-1. That's 877-WEB-NOW-1.
I'm at the movies, asking people if they'll switch seats with me for $574.
Here, take mine.
So what about $574 if you switch your home insurance to Allstate?
Too much work.
Not if you call them. They handle the switching.
Now, that's a plot twist.
Shh. Check Allstate first, and you could save hundreds on quality home insurance today. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Not available in every state. Based on the national average annual savings for new home insurance customers surveyed in 2023 who switched to Allstate and reported savings. Savings vary.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Annie's first oil change wasn't as hard as she thought because she went to AutoZone, where a friendly AutoZoner helped her find the right oil and save on an oil filter. He explained the job and showed her free how-tos on AutoZone.com. When she was done, AutoZone recycled her old oil for free. No hassles, just help. Everything you need, nothing you don't.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Men, is good enough really what you want with your sex life? This is Jeff for Heartland Men's Health, and if erectile dysfunction is making a bad bedroom experience for you and your partner, You should call us because you want your intimacy to be fantastic, both for you and the one you love. At Heartland Men's Health, our treatments have success rates of well over 90%. And because we're a medical practice focused on men's sexual health, we can offer many treatment options and even combine treatments to find the right one for you. Which means if you're like most of our patients, we can likely get you performing like you haven't in years. So make an appointment and make a change from good enough to really good. Your initial visit is just $99 and includes blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Call 844-447-6600. That's 844-447-6600. Or go to heartlandmenshealth.com. We have 3 offices to serve you. Heartland Men's Health, a Promenic restorative health.
Some people follow the rules, but where's the fun in that? I'm Soraya, and this is Rule Breakers, the podcast where we celebrate the rebels, the risk takers, and the ones who make their own way. Every week, I sit down with the boldest voices in sports, entertainment, and beyond to talk about breaking barriers, defying expectations, and rewriting the rules. No limits, no apologies, just real talk. Follow and listen to Rule Breakers with Soraya, an Odyssey podcast available now for free on the Odyssey app and wherever you get your podcasts.
Hey, baseball fans, go yard with BetMGM, the sportsbook born in Vegas. All season long, BetMGM is offering top odds on your favorite home run bets, fast and convenient ways to play same-game parlays, special boosts and tokens, and so much more. With BetMGM, you can be a part of every diving catch, every double play, every strikeout, and every home run from your favorite teams and players. And from the first pitch to the game-winning fireworks, there are more ways than ever to supercharge your excitement. Whether you want to combine multiple bets for the chance at a bigger payout or place a live bet as the game unfolds, BetMGM, the best place to bet the long ball, has all the home run betting options you could need. Download the BetMGM app, sign up and get your piece of MLB action. BetMGM is an official partner of Major League Baseball. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 plus only. Kansas only. First bet offers for new customers only. All other promotions for existing customers. Please gamble responsibly. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In partnership with Kansas Crossing Casino and Hotel. Major League Baseball trademarks used with permission.
Today, expect a mix of showers and thunderstorms with partly sunny skies reaching a high of 82.
Weather brought to you by Robert Half. Our recruiters' expertise and award-winning AI will find you the skilled candidates you want. At Robert Half, we know talent. Visit roberthalf.com/talent today.
You're listening to 96.5 The Fan from the Mission Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling Studios.
This is like the millennial Seinfeld.
Yeah, that's really good. Back to the generic music for another 6 months until Spectre falls asleep and we get back to the real stuff.
Man, Brian is rocking that purple suit
He
today.
really is. Is that velvet?
I mean, to steal one from Ron the Show Hughley, look at God. That is just something, man.
That's got to be a velvet robe.
That's the one you just put back in the closet.
Ooh, that's a
never wear again.
Dan right there, man. You need that. You go see my man Dan the Tailor Man. I'll tell
That's
you
right.
what. I'll go get one of those coats today. I got to ask you guys this, and you said we need to report on this tomorrow. And Mac may have more of a angle on this because he's 20 years younger than I am on this one. I got a text from my wife at 4:30. Mason's coming over to ask my daughter to the dance. I'm like, ooh,
Sadie Hawkins dance.
They're
khaki pants.
They're an item though. Like I'm like, why are we?
What is it? It's the homecoming dance?
No, it's 8th grade.
Sadie
Like
Hawkins.
Peace out dance, basically. You know,
Oh, it's like a hippie theme.
yeah. No, I don't know. No, I don't know what the theme. It's like
Tyreek
but
Hill theme?
They've been talking about the theme. I hope not.
That's like horseradish.
Everybody
Nothing with
comes
that
home
guy.
with kids.
You get a kid. You get
Or handcuffs.
Yeah, either one. That guy's a.
Okay.
All right, yeah.
Mason, I thought he was a nice guy.
Mason's a very nice fellow.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's golfing now because Mason golfs, so she was out there on the golf course.
Okay, Mason's
so-
got my approval.
Yeah, so maybe Dusty, you can give Katie some lessons or whatever. She go out there and beat Mason. So that's taking place today at 4:30. That's on the schedule.
Great,
yeah.
good.
And so I'm sure, as you mentioned, there'll be a sign and a bouquet
That's
and all
the
this
trend,
kind of
yeah.
stuff. And
And
If there's not, then no.
yeah, I hope she says no. I really do. Like, I think it would be awesome if she just said no.
Know your worth.
Yeah.
No, yeah, you can make the sign. There's probably a pun on it,
Nailed it.
Exactly. You probably, if it's like, I don't know. I did one with like spaghetti, and I had noodles on
How did
it.
spaghetti run the show today?
Yeah, I know. It's unbelievable. You remember the spaghetti incident from Guns N' Roses?
I ask you a question.
Yeah, it was something like that.
Yeah.
Stupid.
Will you spaghetti with me?
Yes,
What?
exactly.
Will you be the meatball to my noodle? Don't put that one on there.
See, I'm sure.
Don't do that.
I'm sure there will be something related to golf and cheerleading or something like that.
of course.
I would like to hit a hole-in-one with
Maybe
you.
not.
Maybe not.
steer away from that one,
Stay away
Bob.
from that
Yep.
one, yeah.
You know.
It's par for the course for me to ask you to cheer me
There we
on at the
go.
dance or something. I don't know.
It should make you feel. It should something like that.
Something like that, right? Yeah.
Because I literally told him exactly what you told him. Because my buddy Mike, he just had this happen last year, and I was like, "You're gonna see somebody's gonna get like a bouquet of flowers. They're gonna be a sign with a cheesy, trendy something they've looked up and stolen,
Right.
and you're gonna
That's
have
exactly
that moment
right.
where you're like, oh,
Yeah, right. Yeah, you roll your eyes.
And then
I
you-
got somewhere to be at 5:15. Delaney's got a soccer game. Time for this.
Say yes,
Yeah,
let's go.
yeah.
take yourself to the game. Your mom and I'll catch up.
Yeah.
Bob pulls out a sign. It might not be Tuesday, but get naked. It doesn't even rhyme. Yeah, you get it.
Who cares, right? So, I get to look forward to that today, and I'm sure they're all excited about
That's
it.
cool.
Cool.
Yeah,
Look
that
at
is
Mac.
cool.
He's excited about it.
I'm excited.
No,
That's
I want
awesome.
I want a full rapport after this.
I want to know the spaghetti sign though. I need to
I
go
know, I
back.
need to
Like,
look this
what
up.
did you
Yeah.
What did you say?
Who knows
Let's get
what I did?
sauced.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Can I
Probably not.
twist you on my fork? I mean, like,
Oh my. Yeah. Oh gosh. So I did just get a text, and Binkley's like, yeah, he's like, I remember when we did this when I was a kid, and he said his sign, he goes, my sign said,
hey, where you go at?
That's
man?
right. Yeah.
no, that's what we thought about when we saw a text this morning, is some of the Royals fans are down bad, real bad. Somebody had at, what was it?
About 10 o'clock last night, right?
Yeah.
Is what we're looking at. Yeah,
Oh,
but
sorry, pay off the tees. Lee Corso's retired.
oh yeah.
That's
Lee
it.
Corso's
Oh,
out.
okay.
Yeah, Lee Corso's out.
Dang.
Yeah, it should
It's
be.
time.
It's
Beck
time.
said it's 8 years too late.
Well,
honestly.
I mean, like, and I was talking to somebody last night about this because word started to matriculate that this may be happening. And I was talking to somebody, and I'm like, it's really sad that nobody did this earlier and allowed him to go out there. Like, nobody's going to stop collecting. I'm sure a huge check from Lee Corso, right? I'm sure he's getting a big payday, right? Nobody's going to stop collecting that check. But somebody's got to tell you it's time to go.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to say with who. It wasn't Josh, but I had that conversation with somebody years and years ago. And it was a very hard conversation that nobody else would have. But like, we can't continue to put this person out there, and we can't continue to do this. We've got to find a
not
different
fair.
way to do it. It's not fair to that person. And they're like, "Well, you go tell." I'm like, "Fine." And so we handled it. But it was it was a tough situation that I was in. So I have sympathy for like these folk, like for Lee Corso, because somebody should have told him a few years ago, "Hey, man, it's time." And nobody did that. And now they did, because last year was really clunky.
It's really bad.
Should that have person have been Kirk Herbstreit?
Yes.
Okay.
Probably.
He's got the clout and the relationship.
That's his guy.
But yeah, that's the announcement. Lee Corso calling it a day at ESPN. He's just finally had enough of McAfee.
Not so fast, my friend.
Yeah, exactly.
And he was great over the years, right? Like putting the
he was the
headset
best.
on. We all love Lee Corso. We all love the guy.
He was iconic, and he was also, he was game changing. Like, we would watch the last 30 seconds of College Game Day, if you didn't watch the whole show, to see what mascot head he put
What's
on.
he gonna do? What's
He
picking?
also called like a little kid a midget one time. Not so fast, midget is what he called that kid. I don't even know if I can say that word anymore, but I remember he said it to like a little kid. Then
Was it
one time
Mike Leach?
Well, yeah. And then he had a bit where like he had a hot mic and he's like, F it, give me the hat.
Yeah,
and, like, put it on there.
he
Like,
cursed
they're like,
all the
well,
time.
It's, it's him.
And that's, you get to a certain age, and you're like, he's old. He can do whatever the hell
whatever.
he wants, But no, it's cool, man. It's cool. He had a great career, and he was like really the first character on that show, College Game Day. And now it is a great show.
It's an
And
amazing show.
It is an unbelievable show.
I feel like Saban kind of took his role.
In a different way, though. Like,
Yeah,
Saban's not going to be a goof, I don't think.
No, but he's more of like he's the polar opposite of Corso, but it fits because you have such the flamboyant, like loud personality of McAfee. Then you've got Fowler, who's there, that's just like Gus. He's like Ernie Johnson, and then
Carries it,
carries the whole thing and keeps the driver's seat, the car in between the lanes. And then you got like Saban. It's like, the hell are we eating?
Yeah.
Like, okay, here's this.
You're right about that. Yeah, Saban does have some quirkiness to him, which I think Saban's been a great addition on that show. Does anybody not like Nick Saban?
I mean, for different reasons.
Well,
but on
I mean,
TV,
yeah, but I'm
absolutely.
talking about
Showers
TV.
no longer than 5 minutes. This isn't a spa.
And how good are those commercials too? Like they
know your person.
Yeah, they did a great job. It would be like Belichick doing commercials like that as well. You know, whenever he decides to retire. You know.
So somebody said in the text line we should start thinking about trading Bobby Witt Jr.
That's right. Somebody was having a.
Hey, come on now, just relax.
Yeah, take a breath.
Take a few. You know.
Go to the
Go on
garage.
vacation, man.
Seriously, go to the
Missouri.
garage. Stay, welcome your stay in the garage.
Yes.
Go get you, a pineapple fusion e-cig. Just, take a couple of exhales.
Yeah.
Like,
Smile.
no, dude. I don't know if that was a troll text. It was at 10 p.m. Some of them were listening to the game a little later because they were drowning their pinstripe sorrows with a few too many cocktails, and then got this wild idea like, well, if we traded Bobby Witt Jr., we'd get like 4 play. Look, dude, enough.
Yeah, I mean,
Relax.
we're not doing
Relax.
that unless the Royals have hired Nico Harrison to be their general manager. Have they?
And he wouldn't regret it.
No, he would not regret it. Yeah,
Double
I'm trading
down.
Bobby Witt Jr. I have no problem doing that. I'll do my homes next. I don't care.
Yeah.
So this guy was suggesting that, ridiculously dumb. There's really no other way to put it, and I know that's kind of harsh for some people to hear, but that guy sucks. Like, we're not trading Bobby Witt Jr. because we got off to a slow start in April. Like, that is really ridiculous.
They could lose 142 games and win 20, and you wouldn't trade
Bobby Witt Jr. No.
Because he has an option in his contract where he's like, if the team's not doing what they think they're doing in 4 years, I'm out.
I'm out.
So that's what you would be more worried about than a trade. That's never going to happen. The other thing that people are also wondering is, like, when do you see Jack Caglione? Because we've seen Vinny struggle. We've seen MJ and Hunter Renfroe struggle. And it's like, so what's going to be the future for Caglione? And last night I looked at an article from Royals Review, and they had talked about how all these former draft picks that were like either top 10, top 5. Caglione was the 6th overall draft pick a year ago out of Florida, and they had a bunch of names on there, like Kyle Schwarber was on there, Adley Rutschman, Gunnar Henderson, Jonathan India was a name on there, and they had all of their like times or all their games played in the minor leagues, and Bobby Witt Jr. was on there, and I took all the 19 names that were listed in this article of games played in the minor leagues before they made their major league debut. And when you added up all these numbers and got an average, it was about 165. It was 164.7. So that looked like it was the number. And you that's the average. So then you go back and look at it, you're like, okay, this guy 151, this guy 159, this guy 167, this guy 233, whatever it may have been. And if that is the case, and that's how they're going to do this, then we're looking at another 150 games for Jack Caglione to get it figured out in the minor leagues. And right now, his slash line is 244, 321, 489, 810, 3 home runs, 15 RBI. Went over 4 last night, but did have an RBI. So, unfortunately, when I look at that, because Vern said there's 2 ways that Caglione gets called up. One, somebody is just that bad, which you shouldn't want because then your team's bad.
Right.
You got a guy right now hitting 0.83, and your team can't hit themselves out of a wet paper sack right now.
Somebody just tweeted that comment you mentioned about Corso.
Oh, really?
So
about the kid?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I remember that like it was yesterday. And so if that's the case, if it is going to be 150 games, and for reference, what did Bobby Witt Jr. play in the minor leagues? Bobby played 160 minor league games.
That's a whole season. That's a full season of minor league baseball.
So
and that's kind of what you want, you know?
So it would seem, and again, I'll be in Springfield with the guys from 10 to 2 when they go down on May 3rd to see Caglione play in Springfield. Should be fun. Hopefully a lot of you can join. Cody told me there's already 80 people joining, so should be a good time.
Wow, that's awesome.
No doubt. And so if it's 160 games, if that's the sweet spot, 160, 165, we're 150 to 155 games away for Caglione to get to that number. Unless he is a unicorn or just all of a sudden gets out of the funk that he's currently in. because 2 games ago he was hitting 290. Now he's hitting 244. So he's had a little bit of a slump, and now they're going to see, okay, how do you get out of it?
Right.
And
that's the key, I think, for him to take that next step. Okay, they figured you out, right? These pitchers have figured you out. You've got to adjust now back to the pitching and in college ball and whatnot. You don't have to worry about it. You're better than everybody else. Now everybody's kind of on that same level as you, so you have to figure out how to go from, okay, I was mashing the ball to now I'm hitting 240 to back to mashing the baseball. And those are the adjustment processes that you have to make throughout the course of your big league career. As soon as the league adjusts to you, you got to adjust back to the league. Some guys are great at that. Some guys don't understand how to do that. And so I think the at-bats right now for Cags are very important down in AA. As you mentioned, Dusty, he's only hitting 240. He's not making a case right now for him to be at the big league level.
Yeah, so you got to really figure that out first. But again, if he comes out of this little, shindig that he's in right now, and all of a sudden he gets back to like 310 in AA, like, all right, move him up, and he's played 25 games in AA, then you're looking at, okay, is he going to have 100 games in AAA? Because there is one outlier on the list. There was one guy who played 55 games in the minor leagues as a high draft pick, and that guy was Andrew Vaughn for the Chicago White Sox, and that was a mistake.
Yeah, he's hitting like 130 right now, right? And you don't want that for Jack Caglione. You'd rather keep him down longer than bring him up too soon and him to not have the success, and the success not being had because he didn't spend enough time in the minor leagues. You have to make sure he is ready to come up. And hitting 240 in AA is not ready to come up to the big leagues. Quite frankly, it's not ready to be promoted to AAA at this point in time. So you've got to master each level of the minor league system, and you've got to figure out how to adjust, how to change, how to hit this pitch, how to hit that pitch, what guys are going to do to you, and all that kind of stuff. It is a complicated game. And at this point in time, there's no reason to rush this guy up to the big league level. Let him play the whole year down there in the minors. Let him go to spring training again, and then let him make that opening day roster, next season, because I'm sure next year the roster is going to look a lot different, than it did right now. Goner, Hunter Renfroe, I can't see MJ Melendez continuing to be part of this ball club. Who knows what Salvi does after this year, or, anything like that, and what moves they decide to make and how they want to move forward with the team that they have. And so we'll see. There's going to be a lot of changes, obviously, for next season. But I would just like Jack Caglione to go down there, realize that success, see that success, feel great down there in the minor leagues, and then have that confidence going into spring training next year that he is ready to go. Because right now, he's not giving the Royals a reason to bring him up.
Andrew Vaughn's been in the league for 5 years. His average, this will all dissipate faster than we think because of what he's doing this year. Again, Bob had mentioned he's hitting 131, and he has 2 home runs. His career average in 162 games over a 5-year span, this being his 5th year in the league, is 250, 21 home runs, and 79 RBIs. That's not really what
those are his career stats, you said?
Those are his average 162 for his first 4 years.
Say it again.
It is 250, 21 home runs, 79 RBI.
I don't hate the 21 and 79. You'd like the 79 to be more, but
now that's
White Sox getting on base.
That's also that's
a good point.
That's also not counting what this year is. So last year he hit 246. The year before that, 258. Had his best year 2, 271, 17 dingers, and 76 RBIs. Now the year after he hit 258, 21 and 80. But again, like they drafted him to be much better than that, I believe.
Well, yeah, I guess. But I would, like, if you told me that Jack Caglione was going to come up here and be like a 260 hitter and get you 20 bombs and drive in 80 runs, I'd take that right now.
Sign me up.
Yeah, I'd take that right now. Yeah, I think that's a logical kind of, production, but he'll have also guys getting on base in front of him here in Kansas City. Like the White Sox, man, you're kind of a product of that environment right now. If nobody's getting on base in front of Andrew Vaughn, he's not going to have the RBIs. But having a 131 batting average, I mean, you got to do better than that.
Yeah, it's tough. And you got to have something productive in that outfield because I will say, if they start getting really, really bad and start getting beat a lot, you're going to lose fans. And I can tell you one thing, that dude will put butts in seats.
Yeah, he will. But you're also going to lose fans if you're losing games, which means you don't need to bring Jack Caglione up. Because if you get to a point where you just know you're going to wave the white flag, so to speak, don't bring the kid up and put him into that situation. That's not a good situation in which to bring somebody up. And you want to bring them up in a good situation for the team and for him, because if he comes up, then the pressure's going to be on him, this year in an unfair way. So that's what you got to look at. You got to look at the situation the team's in, situation he's in, where we are, as an organization at this point in time. A lot of factors go into it.
No doubt. And like I've always said, it's like Christmas morning. The gifts are under. You got to wait to the 25th, right? You got to wait till you get to that date. You're going to wake up every morning, go down the stairs, see the gifts under the tree. They're there. They're there. Trust me, there's nobody on this planet that wants to see that man play for the Royals immediately as soon as possible. And I get told every day by Bob and every day by Vern and every day by Spec, it's not happening. Relax. Cool down. I can't take this eager and horniness of an athlete. Just relax.
I think he probably realized that too. That's probably why he's hitting it. I don't know near that guy.
Also, he's also played 11 games. And to be fair, 244. What's that? Because somebody said in the text line, man, if we had a
second best bat in this line,
they're like, somebody in the text line is like 250 would be like our third best average. LOL. So 243. I mean, that guy'd be hitting better than 7 other guys in that lineup. But again, Detroit,
his average is like 3 times higher than MJ's, right?
That's right. I know that I'm hard.
Yeah. From the 816, Dusty's going to be, Dusty's going to be pushing kids over to get Cag's autograph.
No,
I won't.
No, he's an adult. Adults don't do that.
No.
Normal adults don't do that.
What I would do to double down on that is I would get the autograph for the kid. I bet, give me your hat. I'll throw it to him.
Yeah, right.
Here you
Yeah,
go.
right. Yeah.
Yeah, and then if I saw that one jerk there, I'd be like, hey, let's go get him, Gold. You know, that guy that steals home runs from people?
Oh, that guy, yeah.
Well, Gold would probably be eyeing him down and giving you kind of his prospect.
Yeah.
He'd be scouting him.
No, for sure. He'd be like, yeah, I just saw Jack Caglione in the outfield.
A+ body type with well-proportioned frame and premium length.
Premium length?
Premium, bro.
Yeah. Jeez. So the Chiefs, as we transition to football for a second, after we get rid of that
Sorry, A+ body type with well-proportioned frame and premium length.
That ain't gasoline he's talking about.
So good.
That's a leaded Gold right there. 80% chance to make the playoffs at -400 and +300 to miss. Disrespectful on the +300.
Yeah, very disrespectful. If you plus $1 million for the Chiefs to miss the playoffs, I'd probably put $5 on that if it was plus $1 million for the Chiefs to miss the playoffs. Man, what the hell, right? But 80%.
Screw it up, Andy. Screw it up, Andy.
80% chance to make the postseason, right? It's their lowest odds in a while, and usually around 99% for them to make the playoffs. And I thought, like, okay, why are their numbers low? What did they do? What don't people like? And then I realized it's not you, it's me. It's the division. The Chiefs have finally have competition now in this division, like real competition. It's not speculative competition with Brendan Staley coaching the Chargers. It's like legit competition now. You've got a playoff team in the Chargers, you got a playoff team in the Broncos, and you got a Hall of Fame Super Bowl champion coach with the Raiders with a legit normal quarterback now. And so you've got the opportunity to be challenged every Sunday in the division. And so that's why I think they're giving the Chiefs only an 80% chance, because the competition is a lot better than it's ever been. I think Buffalo had an 87% chance to make the playoffs this year. That's number 1 in the AFC. Baltimore second at 84%, and then the Chiefs come in at 80%. And so still a huge number, and they're still going to make the postseason. But I think the reason it's dipped a little bit is because you've got a lot of competition now. There's no competition in the AFC East. Like, if you're Buffalo right now, this window is so wide open, you've got to kick it through. And I don't know that they're going to be able to kick it through, because the Jets aren't bringing anything to the table. The Dolphins are getting rid of everybody. The Patriots aren't ready yet.
No.
You've got an opportunity in that AFC East. The North is competitive, obviously, all 4 teams.
But not even, I was thinking about it, not crazy. The Browns suck. The Steelers don't have a quarterback, and
But they're
Bengals,
always competitive.
They're
like
competitive.
That, like
they're good.
and I may have like amnesia or whatever it is. Like, I always look at the AFC North of all 4 of those teams are going to beat up on each other.
That's
every
true.
single
It
year.
is true.
And I may be wrong.
No, you're right.
I can be totally, because Cleveland doesn't beat up on anybody. And you're right. Pittsburgh doesn't have a quarterback.
What?
But we all
Mason
think
Rudolph.
Well, they believe in him. Yes,
His uncle guided Santa's sleigh.
He did.
And Cincinnati didn't have a defense, but that's still
and Cincinnati doesn't have a defense, right? So you got one complete team maybe in that division. AFC South is not interesting at all. Nobody cares about that division. It's a wet fart. And then you've got the West, which is going to be very competitive. The most
best in football.
Best in football. I mean, like the North and the NFC, you could make a case if you wanted to, but the Bears don't have anything worthwhile.
So you give the AFC West like an A+?
I think it's an A.
Yeah.
I think the Raiders bring
body type with well-proportioned frame and premium length.
I think the Raiders bring their grade down a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah, A-.
Yeah, 'cause you look at coach quarterback combinations in the AFC West, pretty solid.
It's the best. It's the best in football.
The worst is what, Gino and Pete, and and maybe Bo and Sean.
Depending on what
you put those two in the AFC South, I bet they're favorites to win the
I
division.
look at a lot of boobs and stuff.
Yeah. I agree with you on that one. If
I do too.
Denver's in the South, they win
for
that
sure.
division hands down. It's not even close.
Like if Pete Carroll and the Raiders are in the AFC South.
They have a chance.
No doubt.
Yeah, they do. It's
They
going to
have
be
a shot.
between them and Houston.
Yes.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah, that's crazy to think about. Yeah.
Houston better go 12-5 at least this
Big
year.
year for Houston.
Yeah, this is year 3.
Big year.
Yep.
This is the big window, right? This is where it's like, hey, no more Stephon Diggs. He went to New England. Now I know they're going to be without our boy Tank Dell.
Yeah, no Tank Dell.
But
they improved that offensive line. Oh wait, they traded away one of the best left
Larry
tackles in the game.
Yeah,
I don't
which
know what
again,
they're
like,
doing
what
there,
are you
but-
doing down there with that? So Houston's got some issues but I think they're going to be okay. I do. They've been good the last 2 years. You know how I feel about D'Amico Ryan. So there's nobody that's competition for them in the South right now, is there? I mean, Indy, their quarterback quit on them. Who else is in that?
If you want to make a case for Jacksonville and that Trevor Lawrence has
I
a
know.
really, okay,
the
great.
team
then
picking
no.
number 1 in the draft.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah,
Titans,
right.
yeah.
With a
And the
rookie
Titans
quarterback.
with a rookie quarterback, and you got a guy in Willy Wonka down there leading the charge in Jacksonville. Take a look.
That guy looks like he went to the wrong
You'll
chocolate
see
factory.
A world of pure imagination. Yeah, you're right. He did. He went to the chocolate factory in Missouri.
Yeah.
Duval.
He's like, you're only supposed to eat half of those chibi chews, man.
Jeez, man. What's his name?
Oh gosh, what is his name?
Oh, you're talking about Liam Cohen.
Yeah. Liam Cohen in the Jacksonville Jaguars factory.
Yeah.
I mean, he needs to wear Windhorse's purple coat today. If Liam Cohen came down in that purple coat and a top hat, it would be great.
Sold.
You look like Dudley Moore as Willy Wonka.
That's no doubt.
A+ body type with well-proportioned frame and premium length.
No doubt about it. We wrap this show up and get you on your way on a Thursday here on Fescoe and Dusty on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City sports.
You're listening to Fescoe and Dusty. Make sure to follow us on Instagram @TheFan965 for behind-the-scenes content from the show. Kansas City's FM sports station, 96.5 The Fan.
Well, I'll tell you what, if you've had car trouble, you know how horrible it is. You hate it. It's miserable. It's terrible. But if you had the number for Jay's Southland Tow Service in your phone, the car trouble didn't last all that long. It happened to us now about a year ago, as I think about it. Blew a tire out, and I said, oh, boy, what am I going to do? It's 5:20 on a Friday. I'll call Jay's Southland Tow. They came out right away. By 6 o'clock, I was on my way moving, and I was great. And Jay's Southland Tow saved the day for us. And they can save the day for you as well. Whether you get into a car accident, your car breaks down, or you lock your keys in the car, it's all unplanned. You're not thinking about it, but I want you to be thinking about Jay's Southland Tow. Keep this number in your phone, 816-779-4TOW, 816-779-4TOW, or at their website, southlandtow.com. And it doesn't matter where you are, whether you're north, south, east, or west, Jay's Southland Tow Service is just a phone call away. 816-779-4TOW. Use the tow service trusted by most local police departments, and Tammy from the Weston, it's Jay's Southland Tow. There's nothing they can't do, so be in the know and use Jay's Southland Tow.
This is the story of the one who, as a maintenance specialist for a historic high-rise, knows that vintage charm historically needs constant attention. Which is why when it's time to upgrade turn-of-the-century mechanicals, they turn to Grainger. With easy access to 1 million-plus products and the scale to deliver when and where you need them, the right tools and supplies are never far away. So the one can keep that vintage building running like new. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Hey, it's NBA champion Bill Wennington. It's the best time to be a basketball fan. All the thrills and the playoff drama, done sitting on the sidelines and ready to win some real cash? Check out Pick 6 from DraftKings. When it comes to basketball payouts, DraftKings Pick 6 posterizes the competition, including prize picks. Hit all your picks and score higher minimum payouts on Pick 6 Plus. Even more cash if you outscore the competition.
Download the DraftKings Pick 6 app now and use code 965. That's code 965 for new customers to play $5, get $50 in Pick 6 credits. Better payouts, bigger wins. Only with Pick 6 from DraftKings. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Must be 18 plus. Age and eligibility restrictions vary by jurisdiction. Void where prohibited. One per new customer. Bonus awarded as non-withdrawable Pick 6 credits that expire in 14 days. Limited time offer. See terms at pick6.com. shop.draftkings.com/promos.
Are you looking for an easy and affordable way to have a beautiful lawn all year long? GrassPad's idiot-proof lawn program is designed to create a healthy, weed-free lawn at an affordable cost. The program has 5 steps to feed your lawn, prevent and control weeds, and keep your grass green. So come on down to the GrassPad and we'll guide you through the process and you'll have your lawn looking great in no time.
Come on down to the grass pad. The grass pad's high on grass.
This is the story of the one who, as a maintenance specialist for a historic high-rise, knows that vintage charm historically needs constant attention. Which is why when it's time to upgrade turn-of-the-century mechanicals, they turn to Grainger. With easy access to 1 million+ products and the scale to deliver when and where you need them. The right tools and supplies are never far away. So the one can keep that vintage building running like new. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
One of life's greatest mysteries has finally been solved.
Who let the dogs out? Spruce!
It's Spruce, the new hard-working, worry-free weed and grass killer that's safe for use around people and pets. When used as directed, spray the leaves for visible results in just 1 hour and dead weeds in just 1 day. You spray, they play. Weeds die by the next day. Find Spruce wherever weed killers are sold.
At Straight Talk, we are all about no-brainers. Calling Grandma for her recipe, no-brainer. Streaming one more episode at 2 a.m., big no-brainer. Getting real unlimited data where you buy bananas, the ultimate no-brainer. Switch now and get a free Samsung Galaxy A16 5G or Moto G Power 5G 2024 with select plans. Straight Talk, real unlimited data. Available at Walmart and straighttalk.com. Offer valid through 5/19/25. Taxes and fees apply. Requires in-store single line activation on qualifying plan. For network management practices, visit straighttalk.com/terms. Copyright 2025 Verizon.
I'm at the movies, asking people if they'll switch seats with me for $574.
Here, take mine.
So what about $574 if you switch your home insurance to Allstate?
Too much work.
Not if you call them. They handle the switching.
Now, that's a plot twist.
Shh. Check Allstate first, and you could save hundreds on quality home insurance today. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Not available in every state. Based on the national average annual savings for new home insurance customers surveyed in 2023 who switched to Allstate and reported savings. Savings vary.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Annie's first oil change wasn't as hard as she thought because she went to AutoZone, where a friendly AutoZoner helped her find the right oil and save on an oil filter. He explained the job and showed her free how-tos on AutoZone.com. When she was done, AutoZone recycled her old oil for free. No hassles, just help. Everything you need, nothing you don't.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
As America's leading business lender, Bank of America is on your corner and in your corner, right here in Kansas City. With $215 billion in business loans and over 3,700 business specialists across the nation, we help businesses thrive so communities prosper. What would you like the power to do? Learn more at bankofamerica.com/local business. Bank of America, official bank of FIFA Club World Cup 2025. Copyright 2025 Bank of America Corporation, all rights reserved.
Hey there, I'm Jack.
And I'm Stag.
We're just two deer that want to make sure you know it's deer season at your authorized John Deere dealer. The deer season that saves bucks. You know, like us.
Yeah, you can get $3,000 off select John Deere machines. No early wake-up calls or tree stands required.
Just a trip to your authorized dealer before June 2nd.
If you ask us, it's the only deer season worth celebrating.
Visit johndeere.com/deer season to find an authorized dealer and for complete finance details.
In the media,
going down Broadway, seeing the crowds. No one's at Pittsburgh Stadium.
Speaking of them,
yeah.
Did you see Tommy Pham last night? Not in the hold me back, bro moment, which is so lame anymore. Baseball fights, throw a punch or don't clear the benches.
Legendary Royal Tommy Pham?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He got thrown out from left field at first base.
Ooh. Sid Bream?
I mean, it was like, remember Sean Casey back in the day getting hosed from the outfield, right? They keep showing that
At least
video.
it's Sean Casey, though.
Right,
Like,
yeah. Tommy Pham getting hosed from left field. He thought the ball was caught in his defense. It wasn't. They threw it and got him out at first.
Oof.
So if you want to say, people were mad about.
That means he was busting it.
Well, that's where I'm going,
Yeah.
right? So Brian Anderson, who was calling the game on TNT the other night, was mad at Trae Young. There are children watching, he said, which I don't know if Delaney was watching, but she sure pulled the Trae Young yesterday at soccer, and I'm proud of her for it.
Was that his second tee? Is that what he got ejected?
He had back-to-back tees.
So
right?
he threw the ball.
Right, got a tee, and then
slapped the ball in the ref's hand. That was the second one?
Yeah.
Okay.
And so he got kicked out. And Brian Anderson, like, the children are watching. Okay.
Was that late in the game? I'm sorry. I didn't really care about that game, so I didn't watch it.
Yeah, about 5 minutes left or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm making sure.
Hard eye roll, right? Okay. I hate when people do that. But if you want to do the children moment, run your ass to first base, man. That's one where you can say, come on. Don't half-ass it. You think the guy caught it, you don't know that the guy caught it. I hate I thought that doesn't mean you thought. Just run through the base.
Run through.
It's
a sport.
We're taught that all the time. You always run through. This guy quit, and then just decided to get hosed from left field. That's embarrassing.
That is.
Somebody says, I remember Billy Butler getting thrown out from right field at first base.
No, that's different. I can see right field if they're playing shallow or something and they're charging in and you're kind of a Billy Butler runner, you get hosed from right field.
That makes more
getting
sense.
hosed from left field at first base, I mean, come on. But the Pirates stink.
They shouldn't either. That's the problem.
7-12.
Pirates, Braves, Royals, Rockies, all down bad. Royals start a 4-game series tonight that I do believe they need to take 3 out of 4 from the Detroit Tigers. So hopefully that can happen.
New page. Let's go.
Right.
Let's turn it.
No doubt.
Short memory. Bob Seger right there.
Yeah, turn the page, baby. Hated the Metallica cover. Lorenzen against looks like Roy Orbison.
Oh,
sorry.
Orbison.
No,
good,
no.
yeah.
Reese Olson.
Oh, I would rather see him face Roy Orbison. Wasn't he blind?
Yep.
Maybe we could get a hit.
I don't know if he was completely blind, but I think he was definitely hard of seeing. As the traveling Wilburys, the Royals head to Detroit. 5:40 is first pitch, which means Vern's pregame show will start at 4:30.
Oh boy! So Carrington doesn't work today.
Not a chance, dude. If I was Carrington, I'm getting here at 1 o'clock.
Yeah.
So other news today that we got to Lee Corso passed away. He retired. He's still alive. He's still alive.
Now Dusty's killing people.
Yeah. Whoops.
I mean, having people that who had Wink Martindale still alive?
Yeah.
Be honest with yourself. Who had Wink Martindale still alive?
Oh, shoot.
Everybody I said Wink Martindale's dead. They're like, I had that 15 years ago.
No, Lee Corso is very much alive, and he is very much described as
A+ body type with well-proportioned frame and premium length.
Premium length.
Mm-hmm.
Gosh, dang it, he's still alive. Sorry, Lord.
No, he has not passed away. He just retired.
alive, yes.
Yeah. He's out. He will do his last show on August 30th. That'll be his last prediction and whatnot. And we talked about, Lee Corso. It was fun. He was good for the time, but it was time to move on, from Lee Corso. And then that's what you got to do. You got to, when the end is near, you got to go. And so Lee Corso probably stayed about 5 years too long.
Who's the next guy that needs that conversation?
Oh, that's a good question.
Bradshaw?
Well, we already told Josh. That kid. Bradshaw may be getting there. Jimmy Johnson just walked away on his own. I didn't think Jimmy Johnson needed to go.
But he wanted to. He Breaking Bad that thing.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm going to go out when I still got it.
That's exactly right. Right, exactly.
If he had it.
And I thought Jimmy was fairly good on that show. I like that show. I'm trying to think. Hubie Brown's leaving, right? He's retired from the NBA, if I'm not mistaken. So he's walking out the door. John Sterling with the Yankees has already walked out the door. I mean,
Marv Albert, I think, is.
Oh, he's no longer.
It's only been a few years, though, right?
I don't know. I feel like he's been gone since before COVID.
Let's see that again. Yes.
Yes.
Let's see that again. Yes.
Are you a creeper? Yes. So, I don't know. I don't
I
know.
look at a lot of boobs and stuff.
No, he's good to go.
Will slap my mouth and call me draft daddy.
That's never happened.
Who do you guys think it should be? Who do you think is that next guy?
Bradshaw.
Yeah, I think it probably is when you look at it.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Yeah.
Tony Romo, not because of age, just because I don't like him. That's different, though. Yeah, I would say Teddy's probably, there's some moments where it's like,
Teddy.
ooh. Terry.
Oh.
Yeah, it's moments where
We're
you're
killing people.
I mean, it don't matter.
misnaming.
I didn't know if you were
Running
talking
out of
about
that-
Teddy Bridgewater, like we were back to that. from
Running out of
today.
that roastery coffee fast.
Yeah.
It's like when I went up to Teddy Bruschi on Radio Row and said, "Hey, coach," and he said, "I'm not a coach," and walked away. I was like, "Yeah."
Who did you think it was?
Right, it looked like Ron Rivera for 2 seconds. I'd said hi
Yeah,
to
I
a
can
million
see that.
people.
Yeah,
it was
that's
just
fine.
yeah.
It happens. Look, dude, I've told the story. I was interviewing some scrappy in the Chiefs locker room one time. He goes, "You don't know who I am?" I go, "Nope, no clue."
Hey, way to be honest. Sorry, I don't know.
I mean, he was in those middle lockers that they set up for training camp and early part of practice or whatever it is. He was never going to make the team, but I had no idea who that guy was. I'm like, nope, I don't have a clue who you are.
I look at a lot of boobs and stuff.
We
I
got
wonder what that guy's
today.
doing now.
Who? The guy that said that drop?
No, the guy who I didn't know who he was.
Well, apparently, I know what that guy's doing.
I look at a lot of boobs and stuff.
Yeah.
And then,
Will slap my mouth and call me draft daddy.
Holy cheese!
Taco Thursday. We're getting everything else wrong. We might as well do that because. Right. Hey, but it is that time of the day to remind you, as I do every day, go do something nice for somebody. You never know. It could change their day, their week, their month, their year. It's simply cool to care. You never know. Somebody could just use a little bit of that in their life. Have a good rest of your day. Cody Golden Drew coming up next. Stay cool, stay kind, Kansas City. Talk to you tomorrow.
Hey, it's Michael Waka, and you're listening to Fescoe and Dusty on